right next to you.
Dennis.
I'm right next to you.
That's the thing. He
I'm
can't
right
touch
next to
me.
you.
He can't do Come on, do it.
Shut
You're
the up,
absolutely
you
coward.
genocidal freak.
Absolutely
You
coward.
genocidal
And you fucking,
freak.
you're
Shut the
absolutely coward. You
up.
can't do my brother.
Guys.
Israelis never targeted a kid. Never. Ever. Ever. If a 14-year-old kid is on the list and he's listed as a kid, but he's a terrorist, he is a terrorist. And it's good that we eliminated it.
You are targeting children. When they get home to their children
This is a terrorist.
and you bomb their
Welcome
home,
to the
it
Middle
doesn't
East.
matter.
A terrorist is a
Welcome to the
terrorist.
Middle East. That's crazy.
Exactly.
These are babies.
Wait, hold on.
All right, guys, we are here at Outnumbered 1 on 10. We have Yoseph Haddad and Joel Tenney. Yoseph, you want to read the prompt to the camera, please?
All right, here we go. So, Israel is not committing a genocide in Gaza. It is fighting a defensive war against the terrorist organization Hamas. Israel is not an apartheid state. Israel was not built on a stolen land or stolen Palestinian land.
Go for it.
Boker Tov.
Boker tov is boker tov. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
أو سلام مرحبا.
كيف حالك حبيبي؟
الحمد لله حبيبي كيفك؟
شكرا.
Lay it on me. Let's start with the Israel is not committing a genocide.
Well, I think there are very important organizations who have yet to rule on this. The ICC for one, the ICJ, but the UN has ruled that Israel is committing genocide. Their investigative committee on human rights ruled this, I believe, in September of 2025. You can fact check me on that. In 2025.
Actually, I wanna actually just to understand. When you say the UN have already gave that, so any other reports from the UN you will adopt immediately as well, such as this new famine in Gaza, which came just recently. So
yeah.
just so you're adopting the fact that there is no famine in Gaza according to the UN. And in fact, there are other Arab countries in the Middle East who right now suffering from famine way more than Gazans. Mm-hmm. So just want to clarify, you actually adopt that and you also go with it.
Yeah, I have a nuanced nuanced position here because Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel has fed the Palestinians with over, I think, tens of billions of tons of food, right? Have brought that in humanitarian aid to them. I have no way to verify that, but I'll take him at his claim. So if that's true...
I'm speaking about the UN. You told me that the UN said that Israel is committing genocide. Which, okay, we'll talk about it in a bit, and we will discuss why. I want to be actually honest with you.
Yeah.
I think that the UN is a corrupt body, and even when it goes to saying things about in favor of Israel, I'm not gonna use it as here, see. I'm just gonna use it for you as the same base. You said that the UN said that Israel is committing genocide. I'm saying that the UN is right now saying that there's no famine in Gaza, and actually proves that what we ever been saying in the last 1,000 days, it is actually true. So by your point of view, you believe this, and also you believe this, right?
Correct. I just want to say
there's no famine in Gaza.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
But I will say this. To your remark about the UN being a corrupt institution.
Yeah.
Israel is a part of the UN. Is that what makes it corrupt?
Okay. So when I ask about UN being a corrupt institution, I speak about the fact that since 2015 until today, only Israel got condemnation from the whole world. Yeah. And if you come and combine all the condemnations from 2015 until 2026, when you have countries like Russia, North Korea, China, Cuba, Venezuela, and I keep going on and on and on in what's happening in Yemen, Sudan, Syria, in the civil war, Lebanon, Hezbollah, the Houthis in Yemen, and what happened in Saudi Arabia and Yemen, in Kuwait, and all those things. But if you combine the whole countries of the whole world together, from 2015 to 2026, and you see how many condemnation those whole countries together got from the UN to what Israel, the only Jewish country in the world, is tiny. People like to say the size of New Jersey. And Israel is beating the whole world together. And you want to tell me that this organization is not biased against the only small country in the world who's Jewish in the Middle East? So if you think about it like this, you're an Israeli. Don't think right now that you guy from Iowa, I believe, right? Don't think about it. Just get out of your comfort zone. Put yourself on an Israeli shoe for 1 second and say, I look at this UN organization that was supposed to come up to do good in this world. The idea is to unite everybody under a simple thing. We want to fight wars. We don't want wars. We want peace. And we want the world to be a better place in order for us not to have what we had in World War I and World War II. Now, then you find out that the only Jewish country in the world, the state of Israel, is getting far more condemnation than any other country in the world combined together. And you want to tell me that as an Israeli, you wouldn't say, wait, you have Russia doing what they did to Ukraine. You have the Chinese doing what they do to the Muslims in their re-educational camps. I'm sure you heard about it, right? You have Cuba doing what they do.
Are you speaking of the Uyghurs?
I'm speaking about what the Chinese government is doing for Muslims.
The Uyghur community.
Yeah, in the educational camps. Yet nobody is speaking about it. Yet nobody is giving those condemnations. You have what's going on in the Middle East. Go back to Syria during the civil war. Do you know how many people died in the civil war? Now, leave the fact that Israel has actually saved Syrians through the operation called the Neighborhood Operation, yeah? But put that aside. I'm going to ask you again. Just think about it as my point of view, my shoes, or the Israeli shoes. If you as an American, and America got 100 condemnations through the past 2 years, and then you have the entire world itself and get 30 condemnations, you're okay with that? And you don't think that the UN is not a biased organization against the US?
Define biased.
Literally what I said. When you have, in the last 11 years, the tiny state of Israel getting so many condemnations, and then the entire world combined doesn't arrive to that, to slightly as close as possible to the condemnation that Israel is getting. So you tell me, atrocities is happening all around the world. Wars are happening all around the world. We not only think that, we see that the obsession of the UN, led by political driven, especially from a lot of the Arab countries, on the top of them, Qatar, yeah? And you want to tell me, do you need more definition than that? Define bias? I will repeat again, because maybe you're not
No, I don't need you to repeat again. I want to answer.
If America had the same treatment.
Benjamin, can I answer the question? Because right now it's a monologue. So this is supposed to be a debate.
My name is
Yosef. Oh, sorry.
I know that you think about Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm not a Prime Minister of Israel yet.
Okay. So
I might be the first Arab.
Listen, the reason why I said Benjamin is you're as good at defending Israel as Benjamin Netanyahu, and so you are a worthy opponent. So let me answer your question about United Nations bias.
Put worthy opponent. Put all this talk.
Yeah, hold on. Let me finish, please.
Please answer me for my question.
Don't interrupt me. I'm trying to answer you. Thank you very much.
You're
okay,
welcome. I'm waiting for the answer.
Thank you. So, is the United Nations biased against Israel? I think the nations, the Goyim, that's the definition of Goyim, have been united against Israel for centuries. I mean, the Israelis were actually kicked out of 109 countries. At least their ancestors were, the Jews. And it begs the question as to why. For century after century, nation after nation throughout Europe, throughout the Ottoman Empire, all around the world, they had issues with the Jewish people, and it led to expulsions. And why? Why is that? Why is that? Why do we see this continuity with the nations, the Goyim, against Jewish people?
Arriving to why the UN is biased?
Yeah. Why do we see this? Because Jewish people continue to commit acts of horror against nations. So nations are going.
Anti-Semite just right now, just to let you know.
That's fine. Call me what you will.
So you're fine being anti-Semite.
I'm fine being
now
called.
We have a different.
No. I'm fine being. Let me finish talking. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
This isn't tired of the Jews.
This isn't.
This is something happened. It's the Jews' fault. That happens. The Jews are. Suez was flooded by Moroccans. It's the Jews. Can you find a different excuse for this?
I think your
Jews. Do you have a problem? America's having this problem with all the immigrants. It's the Jews.
Yosef,
Come on, man. I thought I have
Yosef,
a better debater
listen,
here.
you're not winning the debate when you looked
I'm not running the debate, but I told you one thing. When you start bullshitting and when you start talking nonsense, you're going to get attacked.
Listen.
And I'm going to attack you for this nonsense.
Is this an
Everything
attack?
you're going to say that the Jews is the problem, move on. Move on.
Let me continue,
if
please.
your point is the Jews the problem, we're going to have a problem.
They were kicked out of 109
They were kicked
countries,
out of 190
right?
countries.
Why? There is continuity here. Let me finish talking.
They were kicked from the Arab countries.
Let me finish
because
talking.
the Arabs in the Arab countries want to kick the Jews because they're anti-Semites.
Oh, wow.
Because when they shout,
so
you know what they
there's
say?
continuity between 109 countries, and your only response is all of them did it simply because they're anti-Semitic.
Your response
and that's
is
what
that
I'm going to
kicking
challenge. The United Nations.
all over the place.
Talk over each other?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank
The
you.
United Nations together have ruled that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. So there we go. And your only response is, okay, you know what? I don't want to be accountable, and I don't want my nation to be accountable for war crimes. So I'm going to argue the fact that UN has ruled. And instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to justify my position by saying anyone who actually points out the crimes of Jewish people or an Israeli government are anti-Semitic. So, sir, I don't feel threatened by you calling me an anti-Semite.
Yeah, you are an anti-Semite
listen,
when you always go.
By
the
your
Jews is the problem.
definition,
the Jews is the problem.
By your definition,
You know what? Let's just do that.
By your definition,
if you
all
say-
the
by
nations
way-
are anti-Semitic.
by the way-
109 countries are anti-Semitic, and the UN is anti-Semitic for calling out Jewish crimes.
Well, that's what?
Yeah,
Look,
this
let's go
entire
back- let's go back.
generation of Americans who don't support the state of
fine.
Israel and their apartheid and their crimes against
So
Palestinians.
Here's this.
Let
You're
him
saying
talk,
the UN. Wait, you say the UN saying that Israel committed genocide. Let's go. You know what? I have a better idea. Let's talk about the definition of genocide. Okay?
Yeah.
What does the definition of genocide mean?
The extermination of people in part or in whole.
Intent of the
Intent of extermination or destruction of a people
How many
in part
bombs
or in
Israel
whole.
dropped on Gaza in the last 1,000 days?
Not so many. But enough to totally like annihilate the Palestinians. Gaza has been laid flattened.
So
it doesn't
how
take
much?
too many.
I have the number. Do you know or not?
No,
It's
give me
about
the number.
200K
Uh-huh.
bombs.
Uh-huh.
We destroyed 70 to 80% of the buildings in Gaza.
Yeah.
How come there's no 70 to 80% of dead Palestinians in Gaza?
How many are there?
According to Hamas, and I'm going to take the higher estimate of Hamas, they say 75,000
Correct.
dead Palestinians.
11,000 missing.
Wait, hold on. Let's put it 80,000. But I'm saying Hamas. Hamas saying 75,000.
Yeah, 75,000 with 11,000. That's not 80, but
No.
Go ahead.
I'm saying let's put 80 because you're saying 11,000. Hamas is saying 70, 75. What's the number you want? Let me. You know what? Let me have the number that you want.
say 86,000.
86,000. With you mean 11,000 are missing, correct?
Yep.
So I just asked you how many people in Gaza there is. What's the population?
Now,
Yeah.
after 86,000 have been murdered,
Mm-hmm.
you tell me.
The same thing because they had 86,000 kids born in the last 1,000 days, by the way. So it's basically 2 million.
They had
Okay.
86,000 children
Yeah. Go
born
ahead.
in the last 6
Oh,
days.
in the last
In
1,000
Gaza.
days. Oh, yeah, baby. You have no idea what you're talking about. They're a factor of baby. In fact,
Can we
listen to
fact
this.
check
Oh,
that?
please fact check that. In fact, when you want to fact check that, please go to the El Barghouti family when they did a huge scandal. When they actually, Barghouti said that the women in Gaza is sort of like a factory for babies. Yeah. And now the Barghouti family needed to apologize in whole in the West Bank. So today, the amount of Palestinians in Gaza is still 2 million people. But I want to even go further. Let's
So
say my
you
fact-
say
No,
they
no,
are
no, no,
committing
I'm not- hold on,
genocide
hold on,
by
I'm not-
committing
I'm
it
not
in
fin-
part.
I'm not finished. I want to ask you a simple question. Fact check me or not fact check me. Let's say even, okay, they didn't have those babies. Okay? You say 86,000 died. That leaves us with 1.92 million Palestinians in Gaza. Now, I'll ask you again. We dropped 200K bombs on Gaza. We destroyed 70 to 80% of their infrastructures, of the buildings. What is 70 to 80% dead Palestinians from 2 million? What's the number?
Let me ask you this
No,
question.
wait.
I'll answer my question. I have to preface it with
Answer
this.
my question. Answer my question.
There's
first, and then
no
I'm gonna-
point to
and I'm
do
gonna-
this.
So I'll give you the answer.
let-
I'll give you the answer. If 2 million people with living in Gaza.
Yeah.
And 80% of them, okay, would hit exactly like the buildings and the structures of the buildings and all the houses in there. You would have about 1.8 million people dead. Now, the reason why you don't have 1.8 million people dead, and this is
because Israel dropped flyers and told them, "Hey, we're bombing this area."
And this is every Palestinian, just like you know, because you said you were in Gaza as well. Just like you know, so you know actually the fact that in Gaza, the IDF creates humanitarian zones. Second, he dropped, just like you said, the leaflets to warn the citizens, leave, we're going to attack this area. Third, which is also very, very important, when something like this happens, even when we attack a building, we first do something called a knock on the roof. Of course, not all the time, obviously, it depends on the operation, but the majority of the time, we do that in order for us to make sure that there's no casualties, or casualties that innocent people. Now,
and that's been every scenario,
and we're going to debate
every military operation.
No, it wasn't every military operation, and this is
so
exactly.
So they haven't killed reporters or humanitarian aid workers or women or children.
This is exactly. Oh, I am happy that you brought also journalists, because we can talk about journalists, and we can also upload photos. I will upload some of.
What about American journalists? Have American journalists died over in Gaza?
You're trying to get out of what I'm trying to reach.
I'm just trying to understand your position.
My position is like this: you're saying Israel is committing genocide, and we dropped 200K bombs. Destroyed 70 to 80% of their facilities, of their buildings, and their constructions. And yet there is 2 million Gazans
I've
today
flown
still
over Gaza
living.
last year. 80% of the infrastructure has been blown up.
Sorry?
80% of Gaza has been blown to bits, right?
Well,
you agree with that, right?
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
We
you wreaked havoc on an entire city.
Yeah. We destroyed 80% of what Hamas used in their tunnels and in their houses and in every place they put. You know that in every almost house you have a tunnel. You go from the house, from the basement of the house, or from the living room to the tunnel. Those are constructions used for terrorism. Those constructions used to hide hostages,
maybe,
Israeli hostages.
But in the UK during World War II, we called those bomb shelters.
Well, yeah. Well, those bomb shelters were used for the army, not for a terrorist organization.
No, they were used on
Hamas.
Residential premises.
In any case, if you want to talk about the UK, by the way, bombed Dresden. You know how many they killed?
Yeah, I know.
And by the way,
I'm very, very familiar with how much the United States
and this is exactly why,
and the UK
despite
killed
the fact that this is what the UK
Germany.
did in Israel, not only we did not 180 degree, but the fact is that
I'm not arguing that the United States isn't guilty of war crimes or genocide itself.
By the way, now I understand more. But let me just clarify, if I wasn't clarified enough. The bomb on Dresden, it was necessary to beat the Nazi regime to win over the Nazi and over Hitler. But of course, you have people who are weak and you know they we're not on the same level when it comes to this.
When it comes to looks, for sure. Continue to go. You said Dresden, right?
I gotta ask you a question. When you respond like this, do you think honestly that makes you? I don't want to say better or whatever it is, but that really makes you feel good.
Yeah, it does actually.
Great. So that's good to know. I will go back to what I actually believe in, which is talking about the facts. So
without the emotional
I still haven't
I
haven't still understand from you. If we dropped 70 to 80%, if we destroyed 70 to 80% of the buildings in Gaza, why there isn't 70 to 80% dead Palestinians? Just this answer. That's it. That's the question.
Yeah. Okay. Because, like I said before, that Israel dropped leaflets. They let people know where they were going to bomb, when they were going to bomb, what targets they were going after. And they did, in large part, try to avoid non-combatants, right? That I give to you. But the reality is they've still killed tens of thousands of children, women, elderly, aid workers,
Hamas,
journalists.
No,
Israel.
Right?
Israel.
How'd that happen? Why?
I'll tell you how it happened.
Why? Wait,
because on October the 7th, okay, Israeli intelligence and their military, they allowed for the attack from Hamas.
Oh, okay. So now we're saying that Israel allowed it. Okay, got you.
Of course. Listen, you cannot.
What's Hamas's,
This is hypocritical.
What's Hamas's responsibility?
Let's be logically and morally consistent.
What is Hamas's
here.
responsibility as the leader of Gaza?
Let's be logically and morally consistent.
I'm just
here.
asking you a simple question. What is Hamas's responsibility? They committed the attack.
Let me
What
say,
is their responsibility?
If you allow for that to happen in order to engage in an all-out war, which is what I am convinced that happened, and Charlie Kirk was also convinced of this.
What is your proof?
This is my proof. Benjamin Netanyahu touts the fact that Israel has the greatest intelligence operation and intelligence community in the world, on the planet, and that is one of the reasons why. Hold on,
I'm so sorry.
Let me finish.
Oh, we allowed Hamas to massacre us, to rape our women.
Hold on, let me finish. Don't interrupt.
To go and kidnap Israelis. I'm really sorry for that. Hamas, we would like to apologize for allowing you to come and massacre us, Habibi.
Listen.
You see, you understand the mentality and the sick, twisted mind?
It's easy.
Wow.
It's
so
easy.
Hamas comes in and you blame Israel.
It's just a little Holocaust.
Him.
It's just a little sacrifice in order to justify an all-out war.
Now,
let me say this.
What's your
the United States.
Do you have any comment
on
Hamas?
Yes.
What are they a terrorist organization?
Yes, they are.
So you do believe what they did was a terrorist act?
I do believe.
Okay, I really hope. I'm just waiting.
1,000%. Hamas is a terrorist organization. October 7th was a terrorist act. The United States, the reasons why we are the greatest supporter of Israel is because they provide the greatest intelligence in the region to the United States. Not Egypt, not Amman, but Israel, okay? This is the reason why we are allied with Israel. And you're telling me that the greatest intelligence organization on the face of the planet, I mean, Netanyahu brags about it, and this is the reason why we have a brokered deal diplomacy with Israel. They did not know in advance that these people were going to attack on October 7th, that Hamas was going to attack these Jewish people at their festival
when I grew up as a
on October 7th.
When I grew up as a kid in Nazareth.
You're telling me that. You truly believe that. So basically you're saying that the Israeli intelligence organization is shit.
So unfortunately.
And their military is shit. And you guys are incapable of being able to prevent this attack from happening.
So may I actually now finally
as somebody who's been there, and you know that on the border with Gaza that there's patrols.
As a kid from
why weren't there patrols?
All right, as a kid from Nazareth.
Answer the question.
Right. As a kid from Nazareth, I grew up actually idolizing America.
Great.
For me, I saw in the United States a country that presents the values of democracy, the values of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and in fact, just living the dream of a good life. Then happened the 9/11, and I was so certain. I even remember I was 17 years old in my school, coming to my friends and telling them, "Oh, Bin Laden is going to be caught in like few days, no more than that. The FBI, the CIA, the Pentagon,
the dancing Israelis can go.
The Pentagon and everything. It's so amazing. I'm telling you, few days and Bin Laden is in the hand of America, the greatest power in the world, and the greatest army in the world. And the days going on, and the months is going on, and the years going on, and Bin Laden is free, and has not been captured. Like, oh my God, the biggest empire in the world with the best military and having also the Israeli intelligence on their side. And they can't catch Bin Laden. I had some disturbance about it. And
How can you compare the two?
And I was.
How can you compare the two?
Listen,
that's not a.
If you want,
a valid comparison.
So if you want,
try another one.
I'm gonna stick with that because for me, saying that. If you have the intelligence to know what about to happen and then you allowed it to happen because you just want to say, oh, you know what, this is a good way, let's enter Hamas. But then you actually go and talk about Israel and leave the fact that Hamas on the 7th of October got up, invaded Israel, massacred 1,200
Why weren't there patrols?
Israelis, Arabs, and Jews.
Why weren't there patrols on October 7th?
By the way, do you understand that some of the attacks that Hamas did completely blind the Israeli intelligence and the cameras and the intelligence of the southern of Israel. And this is part of what we need to investigate. And unfortunately, due to political issues, we haven't yet investigated that, but we do need. And you know what? I'll tell you even more than that. If we find out that there is a treason, and if we find out that people did deliberately things that they shouldn't have done, not only we should punish them, But as someone who has the mindset of a Middle Eastern, yeah,
That was going to be my next question for you.
everyone who is actually took part, which we don't have yet any evidence of that, but if there is, they should be punished in the most extreme way, I say. But until now, and because of the fact that we still, you're just talking, you don't actually have the evidence. Why you have why and why and why and why. But the fact is that I find it really interesting to see that it is easy for you to go and okay, I'm going to
said I
blame.
don't
I'm going to
have
blame.
the
Hold on, I'm not
evidence.
done. I'm going to blame Israel for the fact that Hamas decided to do exactly what their charters is all about, which is destroy the state of Israel and kill everyone there. And by the way, just to let you know, when they invaded on the 7th of October, they massacred 1,200 Israelis, Arabs and Jews. And I want to tell you even further than that. The Arabs that they caught, they sadistically, tortured them even more than the Jews. And let me be even further clear about that. If Hamas sees me and Hamas sees a Jew next to me, they will kill me first before they kill the Jew. But the fact is that you go and you attack Israel for the fact that we did not know that they're about to attack us. It is something that I would look at you and tell you.
Let's make a clarification.
Wait. I'm not done yet, because what you said is simply I'm trying to find the right word in English. Excuse me, it's my third language, actually. But it's not pathetic, outrageous, and pick whatever definition you want. But you have a terrorist organization invaded the state of Israel because the charters of Hamas says we need to destroy the state of Israel. And then they massacred 1,200 Israelis, kidnapped 256, among them babies and women, elderly. You spoke about babies, women, elderly. Took them to Gaza, killed some of them inside the tunnels because Israel was this close to rescue them. And some of them sexually harassed. And those sexual harassments was documented by the testimony of the survivors from the hostage, from being in captivity. Now, further than that, I'm not done. Further than that, they entered, documented the whole attack. Every attack, the butchering, the killing, they killed dogs, they killed women, elderly, men. And do you find it amusing that they killed men, elderly, and you want to
You're
just skip
boring
it?
me because we've already
So
conceded to the fact that Hamas is a terrorist organization.
I'm sorry that the life
I'm
of Israelis
sorry, but I
boring you.
already told
I'm
you
sorry that
Hamas is a terrorist organization,
Shame
right?
on you.
Right?
Shame on you.
So what are we arguing
What are you
here?
arguing about? It's the
What are
fact
we
that you're
arguing?
putting the
Did I already
responsibility
concede
on not
that
You're
Hamas
putting the
is a
responsibility on
terrorist
Israel?
organization?
Huh?
Did I?
The fact-
Answer the question.
Then you put the
Answer the
responsibility on
question.
Israel?
Answer the question.
Then you put the responsibility on Israel?
Answer the question. I put
Who's
the
responsible for killing
responsibility.
1,200
I put
Israelis?
the
Israel or
responsibility. I
Wake
put the
up.
responsibility
I
on
asked you a simple question.
the
Who is
intelligence
responsible for the
community.
7th of October? Hamas or Israel?
The intelligence community
The
of
intelligence
Israel.
community. Not Hamas or internet
Not
trafficking.
Israel, the
You said that, were you
intelligence
stupid?
community.
Why you're a useful against
Obviously,
Hamas?
Benjamin
Do you
Netanyahu
understand
needs
that?
to stay in power.
So
How can he
basically-
do that without a
So
war?
basically,
All right, what I like
Hamas,
to-
wait, hold on. Hamas who infiltrated, they're not to accuse. You accuse the Israeli intelligence. How stupid you are. So if the Mexicans right now, by their choice, decide to enter and invade California, for instance, yeah, you would put in pressure and as a responsibility the American intelligence and not the cartel, for instance, who invaded and did that. So, you know, I can't
There would be an
believe-
investigative
and by the way,
there would be an investigative committee immediately to investigate. Let me talk. There would be an investigative committee immediately to ask the question.
You guys are
you
talking
are
over
going
each
to
other.
tell me
Let's-
that Israel is responsible? Shame on you, man.
Listen.
What
Shame
I like
on
to
you.
do is I like to give you 2.5 minutes of closing statements, and then you'll have 2.5 minutes.
Great.
Please don't talk over each other.
No problem.
Can you do that?
Can you?
Okay, that's the question. Can you?
Well, that's your question. Can
Okay,
you?
I can.
Well, let's see after your 2.5 minutes.
So let's see.
Well, you know, by
First-
the way, if you
first
stop
of all,
bullshitting,
you're-
man,
guys,
Don't
closing
interrupt.
statements, 2.5
He
minutes.
just
Stop
proved he
bullshitting,
can't
man.
do it.
stop
2.5
bullshitting,
minutes.
man.
It's my time.
Please let him talk.
Yeah.
So the reality is you made a very striking correlation or comparison between 9/11 and October 7th,
Oh, trust me, it's not.
which is ridiculous.
agree with you.
Secondly, I had earlier in the debate established that Hamas was a terrorist organization.
You blamed Israel.
And then I blamed Israeli intelligence, not the entirety of Israeli citizens. That's stupid. Secondly, after I had established that Hamas was a terrorist organization and that they committed atrocities on October 7th, you went on this diatribe, this monologue about the atrocities that Hamas has committed against Israelis, and begged the question if I thought that was justifiable. What's not justifiable is the fact that Israeli intelligence allowed for October 7th. 1,000%.
Where's your proof?
1,000%. The fact that the military was told.
Can I ask for a fact check?
So what the fact check is telling me, it's giving me this kind of mixed thing, which it appeared earlier on, which it said that, yes, there was, they knew somewhat that it was coming, and here we go. So it's this contradicted. This is too broad of a statement. One sec, let me read this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm going to pause this real quick so I could read this properly. So what it says, there's too broad as stated official Israeli investigations and reportings do show major intelligence and warning failures before October 7. So what it's basically saying is that there has been some intelligence, although your statement saying it's too absolute.
I reclaim my time. I did not.
Give him. I'm keeping time. He's got another minute.
I'll give you give him as much as you want. The fact that he keeps spitting bullshit, it's good, because after you just literally said, he is 100% sure. That's what he said. That's it. It's the claim point. And now you have fact checked and you said, listen, it's disputed. And this is all I want to say.
There was intelligence failures. So it's
Which
kind of like,
of course, it was intelligence failure.
In the middle. It's in the middle.
They attacked us. And of course, there's an intelligent failure. But what he's saying is that the responsibility of the attack is by the intelligence, not Hamas who attacked us. That's my problem.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes to retort after he's done with his time.
While my statement and former opinion is that the Israeli intelligence community purposefully failed.
Okay.
This yet does remain to be seen. And this is why I said in your example, if Mexico was to invade the United States, I said that the United States should form an investigative committee to investigate whether or not there was a stand-down order. And that is what I think needs to happen for Israel. And it needs to happen by the United Nations. It needs to happen by the ICJ. I started this debate with sources, citations, and references. I discussed the reality that the United Nations has ruled that Israel has committed a genocide, but there have not been rulings from the ICC or ICJ as of yet. The investigation is ongoing. So we shall see what their ruling is. You responded that the UN is a biased organization that just hates Jewish people, that they're Israeli, but you forgot to mention that Israel happens to be a part of the UN, and so does the United States, which is the biggest supporter of Israel. So if it's a biased and corrupt organization, that doesn't really make sense. If it's an anti-Semitic organization, that doesn't make sense either. I think the reality is the United Nations is doing a wonderful job. I'm very happy with how it was formed, how it came into being, and I hope that they continue to press Israel on these issues and hold them accountable. I'll finish with this. The reality is Israel has not just committed atrocities against Palestinians, but they have real state issues. And those issues can be fixed with some progressive measures, okay? They should open their borders and allow for H-1B visa migrants from India. A lot of IDF soldiers have died in this war against Gaza, so I propose that they intermarry with either African Americans or with Indians to help support their population and increase their population. People have said that Israel has the most liberal abortion laws, and they allow for late-term abortion. And I will say,
we're talking about
listen.
Let me
finish.
I'm going to give you longer time. I'm going to give you longer time to retort.
Let me
so
finish.
You guys will have a fair balance. I know. Let him finish.
Let me finish.
30 seconds. If you could wrap it up in 30 seconds, please.
I support the Jewish women's right to choose. It's not something I want for America, but if that's what they want, gay rights in Israel is very, very important.
How is that Israel is not committing genocide in Gaza, dude?
Let me finish.
Dude,
listen.
Israel is not committing genocide. Israel is fighting defensive war against Hamas.
Because there are gay people that are part of the IDF.
Dude, come on, man. You see,
Listen, I hope the LGBTQ community expands in Israel as well.
Come
All the
on,
time to
come
We
on.
need more multiculturalism and diversity in Israel. And
Right, bro.
Israel needs a better cuisine, so we need some curry chicken in Tel Aviv ASAP.
Bro, yalla.
Okay.
Get out.
Yeah, I'm giving you 3.5 minutes because you went longer.
Yeah. Okay. How do you recover from this bullshit? Tov. Let's do something like this. I'm gonna actually have those 3.5 minutes to solely speak about the topic itself, because I think that the audience deserve to understand and realize the truth here and not the nonsense that we've been going through in between each other. The simple fact is Israel is not committing a genocide, and in fact, by a definition, if Israel dropped the leaflets and if they had targeted, if it cannot be a genocide by definition. So by definition, in the definition of genocide, when Israel does that, you cannot say that Israel is committing a genocide based on the legal definition. But legal definitions doesn't matter for people like this, for useful idiots who just want to prompt their ideas and hideous...
The UN doesn't
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
For 3.5 minutes, I
Let him
listened
talk,
to your
let him talk,
bullshit
please.
about gays, about LGBTQ,
Okay.
about abortion, and about marrying Indians.
Continue, let's
now
go.
you need to stop and talk
Continue.
about the genocide in Gaza.
Your race is
be
against Indians, okay.
Be pretty and shut up, okay? Now, because you say that you're pretty, right? So
I
be
am
pretty and shut
beautiful.
up.
Thank you.
Now, another thing is, the bottom line is that any normal person who looks about the definition of genocide, which is the intent to literally target and erase people.
In part or whole.
Now, in part or in whole. Now, I will, in 30 seconds, show you how it's far from being that. I would have, if you would have allowed me and answered the questions that I said when I said 75,000. Now, you say 11,000. I'm going to tell you again what Hamas is saying. So Hamas is saying 75,000 dead Palestinians in the last 1,000 days. That's what Hamas said. Israel is saying that, and I'm going to take the lower estimate of what they're saying, because some sources are saying 25,000 members of Hamas were killed, eliminated. I'm going to go with the 20,000, okay? So 20,000 dead Hamas terrorists, and then you have 75,000 Palestinians in general. Every year, with or without war, 5,000 Palestinians dies from natural diseases, okay? That's 2.5 years. It's about 12,500 Palestinians who died, and probably it's more than 15 even, because of the fact that we were in a war, and the situation in the war made it even worse for the Palestinians. So you have natural diseases that cause death, okay? And then you have about 20,000 dead Hamas terrorists. Together, you'll arrive to 32,500 natural causes and terrorists, which leaves actually almost 1-to-1. And if you want to be more on the further, even take it up to the further, 1-to-2. What is the 1-to-2? For every dead terrorist, unfortunately, 2 civilians died. That is below the average range of every modern war that happened in the last 100 years. Okay? Now, based on the 1-to-2, and based on the fact that we destroyed 70 to 80% of the buildings in Gaza, yet there is no 70 to 80% dead Palestinians. We dropped 200K bombs on Gaza, on Hamas, on their infrastructures, on their tunnels, on the terror activities. And yet, they have over 2 million Gazans living in Gaza. That is the simple truth, okay? Therefore, anyone who calls this a genocide, 1, does not know the definition of genocide, 2, is a useful idiot that just prompted the Hamas narrative, that no more than that, and 3, if you put responsibility on Israel for not stopping an attack and not actually pointing on the attacker, who in their charter are saying, we are coming here to destroy Israel. And the final statement, because I know that this guy is not going to
we got to
know
wrap
that.
it up. 20 seconds.
Well, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what they shouted in Gaza? Few weeks and few months, time after time, before the 7th of October? خيبر خيبر يا يهود جيش محمد سوف يعود. I'm sure you know what it is, right? You were in Gaza, correct? What is it?
Why do you think they respond with that?
What is it?
When all of Gaza is destroyed.
First of all, say what is it? What is Khaybar ya Yahud? Jaysh Muhammad سوف يعود. Go ahead. You can say I have no idea. It's okay.
We got to wrap it up. So just retort and then your final statement's 10 seconds and then 10 seconds and we got to wrap it up.
I'll say this. Not only is the Israeli military attacking Palestinian Arabs, okay, Muslims, they're attacking Christians as well.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
In Lebanon, Syria, everywhere.
I'm so happy that you actually... So happy.
All right, I'll give you 20 seconds. We got to wrap it up.
Thank you very much. How many Christians Israel killed? That's it. That's my statement. How many? Oh, you know what? My statement is like this. How many Christians were killed by Jews from Israel? And how many Christians were killed by Arabs in the last 10 years? Yalla. And that's my final statement.
All right.
Just make you understand how
we're going to
stupid
do time permitting. We're going to do a round 2. Please shake hands. Thank you very much, guys. Habibi.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Right? Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on the third prompt now. So do you mind, Yosef, reading the prompt to the camera?
Yes, just enjoying.
Off.
Hi. Oh, finally. Pleasure meeting you.
Hey.
There you go. That's how you do it. Here we go. Israel was not built on a stolen Palestinian land.
Okay, well, tell me your reasons why.
Tell me your reasons why it is.
Oh, you
Built
made
on
the
a
claim.
But just to clarify, when you say Palestinian, to who you refer? To today's Palestinian?
No, you're asking a bunch of questions. I just asked you to explain why you believe that
I just
claim.
want to, but in order for me to give you a
Don't
best accurate
give me a bunch of
answer,
conditions. Just explain your claim. That's not that. It shouldn't be that hard.
may I ask you what the definition of Palestinians?
Okay, well, I don't want to play a definition game. I want to know why you're claiming your claim. The fact that you can't even state your claim is already a problem. Just tell me what your claim is, why you believe it.
Who are, in your eyes, the Palestinians? This is how I can claim my problem, because there's two ways to
just
go.
claim your claim.
And
Just make it. I don't care about definitions. I want your claim.
And I
This
need...
guy's already 2 seconds in. He's already retard maxing. Come on, bro, please.
Who are the Palestinians? Tell me. I genuinely need to know, because if you
just
say...
tell me your claim. I don't want to argue about who is a Palestinian. Exactly. Why do you believe that?
The claim is Israel was not built on a stolen land. And in order for me
Why do you believe that?
And in order for me to tell you why I believe that, I need to understand who are the Palestinians in your eyes.
Just start telling me why you believe it, and maybe we'll
With
debate
all
that
the
later.
with
It
all-
doesn't matter. Just explain your claim, bro.
Bro, I need you to answer the question. What's the problem? Answer this question. What is the Palestinian in your eyes? Why can't you answer this? Are you scared to answer this?
No, I am not scared at
So
all.
answer this.
So
What
here's
is-
the
what's
thing.
the definition of Palestinian
Here's how
in your
this.
book?
Let me explain how a
Don't
debate.
tell me how debate goes. Answer me, please, the question. What is a Palestinian in your eye? What's the
Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you how a normal conversation between human beings go.
Okay, can you ask the question and not actually lecture me
Stop
or
Stop
educate me? I
cortisol
don't need
maxing for a
education.
second.
I don't need education.
Get control
My
of your
friend,
emotions, my friend.
I'm
You're
not the one who's having
You're
an
acting like you have.
I have
You're
no idea
acting
what
like
you're
a
talking about.
12-year-old.
Please
You should be
answer my-
embarrassed. Are you embarrassed?
What?
Are you embarrassed yet? Why are you looking over at him? You're talking to me.
Because I don't know who I'm actually debating.
You're talking to a
so-
rational human being
So
who's
the
sitting
rational
across
European,
from you
answer me the
and
question.
wants to understand.
Why is it possible not so easy to answer who is the Palestinian?
So can I tell
who
you
is
what?
the Palestinian?
Can I
Habibi?
Can I tell you what's happening right now?
Can you tell me who is the Palestinian?
Can I tell you what's happening right
Just answer. Who's the Palestinian?
now? Can I tell you what's happening?
Just answer. Who is the
Will you-
Palestinian? You have no idea who's the
will you allow
Palestinian?
me to say
I'll tell you
something?
who's the Palestinian. Leave
Will
it.
you allow me to
I got
say
you. You
something?
don't know who's the Palestinian.
Will you allow me to
No,
say
no.
something? No, you won't.
No,
This
you're
isn't-
not answering.
This isn't a debate. So let me just tell you how
Who is the
usually
Palestinian?
when you are confident in
don't
your
educate-
claim,
don't educate
when
me.
you're
Who is the
confident.
Palestinian?
No, let me tell you something.
Do not educate me and lecture me. I'm asking
When
you a very
people
simple
are
question.
confident
Who is
in
the
their
Palestinian?
claims-
I need to understand.
I'm
what
not
is it?
gonna raise
You
my
might
voice.
say, you might say, Yosef,
You're
a
cortisol
Palestinian is
maxing.
X, Y.
You're cortisol
What is-
maxing.
Dude,
You're
stop
cortisol
guys
maxing.
trying to analyze me
You're
and
being
actually
no.
go
I'm
to
showing
debate.
your emotion.
What is-
You
what
are
is
you
a
are revealing
Palestinian?
yourself to be
That's
an
fine.
incredibly
What is a Palestinian?
unstable person.
That's fine. I'm
I
unstable.
wouldn't trust a gun in your
That's
hand.
fine.
You
What is a
served in
Palestinian?
the IDF.
Leave the fact. Don't
The
stop
fact
the
you
personal
have
things.
the
Who's the
fact you
Palestinian?
have no self-control
Who is the Palestinian?
is
You're
really
not answering a simple question.
unbelievable.
Who is the Palestinian?
I'm
Why are you
asking
not
you
answering this?
because it's
Because
irrelevant
you have-
to your claim
Why
right
do you
now.
think it's irrelevant? How did you say for me it's irrelevant?
You
I'm
didn't even
asking
explain
who
your
is the
claim. You didn't
I
explain
want to
your
explain.
claim.
If you just don't, what's your problem to tell
I
me?
don't want to play a definition game.
What do you mean? What's
I
a
want to
Palestinian?
understand. Explain your claim.
What
You
is a
said your
Palestinian?
claim. What is that? Explain
Listen,
how is that
5
relevant?
minutes into the
How
debate,
is that
and
relevant?
you still haven't able to tell
How
me
is
who's a
that-
Palestinian. Do you want me?
How is that relevant to your
Do you want me to tell you who's a
claim?
Palestinian today?
How is that relevant to your claim?
I will tell you if you answer me.
So
And if
say
you
it.
don't-
How is
say
that
you don't
relevant
wanna
to your
answer.
claim?
Say you don't
No,
want to
I
answer.
want you. See, this is the
No,
thing.
you don't want me.
You're not
I-
used
okay,
to
and I
being
want you to
held
answer.
accountable.
Okay.
You're not used to being held
and
accountable.
You're not used to be
to
answering.
lying.
And you're not used
You're
to
used
answer
to
questions.
lying.
You used to fucking
You're a
do
fucking
this.
loser.
And now actually, okay, I'm
You're
a
a
loser. Answer
fucking
this.
loser.
I'm a loser.
Brother.
I'm great. Answer
Brother.
the question. What is a Palestinian in
You
your
are
eyes?
an embarrassment.
I'm an embarrassment.
Do you
Great.
understand?
I'm an embarrassment.
Explain your claim. The fact,
embarrassment.
the fact that anybody would trust you.
You guys are debating. Don't get me involved in
no,
this. man.
Yeah, why do you have to constantly appeal to him?
Because I'm appealing
You are
to him
so
to help a
weak.
little bit
You
for
are
the
so
fact I'm
unbelievably
Here we
weak.
go. So
You
what
are
is, what is it? I'm also weak, and I'm also. But
exactly.
you still haven't answered the
You
question.
can't stand up
Who
for
is
yourself.
a Palestinian?
You can't.
What is a Palestinian?
Again, explain your claim.
What-
How is it
I'm
relevant to your
asking
claim?
you-
How is
In
the
or-
definition of a
In
Palestinian?
order
How is it
for
relevant
me-
to your claim?
In order for me to give you the relevancy to my claim, I want to ask you who's
See,
a Palestinian.
this guy, this is the thing. This is what's funny
This
for
is what's
anybody
funny.
watching at home. This is what it is. He is so
and he's
insecure.
not answering the question.
Let me get a word
I'm
in.
so secure,
Can I
so
say-
insecure that he's not answering the question.
Can I say?
No,
Can I
answer
say
the
one
que-
thing?
No, you're lecturing.
Can I
Answer the
finish the
question.
statement?
No, answer the question.
Can I be allowed to
answer
finish
the question?
Can I be
You
allowed
don't
to
wanna
finish the
answer the
statement?
question.
No, you're
You don't
trying.
answer the question.
You're trying to
Why you're
transfer
not
the
answering
burden.
who is a Palestinian?
You're
Are you
trying to
scared of
transfer the.
something?
You're trying to transfer the
I'm not
burden.
trying to transfer
You don't
anything.
want to explain your claim.
You literally needed just to answer who's a Palestinian, and then I would have gone. And if I didn't make it, then you can say, I'm not doing
Brother,
anything.
I
Who is the
allowed you.
Palestinian?
I allowed you to
You
give
didn't
your
allow me anything.
definition.
You didn't allow me anything. Who is a Palestinian?
Okay. I didn't allow.
Who's the
Explain.
Palestinian?
What's your definition?
Who is the Palestinian?
What's your definition?
Okay, now I understand.
Just say your definition.
That's fine.
Say your definition.
All right. Now here's the reason.
Cortisol maxing.
I insisted.
Just remember that this is who the IDF is
I
actively
insisted-
giving guns to
No,
go
all right.
kill children.
Great.
That's literally what
Yes.
you're doing. Did you
That's
kill
fine.
children?
No.
Did you
I
did you kill a
actually-
single child?
I actually didn't.
You didn't.
No.
You
I
didn't. Are you
I
sure
didn't.
about that? I don't know if I
very
believe it
sure.
because you can't even explain your own
Great.
claim.
Great. Now.
How many people did you kill?
Okay. Now.
How many people did you kill?
Zero.
Why can't you?
Actually,
Zero?
zero.
You served in the
Yes, I
military and you
served in the
killed
military.
zero
Yes,
people?
That's the idea.
Where
Because-
did you serve?
because
What were you?
I actually served.
Where did you
also
serve?
In Gaza.
What did
and
you?
also
No,
the
no.
West
What
Bank.
was your role? What was your role?
A commander and a
A
fighter.
commander?
And I didn't kill.
So
yes.
who did you command to kill? How many people
All
did
right.
you command to get killed?
I'm happy that
Did
you
you
are
ever
actually
command
asking
for a
those
bomb to
stupid
be dropped?
questions.
Did you ever command for a bomb to be dropped?
All right. Yes. Actually.
Yes. So you killed people. So you just lied. Again, I just caught him in a lie. He just lied. Where did you command for bombs to be dropped?
All right, so
where did
we're
you
gonna
command
play
for
this
bombs
game.
to be
What
dropped?
about
Where
the
did you
definition
command
of-
for
why
bombs to
we're
be
not
dropped?
talking about the
Where did you
definition of
command? Why do you not
Why
want to
are you not
answer
doing
this?
this?
Did you
Why
ever
are you
command
saying
for a
this?
bomb to be
Did
dropped
you
in a
actually-
school?
Did you actually support terrorism?
Did
That's
you
why you
ever-
don't want to talk?
did you ever
Did
command
you
for a
actually
bomb to
put
be
so
dropped
much
in a
gel
school?
in your face in order for me to see your
Oh,
eyes?
now you gotta attack me, my
You've
appearance?
been attacking me for 2 hours, bro.
I'm asking you. This is
So I'm
relevant.
asking you, I'm
You
asking
served in
you,
the
I'm
military.
asking you a simple
You were
question.
calling them the
What
most
is a Palestinian? You
moral
can answer
military
me.
ever.
You can answer me. What is a Palestinian?
So here's the thing.
What is a Palestinian?
The reason why he doesn't want to
What
answer my
is a
question
Palestinian?
is
It's
because
unbelievable. He
this
can't
guy,
answer
this guy
this.
literally
Okay,
bombed a
fine.
school, and he won't deny it. Denied that you bombed a school.
I personally, in my command 20 years ago, did not. But if
You personally, you hear what he said? He
Yes.
personally did not. He had somebody else do it.
Hold on. Oh, you hear what he said? He said
My
that I
God.
personally claimed to do it.
This
Okay.
guy's a genocidal
This guy
freak.
is a genocidal freak.
You should
Great.
be investigated.
What else?
You should be investigated.
Great. Now,
I'm
what's a
gonna
Palestinian?
send your name to Zara Mamdani.
So my name is Yoseph and then Haddad. Make sure that you send that. Who's a Palestinian? What's a
Oh
Palestinian?
my God, bro! I didn't
What
catch the
is-
spelling. Let me see that again.
what
You
is a
wrote it in
Palestinian?
Hebrew. Why'd you? No,
What
are you
is
that angry
a
that you couldn't even
Palestinian?
write your name?
What's a Palestinian?
Folks, just for the record, he
Folks,
misspelled
just for-
his own name on the sheet.
It's in English. Folks, what's a Palestinian?
He couldn't even write. Show your handwriting. It's so funny. He's like deteriorating in real time. The handwriting's
I
like
really
falling
know that
apart.
This is actually the people.
This
that
is
I'm actually
hilarious.
debate.
Why do you
Okay,
have a
what's Palestinian?
Batman bit? Why do you have a Batman button? I want to understand that.
Thanks for asking. This is why. When Hamas entered and killed the Beavis family, those two nice, beautiful kids loved Batman. And because they were redheaded, we had a pin that actually is orange. Now, Hamas kidnapped all this family. Yeah? As you see, they say and they claim that actually they only targeted the his soldiers. Yeah, these are soldiers.
You guys really sad. It's awful.
Now,
I want to understand. I want to
So
understand.
here's the thing. They kidnapped all of them.
Yeah.
They released him after more than 700 days in captivity, and they killed them in captivity. So thank you very much for asking me. And by the way,
that's really sad.
Why
Honestly,
are you asking me?
but
Why
here's
are you
the thing.
asking me? Why are you asking me?
But can I ask you a follow-up question? You just got a moment to explain something. Can I ask you a follow-up question?
Do you know who killed them? Palestinians. Okay. Now, what's a Palestinian? Who's a Palestinian in your eyes?
No.
Just
can I
answer me
ask
this
you?
question.
You just monologue
You
for a
just
minute.
can't.
Can I
You
say
just
something?
can't answer this. Therefore,
Can I say something?
No, I want you to answer me. What's a Palestinian? Why can't you answer Palestinian? You don't want
You
to
can
answer?
give me the definition.
You don't
I'm
want
not
to.
going to play a definition game
Which
with
means
you.
you don't know.
Do you understand?
Do you know? Okay,
I
do you know what they-
I do know
do
what
you
they
know
are.
who
I
they
don't
are?
want to
What
play
they
a
are?
definition game. Do you understand
What
that you're
is
playing
Palestinians?
games?
What is Palestinian?
Can I
Who
say
is the
things?
Palestinian? Who is the Palestinian?
Are you going to let me
I'm
speak?
gonna let you
Are you going to
talk. Tell me who is
cortisol
the
max?
Palestinian.
Are you
Okay,
going to
that's one.
cortisol max?
I'll tell
Are you
you-
going to? Can you let
I'll
me
tell you
say a
what the
single
Palestinian
thing?
is. No.
This guy. So let me explain
So
something
let me
that's
explain
happening.
to you something
This
like
guy.
this.
Let me explain
explain
something
to you like this.
Blah, blah, blah,
Let
blah.
me explain to you
Can I
this.
say something?
The problem is that
Can
he
you
doesn't
allow
want
me?
to tell
Can
who
you
the
allow me to say
Palestinian is,
something?
because if he actually says that, he knows he's trapped, and that's why
I'm
he's not doing
trapped.
it.
How am I trapped?
Yes.
Here's
who's
the thing.
Palestinian? Who's the Palestinian?
Well,
Yes,
now
what's
he's
the
talking across
what's
from
a
me to somebody
Palestinian?
who's not even debating.
Because you're not actually answering.
He's
What's
a Palestinian.
Yes. What's a Palestinian? Yes. Ethno-nationalist what?
Oh my God. Here's the thing.
I'm writing. Ethno, yeah.
Ethno-national identity which identifies the Arab and Arabized people that reside within what we call Israel Palestine.
Could you say that into the mic, by the way, because I know that didn't capture him. Say into the mic what he just told you.
So just for the record, this guy wants to play a definition game, and he's going to just define it for him.
Great.
Because he's retarded.
Hey, eyes the other way.
Bend down, the other.
Okay.
Let's-
Palestinian is defined as an ethno-national identity which encompasses the Arab and Arabized people that originate within the land of Israel, Palestine. According to many historians and archaeological discoveries, they derive a majority of their ancestries from the Canaanites.
Great.
That's what
Thank
we're
you. Thank you
referring
for
to when it
helping
comes to
him because he doesn't
Palestinians.
know. And thank you for saying
Look, you
because-
fucking retard. Shut the
because they're-
fuck up
shut
for a
the fuck
second.
up
I
for
do
that.
know.
You know something-
Yo,
you know what the problem
yo,
is? You know
get
what
your
the problem
fucking
is?
finger
That
down.
you
Look at
have-
me. Look at me, you
actually
fucking
have-
loser. Look at me, you fucking loser.
touch
No,
me,
look at
if
me.
you touch me, you
If
get
you
me
touch me, I'll beat the living shit out
I'm
of
not
you.
gonna touch you. Actually, you're the
Yeah,
one
look
who's
at me,
coming
you
to
fucking
Listen,
retard.
you know what's so funny? You said the Canaanites. Well, you know what? You know what? The actual Sheikh Fil Aqsa said something very simple to people like you. Anyone who says that the Palestinian Arab Muslim has a descent from a Canaanite, he's an infidel, a kafir. And please, I will bring you that.
This dude's sounding like Sneeko.
The Sheikh from
I
Al
bet
Aqsa
he's
Mosque.
just as gay,
Literally,
too.
You understand? You understand?
Look that way so they can
So,
see you.
so, you
Yeah.
so you understand, guy? A sheikh from Al Aqsa Mosque in Al Quds, which is Jerusalem, yeah, said anyone refers to the Canaanite as the Arab Palestinian Muslims, he's a kafir, an infidel.
This dude is literally like Sneeko.
You will get it.
This guy's Sneeko, just as gay,
I'll
too.
give you the footage to present the video with the translation, and then you can fact check the translation that it's correct. So we're gonna present that. But again, thank you for helping this idiot. He doesn't know what the Palestinian definition is.
Brother,
but here's the thing.
Stop for a second.
But here's the thing. So
This
basically,
guy, this isn't a conversation. This is you are by far the most ridiculous person. I'm not your friend. First of all,
awesome.
You're gonna have to leave. You're gonna have to leave before me because I will beat your fucking genocidal ass before you. No, I will.
I swear to God.
You want me to beat your ass right now?
You're not gonna do anything.
You want me to beat you? I'm
I
not.
promise you. You're not.
Here, hold my.
No. Sit down. There's no fighting, guys. There's no fighting. There's no fist fighting. Sit down, please. This is a debate. This is a debate.
This genocidal asshole.
So here's the thing.
Just sitting here
So
monologuing for 4.5
here's
hours.
the thing. You understand? That's my problem with those people. Yeah.
Those people? What do you mean by those people?
people
I'm an American
who stand-
citizen. You
who
hate
stand-
Americans.
I hate-
You hate Americans.
I hate
I'm an
people
American
who
citizen.
stand.
Who
And
stand?
then-
Who
and then
stand
comes
for
an
something?
attack.
This guy admitted that he was
And
bombing.
actually-
He was
and
bombing
actually
schools.
threatened to
This
attack
guy
me
was bombing
when
schools.
he's
You
literally
know,
nothing. Like
when I'm literally nothing,
Come on, attack me. Come ahead.
I'm literally nothing.
Come ahead and attack
You
me.
come into
Attack
my
me.
fucking country,
Here's
you
the
want to
thing.
lecture
So here's
me
here's the thing.
about
You see,
what the hell
That's exactly what the Palestinians
my
do.
country should
they
be doing?
They make themselves strong. They make themselves safe. They can actually do something about it. But in fact, they can do shit about it. Can't shit about it.
Sit
You
down.
understand?
Sit down. Please
So here's
sit
the
down.
thing.
Please sit down.
So you
No,
see,
sit
you
down.
understand?
Dennis, sit down. Sit down.
Look
Get
at
up.
this.
I'm right next to you.
Dennis.
I'm right next to you.
That's the thing. He
I am
can't
right
touch
next to
me.
you.
He can't do shit.
I can do whatever the
And this-
hell I want.
He can't do shit.
What's going on? How you doing?
Dude, guys. Seriously, let's not be.
He's like a foot shorter than me.
Hang on.
like a foot shorter than me.
Go sit down. Go sit down. Thank you.
You're like a foot shorter than me.
So I'm really happy that this is happening.
very
I can
entertaining,
bench
by the
press
way,
you
but
with
I want
my
you guys
eyes
to debate.
closed.
I
Cool,
want
man.
you guys to debate. Let's calm down here and.
I'm actually happy that this is happening because that's the thing. Imagine with all his,
All his
confident and the fact that this is what happens. The Palestinians do the same thing. They come.
the Palestinian. I'm not Palestinian. I'm American.
And I'm saying that the Palestinians are doing the same thing.
I'm
Now,
American.
What they're doing is like this, and he's actually.
What
you
he's
can
doing
see-
is like
You
what?
can see actually that he soaked that from them. That
I
they
stole
come
it from the
and they threaten you.
Palestinians?
Now I ask you this: if I would have attacked,
You
him,
don't ask anything. You're
he
a
comes-
fucking loser.
He comes to here, and if I attacked him, right? Do you think? What is he gonna say? Oh, he was attacked. Oh my God.
No, it's on video.
Oh
People
my
can make up their
God.
own minds.
Well, yeah, definitely coming from this point to this side, putting your
Oh, you
hand
felt
on me.
attacked? I did nothing. I just put my arm around your shoulder.
Well, basically, my friend, if you touch someone, yeah, and you put like
Well,
this,
you don't. Now
and
you're
at the
talking
same
like a
time-
big man.
And at the same
now
time,
you're talking like a big
and
man.
at the same time,
I
you
just
threaten
did all of
someone.
that. You did nothing.
Why
You're
would
a
I do
fucking
anything?
bitch.
I don't wanna do
You're a
anything.
fucking bitch.
I'm not gonna go into
You
violence.
killed children. You just admitted to it. You killed
I'm not-
children.
I didn't kill
You
anybody.
you
And
ordered
in
children
fact-
to be
and in
killed.
fact-
You know
and
what?
in
Most
fact,
people would beat
the
your
fact is that
fucking
you
ass in
got up
America.
and you came here
fucking
and I'm the
loser.
one who's sitting.
You literally
You
killed
understand?
children. You fucking
So
asshole.
basically, he got
You
nothing to do
admitted
with
you
it.
bombed children, you fucking loser.
Alright,
Most
great.
people wouldn't bat an eyelash to destroy you in the fucking streets,
Come on, do
as you
something.
deserve.
Do it.
You're a fucking war criminal, you
can do
fucking loser.
You can do shit, my
I
friend.
just did it. You did nothing. Because
You
you're a
did
fucking
nothing.
loser. You got up, you're like half a foot shorter.
So what?
Like 2
You're
feet
li-
shorter
you're
than
literally-
me.
you're
I could
you're
literally kill
talking-
you if I wanted to.
I
With my
thought-
bare fucking hands. And you did
Why?
absolutely fucking
Why would I-
nothing.
why would
Because
I
you're
do
a
anything?
fucking loser.
Why would I do
You're a
anything?
genocidal fucking
Why would
loser.
I actually
Get
attack
the
this
fuck
guy?
out of my country, you fucking piece of shit.
Well, I'm here whether you like it or not.
No, you can stay,
Great.
I guess, but get the fuck out.
Well, I'm gonna stay. Anyway, but I sure hope that you might say that to all the terrorists who came here.
Yeah,
and flooded your
get him the
country.
fuck out too.
I hope so. I hope so. In any case, my brother.
You're a terrorist as well. You don't think you're a
That's fine,
terrorist?
that's fine.
You are
In
a
any case,
terrorist.
the
You're
idea
a
is-
fucking
the idea is
terrorist.
that I'm really
You're a
happy that this-
terrorist selling propaganda on my soil. I'm going to treat you like garbage, you piece of shit.
Okay. Well, I'm very happy that this is happening.
You are? You don't seem happy. You seemed like a bitch.
Ooh,
That's what you seem like. You're sweating. You're like trying to compose yourself. You're flushing your papers around. You're a
You don't
fucking
understand.
loser.
Oh, okay.
You're a genocidal loser. You admitted you
And you
bombed
still
schools.
don't know what the definition of a Palestinian. And actually, we can actually talk
Brother,
about it. You didn't
here's the
actually
thing.
come to
I
talk
do
about
know.
it.
I
You
do
just
know the
came here
definition.
to do.
No,
what's the
I
definition?
came
So,
here.
What's the definition? What
Brother,
he
I
said?
told you I'm not playing that fucking
I'm not
game.
playing
I'm
your
not
fucking
playing
game.
a definition game with the
Alright.
genocidal fucking loser.
Ooh, okay.
You served in the IDF. You just admitted you bombed schools. You ordered other people to bomb schools. You don't even know how many people you fucking
Fact check
killed.
him right now?
You literally said it, you fucking loser.
Fact check him. Fact check him. It's gonna be very interesting.
All right, guys. Is there? I guess I'll give you a minute each.
I
Verbal final statements. You want to go first, or
Oh,
you
man.
Give him.
You'll give me?
go for it?
So, folks, what you witnessed today was an American patriot confronting.
I really have.
Are you going to let me speak or what? What you witnessed today is
Yes,
it.
I'm gonna give you the speak.
Don't point your fucking finger at me. I'll break your finger off your fucking arm, you fucking loser.
Here we go. Take it.
All right, please make it your final
He's
statement.
asking
Make
for
your
it.
final
I
statement.
mean,
Not-
he's
not-
asking
Here's
for
the
it.
thing,
Not,
here's
not
the
in this
thing.
location.
He's asking
Not
for
in
it.
this
You're not gonna do
location.
anything. So
Oh, I can beat
I'm
his ass
actually-
outside.
I don't know. It's up to you.
I
what you
can-
do
I can beat your
elsewhere,
ass.
but
I
not
just got-
here.
I'm
Big
really,
IDF
I
tough
would-
guy.
I
Do
would-
you carry?
I wouldn't
Do you
actually-
carry? This is an open carry state. Do you carry?
I actually wouldn't
How
mind.
are you running your mouth
sorry.
in an open carry state like this?
Break it.
Okay. All right,
break
guys.
it.
You want me to break
guys,
it?
No,
I will
no,
fucking
no,
break
no,
it.
No, no, we're
Listen,
not breaking
here's the
fingers.
thing.
No, we're not breaking
Here's the thing.
fingers.
You
Listen.
can do shit.
All right.
Okay?
Yusef,
Because you're
do me a
nothing but a
favor.
little
Do me a
piece of
favor.
shit, no more
Yusef,
than that.
Yusef.
You can do shit. You can attack me. You can hit me because you know if you hit me.
Point
or
your
you
finger
attack
at me again.
here
No,
we
no,
go.
What are you
no,
gonna do?
don't,
Get point
don't,
charges?
don't,
You're
no,
gonna
no.
fight. Wait. Let me just get something out of the way.
Guys,
Are you gonna
stop
file
provoking
charges?
each other.
Will you file charges?
Of course, I'm not going to engage in violence. I'm going to defend myself.
Are you going to file
But here you
charges?
see, you're not going to do anything.
Are you going to
Of
file
course I'm gonna
charges?
file charges. Absolutely. And I'm going to put you
we're
in
not
prison.
doing
So
this.
you're
We're
I'm
not
gonna
doing
sue your
this.
So there you
ass.
go.
Guys, we're not doing
he's
this.
he's trying to bait me into a violent confrontation
He is
so that he
trying
can
to go for
see
the
a real
conversation.
man would actually stand behind
I'm
his
not going to
his
actually- I'm
bravado
not going to
and not actually
go
do
to
something
all-
like that.
But
You're a
you
bitch.
stay- you
You're a
stay- I'm
fucking
not the bitch. You're the
You're a
fake
fucking
asshole
loser
who
ass
thinks
bitch.
that he can
I
do-
will
Oh,
beat
I'm
your
the
ass.
bitch. Come on. Do it.
I just came over. You did absolutely nothing.
But I don't want to do anything because I don't engage in violence like you. And you telling me
you
that
bomb schools? This guy admitted he bombed schools. I don't engage in violence. This guy said he bombed schools. I don't engage in violence. You're a fucking genocidal freak.
Here's the thing.
You're a genocidal freak.
All this
You're a
up
fucking
yourself,
Stop spitting at me. Holy shit. I think I just got AIDS from this motherfucker.
Oh my God, great. Wow.
This genocidal freak.
All right, I guess we're not doing final statements, or do you guys want to actually do final statements? All right, we're wrapping this episode up. Thank you guys. Do you guys want to shake hands? Do you want to shake hands?
My final statement is like this. You can't
Shut the fuck up, you genocidal freak. Shut the fuck up, you genocidal fucking freak.
You're absolutely coward. And you're a fucking. You're absolutely coward. You can't do shit, my brother.
Dude, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
You want to pull it?
Guys.
You can't do shit, my brother.
Please,
I told you you can't do shit. I told you you can't do shit. Don't do my friend. I told you you can't do shit. I just proved my point. I proved my point. You can do shit, my friend.
Thank you.
When you be punched in the head, punched in the face, and then you go cry.
Bro. Don't bro.
No.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Israel was not built on a stolen Palestinian land. Let's talk.
Okay. All right, so let's do a little. Well, first, you served in the IDF, correct?
Yes.
What was your job in the IDF?
A fighter.
Pilot.
Fighter on the ground.
So
you want to hear something really crazy? Today, it's my 20-year anniversary since I got injured in Lebanon.
Okay.
Yeah. Today.
Right.
10th of August, right? 10th of August?
Okay.
Yep, 10th of August.
Cool, man. Well, I retired from the U.S. military, so.
Thank you for your service.
Well, man, I wouldn't thank me, man, because I'm actually really disappointed in yours. We'll get there.
You're disappointed in mine?
Yeah, well, yeah, man. I think America should be invading Israel, but that's just my opinion. But anyways, we'll go there.
So many...
Yeah, so, if this was a different situation, you and I would be trying to kill each other. But we'll talk about it. So let's do a history lesson.
I'm an Arab, by the way, and the fact is, unfortunately, you have a lot of Arabs killing Americans.
Have you seen the TV show Roots, where they beat Kunta Kinte till he calls himself Toby? That's how I feel like you are.
Oh my God.
But so anyways, so
why is your point? Where we at? So I served in the IDF, but we're talking about a stolen land.
Well, yeah, stolen land. All right, so let's do a little history lesson. Do you know who?
Wait, what was the reference to me, the IDF, though?
What's that?
What's the reference to me being the IDF? I just want to say
Well, so
that.
basically, since you're an Arab in the IDF,
just to make sure.
Can I tell you? Ask me a question.
So proud of serving in the IDF, the most moral army in the world. Yes.
The most moral army that kills kids. So basically, in the TV show Roots, it's showing slavers and how they beat the slaves. And there was a slave called Kunta Kinte, and they beat him till he called himself Toby. And he took a given name, and I kind of feel like that's what you serving in the IDF is like.
Cool.
If I could reference
What's
it.
the stolen land then?
Yeah, so let's do a little history lesson.
Let's do it, please.
Okay, so before 1917, the land was occupied by Palestinians, and Christians, Muslims, and Jews lived in complete peace in Palestine for 500 years. There were no wars, no conflicts up until 1917. It's a fact. You can fact check it. 500 years of complete peace, right? Now, come 1917, one of the most satanic and evil families that's ever existed, the Rothschilds, were gifted Israel by English Parliament and the King of England, right? So you guys proudly frame that letter gifting Israel to Lord Rothschilds in your museum in Israel, right? So Jewish settlers, people who called themselves Jews. Now here, let's have a clear distinction. These people were not from anywhere in the Middle East, and they try to call themselves Semites, but they're white Ashkenazi Jews from Europe. These people converted to Judaism somewhere around the 10th to 14th century. They're white people from Ukraine, from Poland, from Western Russia and Germany, right? Okay. White people who converted to Judaism, who then moved to Palestine, occupied Palestine. Now, here's what's interesting, man. And a lot of people don't like to. Hold on. No, we're going to get there. All right, I'm giving you a little history lesson because I don't think you know it. So Zionism was created by a man.
You know the history.
Oh, well, I'm actually giving it to you, and you can fact check everything I'm saying. Well, let me talk. Yeah, you'll learn something.
But finish so I can talk as well.
So Moses Hess wrote a book called Rome and Jerusalem in 1862. Yeah. And he is the first person to call for the white Ashkenazi Jews who lived in Europe to occupy Palestine, right? His book, along with Karl Marx, both were the sons of Talmudic Jews, started the Bolshevik Revolution. Do you know what the Bolshevik Revolution is?
My friend.
No, we'll get there. Can I ask you a question? I'm giving you a quick history lesson. You're just interrupting. So Bolshevik Jews killed 30 to 60 million Christians in Russia. Bolshevik Jews, and they were all white Ashkenazi Jews that killed 30 to 60 million Christians in the Bolshevik Revolution. It was a genocide of massive proportions.
I just want to note that I'm
you
giving
can't
the time to speak.
Yeah, you are, and I'm going to give you time to speak. I brought popcorn for you. So Bolshevik Jews. So they after the Bolshevik Revolution, a lot of these fake Jews fled to Germany, and this is what started Israel as we know it today. And they started to do the same crap that they were doing in Germany, that they were doing in Russia. And they were starting to do a lot of pornography, transgenderism, pushing homosexual ideology, pushing usury, all the things that got these Jews kicked out of 109 countries up to this point over 2,000 years. So guess what? Hitler is like, we got to get these people out of here. So have you heard of the 1933 Havara Agreement?
Make sure you talk.
Yeah.
Make sure you talk
yeah.
to it.
Have you heard of the 1933 Havara Agreement? So Hitler made a deal with white Ashkenazi Jews whose ancestors, and they were descendants of people who never came from Palestine. And he said, if you sell me all your belongings, I will ship all of you to Palestine, and then I'll give you a stipend when you get there. So again, Palestine, living in peace, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, actual Jews, and the Muslims, people that you came from, the Christians.
Like from
500 years before 1917.
Before 1917.
500 years, Palestine was in complete peace. That's a fact. You can fact check it. Now, white Ashkenazi Jews start showing up, get sent there by Hitler.
I just Googled something. Just
no, you can Google it.
No, I know. Just out of curiosity, for instance, any
where are we going
history goes back, like to how far you want to go back in terms of in 1948 or 1917, everybody lived in harmony, Christian, Muslims, Jews. How far you want to go back? Just 500 years?
Yeah.
That's it?
I don't care about
You didn't care about before. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we wait 500 years from now, you don't care about what happened before, right? Just out of curiosity.
No, I don't.
Okay,
do you want to talk about it? Go ahead. I mean, you know.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
okay. I will.
So Hitler sends a bunch of white Ashkenazi Jews to Germany. And during that time, the Rothschilds funded 3 militias. These are actually your predecessors since you were in the IDF. Lehi, Irgun, and Haggadah.
Okay.
And Lehi and Irgun were named international terrorist groups in 1948 when Israel became a state because of crimes against the Palestinians, murder, genocide, all the things they did to Muslims, Christians, and Palestinian Jews. Because the white Ashkenazi Jews, they didn't care about Judaism. They wanted to create a state in Israel, right? So 1948.
He's been preaching for a long time.
No, hold on.
Finish up.
So stole his land, right? So they came in there. They occupied the land. They were welcomed with open arms by the Palestinians, by the people that you've betrayed, and are Benedict Arnold too. And then they started killing them and taking their land. So what do you have to say about how that happened? The truth of how Israel came about.
Dude, I'm going to give you 3 minutes because you took a bit of time.
So basically, the idea is like this. When I hear someone who is speaking about Hitler, you know, I'm not gonna start actually debating the guys. I'm just gonna say my own things because Hitler's a Nazi and he should be killed, right? That's
no, I don't agree with
that's what I just wanted to know. I'm speaking here to a neo-Nazi. And therefore, I will debate him. Sorry. You need to silence yourself right now.
What have you called me a neo-Nazi?
Yeah.
Don't tell me to silence and don't do that.
Silence yourself right now because I'm
talk to me like a woman.
I'm speaking right now.
I'll come
silence
across
yourself.
this table.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Silence yourself.
Treat me with respect. I'll treat you with respect.
I don't need you to respect me.
Yeah.
When you speak as you want.
Yeah.
How much you want.
Don't call me a Nazi.
You're a neo-Nazi.
You're a neo-Nazi traitor.
You're
traitor
a neo-Nazi
against your own Arab people.
You are a neo-Nazi.
You're fighting Jews. You're fighting for the Jews and killing your own people.
I know it's for the click bites and I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. I don't care. I honestly don't care. But I can take it a level up, but I don't want to.
Take it a level up. Let's
Please
go.
go right ahead. Let's take it a level up.
All right,
yeah, let's level it up.
So let's take it a level.
Let's go there.
So let's take it a level up.
Yeah.
So not only I think that you are a neo-Nazi, but I think that you are a horrible person And I think the fact is that you're an
I didn't kill Palestinians
shit.
and murder my own people for Israel.
That you're an anti-Semite.
Yeah. an anti-Semite.
Wait, you say I did.
Well, Israelis would have to be Semites.
You say I did.
Your Israeli wife over there looks as white as me.
First of all, you're speaking to me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know you're an Arab that fought for the Jews. It's crazy. Crazy to me.
But on the other hand is
what's your family think about that?
Oh well.
Yeah, they probably don't like that very much, huh?
No, my family without them, I couldn't do that. But you know what my family actually thinks about people like you?
What? I don't care about your family. Your family supports Israel and the murder of their own people.
Well, all right. Okay.
And then you did it.
Okay. So basically, to go back to the idea, because I'm not going to engage with a neo-Nazi.
So you just name called because you can't refute what I say. So you can't refute what I say. The facts that I lay out, clear facts about how Israel stole land, and you just call me a Nazi.
I'm actually going to refute you, but I couldn't stop because I want to know who you are. And now I know
no,
that
I'm
you're
not a Nazi. I'm just a regular person. I follow Jesus, and I know that the synagogue of Satan is Israel.
You support Jesus.
Oh yeah, I follow Jesus.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you support the people that pretend to be the people that killed Jesus.
That's fine.
that's like,
well, it's funny because
that's
if
LARPing
you support,
on a whole other level.
Well, if you support actually Jesus and you are a Christian, you'd know that the Pope, when he came to Israel, okay, and
the Pope speaks out against Israel all the time.
Okay, but I'm actually speaking about the Pope.
Which Pope?
Who spoke about
which Pope?
John Paul II.
Okay.
When he came to Israel, and he said, in Arabic we say Yohanna. And he said actually that anyone who claims that the Jews killed Jesus is distorting the history and the facts.
Right.
Do Judea actually?
The Jews didn't kill Jesus. Jews were made up after the time of Jesus.
So now we know that because you have many anti-Israelis claiming that the Jews killed Jesus, but I'm happy that at least the neo-Nazi is saying a different word.
No. The Israelis
I'm going to go back
to be the people that killed Jesus.
That all the nonsense and the bullshit
they're white people from Europe, not people
I'm going to
from
speak about
Palestine.
that. I'm going to do the same thing that you did.
Go ahead.
So.
You're very flustered.
Prior to the 7th, I don't know what that means even. Prior to the 7th century.
I'll Google it for you.
Prior to the 7th century, how many Arab Muslim Palestinians were in the land of what we today know Israel?
I don't know how many people were there.
No. How many Arab Palestinian Muslims?
Arab Palestinian Muslims. I don't know the exact number.
Plus minus.
I don't know how many have you killed since then.
Plus minus.
I don't know. Can we Google that?
Because prior.
Do you have a point? Does the number matter?
It'll pop up in a second.
Okay.
By the way, it's funny that you're saying you killed them because it's in the 7th century. Yeah.
7th century.
7th century. Yeah.
7th
century.
Century. What happened in the 7th century?
You don't know what happened?
No, I don't know what happened. Please.
So what happened is that actually Islam came to the world in 600.
Oh yeah, well Jews created Islam. Muhammad's brother-in-law was Jewish, and Muhammad was illiterate, and he couldn't read or write. And Jewish rabbis wrote the Quran.
You're a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity. You're a Muslim?
Yeah.
You're not a Muslim.
Yeah.
Oh well, if
it's
the Muslims
it's widely known that the Quran was written by Jews.
I got a Palestinians from Gaza and not a Muslim.
No.
I'm gonna enjoy this when I upload your video. I'm happy that you're saying what you're saying because the people, the Palestinians, are going to hear that, and actually they're going to attack you, not me.
Well, no, they won't. I mean, it's a historical fact that Muhammad's brother-in-law helped him write the Quran.
Because I literally didn't interrupt him for the whole 3.5 bullshit minutes that he said. So basically, it's like this. I'm going to talk about 4 different books. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Quran al-Karim, and archaeology.
We're talking about stolen land, not Bibles and books.
Great. But then I'm going to continue with my idea because I'm not talking to him. Obviously, it's very hard to debate a neo-Nazi. Now, if we go and take, for instance, the Old Testament, you can see in that book presence of Judaism.
Hey, I'm over here, man.
I'm not speaking to you right now.
Oh, you're not going to speak to me?
Speaking to him. Yeah, because
you're going to disrespect me that much because you have no facts.
I will absolutely. Well, I actually come into the facts.
No. You can talk to me.
No, zero disrespect.
That's what the IDF does. They're such pussies. They can't look people in the eyes. You're a coward that kills children. You've never fought a real man, and you killed your own people. Look at me and debate me.
Give him a couple of minutes here to make his point. He's got a lot of
images. Well, he can look at me and make it. But he's too scared to look me in the eyes because he's an IDF.
I've been looking at you.
You're an IDF pussy that can't look me in the eyes. You're a pussy.
From the beginning until I understand every time I look at you in the eyes.
Look me in the eyes.
So I'm going to look at you. Maybe I won't get interrupted.
But let's give him a minute to make his point, please.
Yeah, don't call me brother. I ain't your brother, man. I ain't brothers with people that kill kids and rape women. You're not my brother.
Look, I actually don't care right now. So basically, let me know when I can speak.
Please, let him make his point.
Can he look at me instead of being a coward?
It's up to him.
It's up to me, my brother.
Well, no, we're in a debate.
Okay, but I actually...
Do you know you're embarrassing everyone in the IDF right now because you can't even look at me and face me and look me in the eyes and answer or even negate the facts that I gave you. Do you see this? This is how an Israeli IDF soldier
when you're finished,
behaves. You can't even look me in the eyes. Coward.
I think you made your point. Please make your point. I'm giving you a minute. Please, minute and a half. Go for it. Yeah.
Come on, man. So I'm going to go and tackle those 4 books. Now, in the Old Testament, you can definitely see the presence of Jews across thousands of years in the land of Israel, from the river to the sea, and even bigger than that. But this is not the idea here. The idea is not the big, great Israel. It's actually the idea of talking about from the river to the sea, what's today's territories. Now, going to the Old Testament, you will find all the evidence that you need of Jewish presence, and you will find
there were no Jews in the Old Testament.
Okay, now, after that, you have the New Testament, which is the Bible, which what I believe in, okay? And John 1:11 says, he came to his own, and his own denied him. His own, and when he came to his own, and his own denied him, it was talking and referring to him entering Jerusalem. And it was denied by his own people. At that time, the Jews were in Jerusalem, and his people were the Jews. In fact, Jesus was born as a Jew to Miriam and Joseph in Nazareth. Nazareth was a Jewish city. Now, further than that,
Bethlehem. Are we debating, or are you doing some weird, like,
I know it's really hard. I know it's really hard for you to understand and to comprehend the facts and the truth from actually the religion that you claim to be in. But the problem is that I know why you want to stop me. You don't want me to actually come to that point. You know, it's crazy.
What point do I want you to get to? I don't know what you're not even making a point.
Here's your point.
You're talking. Yeah.
You know, Bethlehem.
I think you're looking at me, man. This is great.
You know Bethlehem. So Bethlehem, so Bethlehem is going like this. There's a phrase in the Bible. It says, وَوُلِدَ فِي بَيْتِ لَحْمَ الْيَهُودِيَّةِ. Do you want to translate that? It means, and he was born in the Jewish town of Bethlehem.
No, that doesn't. So in
wait, hold on. No. Don't tell me what it doesn't.
No, because the Bible doesn't say that. You're full of shit. So
I will because I promise you. From now on, you're not going to speak one word when you speak. I'm going to interrupt you time after time.
Okay, yeah.
So basically,
you're just lying.
You gotta.
I'm like seriously trying here to hold myself, and you know what? To somehow keep that debate.
Do you know what language the Bible is written in? Let's see if you even know what language. Here, tell me what language the Bible, the New Testament. No, it wasn't.
I read it in Arabic.
Tell me what language the Bible was originally written in, the New Testament.
I read it in Arabic. And in my Arabic Bible, it says,
so you know that's a translation, right?
He was born in the Jewish town of Bethlehem. So Nazareth was a Jewish town, the town that I'm actually in. But if you go further than that, okay, you go to Al-Quran Al-Karim. In Al-Quran Al-Karim, and I want you to fact check me. How many times Palestine is mentioned in Al-Quran Al-Karim? How many times Jerusalem is mentioned in Al-Quran Al-Karim? You will find 0 mentions in Al-Quran Al-Karim to Palestine, 0 mention to in Al-Quran Al-Karim to Jerusalem. You will find more than 34 times in the Quran Al-Karim talking about Bani Israel.
Quran.
Yes.
Yeah, the Quran.
Bani Israel, the sons of Israel.
Written 700 years after the death of Jesus.
Here's what's so interesting, okay?
Yeah, but
every time there's a claim, every time there's a claim about 700 years ago and whatever it is, I move on to the next book. So the Quran Al-Karim shows that there's no mentions of Palestine or Jerusalem, shows that there's mention of Bani Israel, sons of Israel, okay? And in fact, in the Quran, you have some sort of criteria that tells you if you don't get your answer from the Quran, you go to the Old Testament, okay? That's about the Quran Al-Karim. You have the Bible, the one that I believe in, yeah?
Do me a favor, by the way. I'm looking at the camera angle. It's just showing your profile. If you don't mind, even if you don't want to look at him, it'll be nice.
You're supposed to be talking
to
me.
It'll look better if you're looking towards him.
You're losing your man card by not being able to look at me, man. It's like you Your man card is so far gone.
That's fine, brother. Really, my focus is actually not on
this
you.
is why I brought popcorn.
My focus is not on
I know,
you.
because you
Actually,
just
my
got put in
focus
your
on
place,
everybody
and you're
else,
talking
and I'm
about
really happy
the
actually
Quran.
that you're doing
We're
this.
talking about Israel being stolen land. You're talking about the Quran.
Of course, and here's the thing. I'm happy that he said that.
Are you a Muslim? Are you a Christian? Or are you a
Christian
Jew?
Arab? I'm actually
You're a Christian Arab.
I'm
Okay.
actually
So let me educate you on your religion.
No. You
Yeah,
don't
the
interrupt
Bible
me.
was written in
No,
Koine
I'm
Greek,
sorry.
the New
You cannot
Testament.
interrupt me like this because,
No.
again, I do the same thing. If I do the same thing, it's not going to end up
Well,
well.
you can look at me and I'll
Now,
stop interrupting.
Here's the thing. The problem is that the reason why I'm speaking about Al-Quran Al-Kareem, and I'm going back that far, is because the anti-Israel people go back that far and erase any presence of any Jewish presence in the land. Now, he himself, as an American, as whatever it is, he himself is doing this. If the Arab Muslims, who are pro-Palestinians, heard him saying all these things, they're gonna attack him and they're gonna criticize him. So that's why when this video will be uploaded, I'm actually going to just put it in all the social media of the Arab Palestinians, and they're gonna do the job, not me.
No,
Now
please
the thing
do.
is that if you go and after you claim about the Bible, about the Old Testament, and about the Quran Al-Kareem, then you go and dig into archaeology. You know, in Judea and Samaria, what today is known as the West Bank by the colonist name, which gave by the Jordanians. What's so amazing is that if you go to Susia, for instance, in the West Bank, you will go into ancient Susia and you will find a whole mountain, that proves to you that Jews lived there in their houses and their workshops and all that. You know what you will not find? You will not find at that time, any present to Arab Muslim Palestinian. The reason why you will not find is because I asked this guy what happened in the 7th century. And the reason why I asked this guy what happened in the 7th century is that
I'm sure a lot of things happened in the 7th century.
In the 7th century, well,
It's
significant.
like 100 years.
Significant,
A lot of stuff could happen.
which is the birth of Islam. And after Islam was created and came, and obviously Prophet Muhammad started his da'wah and with all his followers, they started their conquest and conquered the Middle East. The Middle East was Arabized. The Middle East was never an Arab.
Are you
territory.
searching for Muslim sympathy when you murder Muslims? You're an Arab who murders Muslims for Israel.
I'm not searching for sympathy. What I'm actually
just trying to clarify your point.
I'm happy that you're clarifying. What I'm actually searching is for the truth and the reality. And the truth and the reality is that it doesn't matter how much I will tell you. It doesn't matter how much I'm going to say the truth and the facts. It doesn't matter how much I'm going to show you.
Can you just bring up a point that matters to our topic?
For now.
I mean, just do me one favor.
For now, the topic is how actually the anti-Israel, pro-Palestinians go further back in history to prove a point. But when an Israeli wants to do that and go back further back in the history and say, "Oh, what were you doing? You're detouring. You're not talking to the same thing." So let's move on. After we present.
He's going off the rails right now.
Okay, let me go off the rails. After we presented the history, which in the Quran Al-Kareem, zero mention of Jerusalem.
Are you on a TV show right now?
And zero, yes.
Like, are you doing like a commercial or something?
Zero mention of the Quran. And zero mention of the Quran. Zero mention of Jerusalem.
Bro, you got to polish your shit before you get in the base.
Right.
Bro, I mean, all right, so check this out.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to wrap up. Are you wrapped up?
No, we're not wrapping up. Hold on.
I'm going to wrap it up.
So I do an infomercial. Hi, my name's Matt Murphy, and I'm sitting here with Yoseph, who killed his own people in the IDF. And he's trying to defend his point by talking about the Quran and using the religion of the people he murders to justify his position.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to wrap up like the statements. Please don't interrupt him. I don't care what he says, and you're going to do the same for him. Complete silence. 2 minutes starting now.
Can
Go
you
for it.
At least look at me?
Now, here's the thing. No,
hang on. He has his 2 minutes.
I'm finishing on
You can do your commercial after we debate.
You can do your commercial after we.
Okay.
So here's the thing. After I spoke actually about the history, because the history was very important to the context of it, to see that if you go and tackle religions, and then you find out that they're saying that Palestine existed for thousands of years. That is the problem. This guy is saying, and that's my premise. When we talk that Israel is not put up on a stolen land, this guy actually presents that Palestine been existed for 2,000 and 3,000 years.
Okay,
but the simple fact is that
can you play a game with me here? Can you play a game with me here?
Honestly,
when Columbus,
this is your 2 minutes. By the way, please.
When Columbus,
this is my 2 minutes.
Please don't talk. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then you're gonna get 2 minutes.
No. I want my 2 minutes, and then he can talk 2 minutes. I have my 2 minutes.
This is your final.
Are you in
charge
or is he in charge?
All right, you do your
who's in charge of this
statement,
debate?
and then do your final statements.
Okay, he wants
So,
to go first.
basically-
All right.
No.
So basically,
Look at me. Look
so
at me.
basically-
All right,
basically-
guys, stop interrupting each other. Let
So
him have his
ba-
2 minutes.
So basically, when I went back is because when the Palestinians present their case, they call we are in this land for thousands of years, claiming that they are in this land for thousands of years, and that's why I set up all this, and that's why I talk about the Quran and the Bible and the Old Testament and about the archaeology that happens in the land of Israel.
Yeah.
It's because the Palestinians are claiming it's been there. We've been there for 2,000 years, 3,000 years.
Well, those
Yet
churches
the
have been
Arab-
there for thousands
yet
of
the Arab-
years. Those
yet the
mosques have been
Arab
there for thousands of
Palestinian
years.
Muslims-
You
The
said
synagogues.
you're going to keep it until then.
Yet
Please
the,
let
yet
him
the
keep
Arab,
Exactly.
yet
I
the
don't live
Arab,
there.
yet the Arab Palestinian Muslims was not even created until 1964. Let alone talk about Arab majority of Arab presence in the Middle East. Here it is.
Okay.
Egypt was an Arab state. Lebanon was an Arab state. Iraq was an Arab state. Syria was an Arab state. All those.
You're
were
getting
not-
Hold that
fact checked.
Hold that thought, please.
Yeah,
Please
sorry.
hold that thought.
Fact-
so we can,
fact check me, I love
okay,
that.
go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're going to have your retort.
Everything you say just gets
Now-
contradicted. It's,
Perfect.
It's kind of a
All right,
joke.
now, saying all this, the fact that there is no presence of Palestinians comes this. This is really interesting. Palestinians like to present this coin, for instance.
I feel like it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
So
you need
this-
yarn and
this
a
coin.
cigarette.
Now,
Yeah.
what's so interesting about this coin? You will see Palestine, right?
Yeah.
And you will see in Arabic written Palestine, and in Hebrew written Palestina. And in contrast, it's written Aleph Yud. Aleph Yud means Eretz Israel. This coin is not a Palestinian Arab Muslim coin. This coin is by the British mandate, and that's why you have Hebrew. And in between those, you have Eretz Israel, the land of Israel.
Yeah.
If this is your way to show that Palestine existed before Israel, then you're making a huge mistake.
Well, no one's.
Look at this.
You're going to have
look at
time.
this.
You're going to have time.
This
You're
is
saying
another.
that,
This is
not
another.
me.
No, I'm not saying that. The
You
pro-Palestinians
just
are saying that.
Say that.
No, no.
Yeah.
You go and
Yeah.
check. By the way, here's another fact check. Go check
You,
that the
you have
Palestinians are actually
refuted
using
nothing
this.
I said.
Now, here's another
You're
thing.
showing pictures.
And here's another thing. Here's another way to talk about, to show that Palestinian existed before Israel. And they say, look at this. This image is from 19, I believe.
Welcome
before
to
the
another
30s.
episode of Irrelevant
Now-
Arguments with Yusuf.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Israel, Palestine, that's what they present to you. And you're going to see Israel, Palestine, and you're going to say, wait. Before 1948, there was a football match between Palestine and Israel, and you want to tell me Israel is not occupying? Well, here's the thing. If you come closer to it, you will find that Australia playing against Palestine, and the sign on the T-shirt is the Maccabi sign, a Jewish symbol. The whole, every player played there. Their names is, watch this. Here's their names. Gelderman, Menachem, Ginsburg, Werner, Nurfield. Yep.
Show it the camera.
I
Show it
feel-
the camera.
See?
I feel
So-
more
no,
retarded
I don't care
after
about you, man.
listening
I'm
to
caring
you.
about actually the people who's watching this because they want to know all this. Okay? So
This doesn't
now,
mean
now
anything.
that we put this and this, watch this. People will tell you, oh, have you heard about the Philharmonic, Palestinian Philharmonic? No, guys, it's not the Palestinian Philharmonic. It's actually the Jewish one.
Why are you
But it's
shaking so
everybody.
much?
But everybody's actually saying Palestinians because that's what they refer to that land. Here is the Palestinian Airways that everybody keeps like to talk about. The Palestine existed because there's Palestinian Airways. You know what they're not reading to you in Hebrew?
No one
In
says
Hebrew,
any of
they're
this.
saying,
Let him
"Ila
finish,
Bnei
let him finish."
Israel ba'am." It's an Israeli
You're making up your
air-
own arguments.
airplane. Another thing. is,
I should have
look at
brought
this.
pictures,
The Palestine
like a
Post.
coloring
Watch
book
this.
for you.
The Palestine Post. Anyone who says the Palestine Post existed before the state of Israel will say, you know what? Here's another thing.
What's your
That's
favorite
actu-
flavor of
that is
crayon?
actually, a piece of newspaper that shows that Palestine existed. Now, why he's mocking and why he's laughing? Because
Yeah.
he knows that talking about this doesn't serve their cause.
That's David
Now,
Ben Gurion, the
here's the-
atheist who founded
Now,
Israel in
here's the thing.
1948.
The bottom line.
He didn't believe in God.
The bottom.
Let him finish, please.
The bottom line.
yeah.
goes
Fact,
like-
you can Google it.
The bottom line goes like this. You know,
Ben
when you
Gurion was
have-
a self-proclaimed
when you have
atheist.
a lot of activists,
Mhm.
anti-Israeli people, time after time telling you there is no presence of Jewish or Israelis or no presence of Jewish back dated thousands of years ago. No. He will tell you that Palestine existed, and he will tell you that the Arabs existed, but none of them will refer to this. Yeah, none of them will talk about this.
The
But if
white
you want,
Jews.
but if you want to send the white
Finish
Jews,
up your
the white
point.
yeah,
Jews,
Finish up
converted.
your
and here I'm
point.
finished.
Hang on, let
And
him
if you
finish
want
his
to
point.
send the white Jews,
The white Jews.
back
yeah.
to
That's
Europe,
who Israel is,
then
mostly
send,
90%. Yeah.
send the
White
Arabs,
Jews from Europe.
Send the Arabs that I'm part of, by the way.
Yeah, you
send
kill
them
your
to
own
Egypt.
people, man. That's kind of I don't know how you
because Al-Masri, you can send him to Egypt. Why is he in Palestine? Send Al-Baghdadi to Iraq. Why is he in Palestine?
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to retort. Please don't interrupt him.
So I'm going to give you a history lesson really quickly.
And even though from all the occupied territories to the Israeli territory.
So you work for white Jews or the synagogue.
I got your point.
Okay.
By the way, it's funny because 60 to 70% of the Israelis are not even white.
Well,
they're not even white.
They are. They're from
70% of the Israelis are not white.
Every prime minister of Israel has had to change his.
It'll come up.
Every prime minister of Israel has had to change their last name to sound Jewish. Look me in the eye, and I'm going to fucking give it to you.
Give it to me, baby.
I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you nice and hard.
Harry, give it to me, baby. Come on.
You want to cheer me on?
Yes. Give it to me, please.
All right, so check this out, buddy. Okay, so Judaism was not around during the time of Jesus.
Talk about the fact. That you want to send all the Arabs back to the Arab countries, no?
What?
But you don't want to send them back to the Arab countries?
Oh, man.
Wait, were you sending the Jews back?
Could you let him make his point? Let him make his final point, please.
I'm going to do exactly what he did.
I haven't even talked about it.
But I want to talk about it. So you're sending the Jews. Are you sending the Arabs as well?
You have just ruined your reputation in 20
That's fine.
minutes.
I'm not doing that. You actually ruined your reputation because you look hideous.
Look at your picture, bro.
Please tell me. You're sending the Jews home. Are you sending also the Arabs home?
Man, I think all the Arabs need to go back to the Middle East too, because Jews sent them over here.
No. Yeah. But they're not from the Middle East. The Arabs from the Arabs in the Middle East came from the Arab Peninsula, Habib Albi.
Oh man.
So you want to go back? You want to bring them back?
Brother,
do you want to bring them back?
Okay, so the
wait,
answer.
Hold on. So you're saying, just out of curiosity, you're saying that the Arabs from
I'll let
2,000
you go on
years
a
ago
picture
were there?
show rant and an infomercial.
I'm asking you a question. Arabs were there from 2,000 years ago?
I think that all the Muslims
mass immigrated,
but sent here by the Jews, by Hayas, and by different Zionist orgs, need to go back home. I'm all for Muslim immigrants who come over here the right way and go through the legal process. I love my Muslim buddies.
I'm speaking about the Muslims who live in Israel.
You don't. What's that?
Do you want to send them back to Egypt?
No, I want to send all the fake Jews back to Europe.
And what about
solve all the world problems?
And what about the Arabs who came from Egypt and Jordan and Iraq and Syria? You say, okay, let them stay there.
What about them? They're Arabs. They're fine. They're not the ones killing people and doing genocide trying to create some little synagogue of
the Arabs who are actually from Egypt and from Iraq and from Syria.
What's this have to do with anything that we're talking about right now?
Because they are
the white Jews came in with Lord Rothschild and a British mandate and stole land and murdered people and created Israel. And you're their little Toby, puts a lotion on his skin and fights for them. You're their cannon fodder.
Yes, listen, I'm asking you a simple question.
You're a Hasbara campaign failure.
Is the Arabs who are not indigenous to the land should go back to where they came from?
I'm not talking about that.
I'm asking you. You're saying the Jews.
I'm trying to stay on topic.
Should the Arabs who are not indigenous to the land go back from where they come?
Can I finish a 2-minute
point? I'm asking you a very simple question. Should the Arabs? Oh, now I can do.
I don't care about the Arabs.
You don't care about the Arabs?
Well, I was talking about the topic.
So if you don't care about the Arabs, then the Jews can stay where they are. You don't care about the Arabs.
Guys. It's his closing statement. Please let him make his closing statement. Thank you.
So my closing statement is that Jews are full of shit, and their religion was created.
Wait, but I don't understand.
Should the
Arabs say? Oh, how does it feel, Habib Albi? Wait, give me the popcorn. I'll eat while you're doing it.
Okay, good. If you keep popcorn in your mouth, so you shut the fuck up. All right. So, dude. All right. So, look, here's the deal, man. Nobody knows what happened to the ancient Israelites, right? And, you have a better chance of being... No.
I'm trying to understand.
You just don't want to hear about how Jews stole land because you know I'm going to be right. And they're going to be upset with you about how bad you felt on this. You're going to get a talk by your Jewish handler about how bad this went.
How do you feel when someone interrupts you every 2 seconds? Great, right?
But if you stayed on topic and you didn't do infomercials and you looked me in the eyes.
So I'm going to ask you again. Is the Arabs?
Dude, you've lost this
I'm fine. I'm lost. So answer me this question: should the Arabs go back from where they originally are?
I don't care about the Arabs.
So you don't care about the Arabs.
I care about the fake Jews.
If you don't care about the Arabs, then the Jews can be wherever they want.
Guys, I need him to. I'm going to give you 1 minute to make your closing statement.
I get 2 minutes because he won't shut up.
Please don't interrupt him. Please don't interrupt him. Thank you.
So. No one knows who the ancient Israelites are today. That's a fact.
But you know who's the ancient Palestinians, right?
Keep interrupting him,
they
and we're never going to
there
finish
when the white
episode.
Jews showed up.
Please, let him finish the episode.
So
take your Nazi hero. You knew
he loves to kill his own people.
With Hajj al-Amin Hussein.
Murdering Muslims for the Jews. He's just not going to shut up.
Here we go.
Yosef, please, you got. Please.
It's just embarrassing what you're doing right now.
Let him finish his
point. With all due respect, here's what's going to happen.
Are you a man or
I'm going to tell you
a little bitch?
he's been doing
Which
this
one?
for the entire debate. Now it's my time to do it
But-
because I'm going to show you.
Actually, I'll let you rant.
But I stopped him from talking so
Yeah.
you could talk. So let's
Yeah,
let him.
I'll let
bit
you
how it
talk.
feels.
I'll let you talk.
Please.
Wait, hold on. So what should the Arab go back from where they are?
I'm not talking about
Ah,
that.
okay.
I want to
So-
stay on
so-
topic. You don't get to
stop
change the
being
topic of the
anti- stop being
conversation.
neo-Nazi. Let's go.
No, neo-Nazi.
I know that you hate the
I'm
Jews.
an anti-Semite.
I
I'm a neo-Nazi.
I understand that you hate the
I
Jews.
hate fake Jews. I love real
really,
Jews.
I really
Yeah.
understand that
And most
because
of
they
most of Israel's fake
probably
Jews
some of
who
you,
converted to
you're
Judaism
jealous of them
between
or
the 10th to
jealous of what
14th
they're
century
doing.
or the
I
8th to 9th
understand
century.
that.
They're
It's
Khazars.
fine. It's fine. I get it. I
He
get
just
it.
doesn't
But
shut
the problem is that when a neo-Nazi speaks,
Yeah.
he needs to shut up,
Bro,
and I'm gonna shut you up.
Like,
That's it.
Your
Okay,
buddies
listen,
in the IDF
listen,
are going to be
listen,
very
listen.
upset.
Well,
wait,
yeah.
hey,
Now I'm
shut
looking
up,
in the eye.
shut up,
No, look me in
everyone.
the eyes. 'cause
Shut
they're-
up,
One day I'm
shut
gonna
up,
kill you.
shut up, shut up, shut the fuck up. Please make your statement, please. Thank you.
Yeah. So look, here's the deal. You worked for
Wait,
fake
hold on.
Jews. You worked for
This
fake
is really
Jews,
good.
right?
Dude, you guys,
And,
I'm going to wrap up this episode without you guys having your
So-
final statements.
All right,
Please make your
yeah,
final
all right,
statement,
all right.
please. Thank you.
So
Do we have butter?
Dude, you keep interrupting him, Yusef. Please, please. No. I'm serious.
you're
Shut
acting
up,
like
dude.
a
Let him
child,
fucking
man.
finish his
You're
statement.
acting like a child.
Acting exactly like you.
I didn't act like that. You're just embarrassing yourself. So anyway, so when you were in the IDF, you were fighting for a secular state created by Satanists and people who immigrated to, occupied, excuse me, is a better word, Palestine from Europe and from SARS. Hold up.
Don't care about the Arabs.
Okay, so let me
you don't
get
care
this straight.
about
So
that, but
before
yeah.
the fake Jews showed
care
up,
about the Jews.
no, before the fake Jews
hate
showed up,
Jews.
there were mosques, there were churches, there were synagogues
churches, and
all
there's
over
still mosques.
Palestine, and Christians, Muslims,
In
and
fact,
Jews.
more mosques now in Israel than it was before Israel.
All right,
Brother,
let's wrap up this
it-
episode.
you know,
There's no
yeah,
respect here.
yeah.
There's no respect here. I
Yeah.
wish you guys would shake hands, and I know you won't, but
No, I
let's
ain't
wrap
shaking
up
your
this
hand.
episode.
I don't shake hands with the devil, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Yes, please. Why we are committing genocide?
Okay, so my thought was, you said earlier that you were a commander in the IDF, right?
Yes.
So you initiated bombs being dropped. You would approve them, right?
Well, back when I was in the IDF in 2006.
Okay.
I'm not active since 2006. In fact, I was injured in the Second Lebanon War, and immediately
Yeah, I saw that.
went to rehabilitation for about a year, and then just continue with my life.
So,
But if you're asking about if I authorized, and this is a good, because the other guy who whatever he said, you saw, he just came to like spit things and say like if I say one word, oh, you dumb kids, you kill babies or whatever it is. To give you an understanding of how I actually took those decisions as a commander, okay? So basically, and how I also took other decisions not to drop, okay? So one of the occasions that I know very well and remember very well is that we had 3 terrorists hiding in a house, okay? Near that house, there was a family there. And we had to actually take in consideration whether this bomb can hurt the house that next to it. So we took down by 50% the explosives in order not to hit that house.
but that's not what's happening now.
Hold on. I'm just telling you what I did, and then we'll ask about what's happening, and we'll talk about what's happening. Now, in that, doing so, we did not actually manage to eliminate the target. Obviously, we did not hit and targeted or wounded any of the families who are next to the house. But because of the reduction of explosives, we couldn't actually eliminate very dangerous terrorists. That one side of the story. The second side of the story that I actually saw in my own eyes in the Khilavir is the Israeli Air Force. I saw in my own eyes a commander of a drone cancel an attack because they saw a bunch of kids near that terrorist. Despite the fact that this terrorist is not the senior, but he's quite there. So then I say in the world, people are coming and say to me, and that was, by the way, during the Gaza war, literally about a year and a half ago, something like this. Now I come here and I see Americans telling me that Israel is committing a genocide, okay? And I'm looking at the simple fact of what's happening in the Middle East and what's happening in Israel, okay? And the way it's happening in the Middle East is that far more people are being killed, but nobody's speaking about them. And where you have the IDF, who is actually his job to defend the state of Israel from attackers, from terrorists like Hamas, doing absolutely everything, including harming themselves. One of the chief staffs of the IDF, his name is Benny Gantz. He said, look, I actually put in danger Israeli soldiers not to harm Palestinians.
Right, but what's happening right now with like lavender and those types of tools, there's not enough oversight. These decisions are being made. There's too many decisions being made in such a short amount of time. There's not meaningful oversight of who's getting bombed. And well, it can't be.
So here's the thing: we have targets, but the thing is,
they're coming in so fast, though. It's been stated that there can't be enough oversight to actually make those decisions without making mistakes.
Based on that, if your intent is to kill the terrorists and not targeting the kids and the women, but that is, then with all due respect, is not a genocide. We're not.
But that is the intent,
here's the thing.
though,
if Hamas
because they're targeting them when they get home to their families.
All right.
And I know you've gone down I heard you talk about the tunnels. They go home and they go under the tunnels. But the goal, right, is they go home to their families, where their babies and their toddlers and their grandparents, because they're all living together. Then they get bombed through this system.
Who's bombed? Like, who is getting bombed? A terrorist?
Low-level
Hamas
operatives, yes. And then also their family members.
So let me tell you this in my perspective, okay?
But what do you think? Do you agree with that, though?
So here, I'm actually going to tell you that. And I'm going to be straightforward with you. No bullshit, okay? When we have terrorist organizations coming to kill both Israelis, Arabs, and Jews, because that's what Hamas did, do you think I care? I, as a civilian who lives in Israel, who knows that Hamas charter is, I want the destruction of all Israel. And they're working on it. And they're claiming, we want the 7th of October again and again and again and again. Do you think that I, as an Israeli citizen, whether I'm a Jew or an Arab, who's like, okay, you know what, I'm going to wait for that terrorist, to come and kill me, or I can come and eliminate him. But the fact is that you're talking about when they go with their families. You know, they build tunnels. Every house also have tunnels. Why they never use those tunnels to save innocent people or save their people in a shelter? Why the only one who are using those tunnels are the terrorist organizations? Why not the people? You know that they dug over 300 kilometers of tunnels. Couldn't they put the civilians in those tunnels and actually save them from the bombings?
Well, back to what you said about October 7th, something that I think about as an American, right, is you've said multiple times over this debate that you feel like Israel's a strategic asset for the United States. We need them for the information that they can provide the U.S.
Yeah.
But as we've talked about earlier, October 7th was a major, would you call it like an
failure?
Failure? Right, but like how did that happen? And if that's capable of happening a couple of years ago, how are they an asset to the United States as far as intel?
So here's the thing. Anyone who thinks about intel knows that it's not 100%.
But they were warned, though.
But that's the thing. We for sure need to understand what happened the 7th of October. 1,000,000,000%, and we don't know now. Why? First of all, we have a lot of interior political issues that we need to figure out. But most importantly, we are in a war. We're in a war with the IRGC. We're in a war in Lebanon. We are in a war in Gaza. We are in a war with the Yemenis. We're in a war. But you would think that
would be the most important thing to figure out is the intel failure that led to such an atrocity, right?
For sure. Absolutely. And some of them has been done, yet probably they will publish it, and they're waiting for what is the committee to assemble. But this is not the point. You're talking to me about the fact that there's an intelligent failure. You're not talking to me about the fact that they got up 6:30 a.m. and went to kill us. So hold on. So what you're saying to me is, I am going to...
No, we know. We know Hamas is a terrorist organization.
No, apparently not, because in the U.S. people are...
That.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing.
I don't think people in the U.S. are saying that. I actually think that some maybe. Some maybe. Okay, some maybe. That's not what anybody in this room has said, though.
When you have in your streets... Hamas's flags, and when they are chanting,
nobody has said that here. I haven't said that.
That's fine,
but can we focus? Hold on, because I never said Hamas isn't a terrorist organization.
But here's the thing: when you're saying Hamas is not a terrorist organization,
I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying when you're saying that Hamas is a terrorist organization, yet you put all the accountability on Israel. That's a problem.
Why?
Because Hamas stood up one morning and said, I'm going to go inside and kill Israelis. Because the Israelis fucked up.
Organization.
Because the Israelis fucked up, we're going to blame Israel.
Well, there's a lot of different, like, if talking about
a lot of different
up.
what?
Well, you got to think. I mean,
Hamas. So now you said Hamas. You said Hamas. Wait, hold on. You said Hamas is an Israeli terrorist organization?
no,
Sorry. I thought you said they're terrorist. Like
no, I didn't
scratch
say
it.
that.
My bad. I thought I heard that you're saying that
No.
Israel is created like Hamas, and Hamas is like an Israeli
Well,
proxy.
I mean, what do you think about the comments that Bibi Netanyahu has made? Well, actually, I mean, I know what I think about them, about bolstering Hamas. That's essential for the existence of, to prevent the Palestinians from coming together.
So it's actually Smotrich who said that, not Benjamin Netanyahu, and I actually don't agree with that.
I don't know that that's true. I think Bibi Netanyahu did said in order to.
No, Smotrich specifically said we need Hamas. Hamas is good in order for us to like tackle the Palestinians. I don't agree with that, and I'm allowed also not to agree with that, and I'm allowed to criticize them. Further than that, I'll tell you.
But funding
I'm actually
them.
I'm actually against the fact that Israel allowed those huge money cases to go in.
Okay.
I'm actually furious about that, and if I have the power to change it, I absolutely will change it. I will not. What do you mean we'll change it? Now it's not happening because of whatever everything is happening. But I mean that the people are accountable. The people who did that, I'm telling you 100%. I am so mad. But here's the thing: if we didn't do that, then you're gonna find they're gonna find a different excuse and say, you see, here's Qatar is willing to give millions of dollars to Hamas in order for them to build Gaza and to make Gaza better. And then what happened is that Hamas takes those money, and what they do, they build more tunnels. And they build more ammunition and more missiles. And here's the thing, Israel is not even in Gaza. We get out in Gaza in 2005, 2006, 2007. So here's, to wrap it and then give you your statement. Hamas attacked Israel. You blame Israel for the failure in the intelligence. This is not, I'm not going to agree to that. Sorry. This is your premise, fine. My premise is like this. If a terrorist organization woke up one day and said, I'm going to plan a massacre of Israelis.
You know that they're a terrorist organization, though. So to try to say, like, well, we're expecting ethics and morals
I'm speaking
from a
now.
terrorist
I'm right now. I'm not.
organization, though, you know?
Of course not.
Yeah.
But the problem is to give them how do you go, like a pass card is also not okay.
Oh, I didn't give them a pass card.
When you actually put full responsibility on Israel, then you are.
Well,
What is the
no.
responsibility of Hamas?
But you
Let's
have-
talk about it.
Okay, but
they
we
got up in the
tried to-
morning.
but
They got
we
up in the
tri-
morning.
we
and they
tried,
killed
though.
Israelis.
Okay, but what is happening right now in Gaza?
Hamas is
You've
still
been-
there.
Right, but you have been pretty like vocal and emotional about the 1,200 Israelis that were killed on October 7th.
And you want to say
Now,
about the 70,000?
Well, of course
What's
I
the
want to say
proportion?
about the 70,000.
What is
The proportion doesn't
What's the
matter.
proportion? What's the proportion does not matter, right? So this is
The
exactly. Nobody's talking about numbers.
Well, you have talked about numbers.
I talked about numbers to
I
prove it.
disagree
I talk about
disagree
it.
that gives. Okay, but here's what I'm saying.
Why? If
1,200.
we want to kill all the Palestinians, that's what people saying. Are you saying that or no? Just to understand. We don't want to kill the Palestinians.
I think that there has been intention to kill
All the
Palestinians. Not, I didn't say all of Palestinians.
Okay, who just few Palestinians?
I'm talking about what we just referenced a minute ago, like the systems like Lavender bombing families. The entire premises of that system is that when these low-level Hamas operatives go home, they kill the whole family.
Those low-level operatives of Hamas are the one who killed. So with all due respect,
I'm not-
you can't tell
but
an
you're
Israeli.
but the
those
Israelis are killing the
low level Israelis never targeted a kid. Never, ever. We did not target kids.
When you
And by the way,
target a
when you
low-level
target-
Hamas
when you-
operative when they
when
go
you
home to their
target-
families,
when
you
you
are
target-
targeting children.
when you target when you're targeting a
But
terrorist,
you are targeting their
when you target a
children
terrorist,
too. When they get home to their
This is a
children
terrorist.
and you bomb their
Welcome
home,
to the
it
Middle
doesn't
East.
matter.
A terrorist is a
Welcome to the Middle
terrorist.
East. That's crazy.
Exactly.
These are babies.
Wait, hold on.
1,000 infants, 5,000 toddlers.
And your blame is in Israel, not Hamas? Really?
No, no,
Really? So
no.
wait, hold on. They use them as human shields. They build tunnels
That's not
under
what
their
I'm
houses.
talking about right now.
And
I'm
you-
talking
and you
about the
actually
system
saying Israel
Lavender
and not
that
actually-
when they get home to their
Oh,
families,
wait,
you bomb
wait,
their
so-
families.
so-
You keep leaving
I
that topic.
don't understand.
but
You are
keep
actually
leaving
giving
the
an excuse to
topic.
Hamas. They're
That's
going to
not
their
what I
families.
said. You're
If you're a terrorist and you know that you're going to be
you're making
targeted,
that up.
why you're
You're
going to your
gaslighting.
family? If
You're
I'm a terrorist and I know that I'm a target, do you think I would put my family in jeopardy?
You know that their families.
I
That's what I'm
will
saying. You
never,
know that
ever
their
do that.
children
I
are
will
at
never
home.
ever do that. That's the thing.
You know that their
Look,
children are at
you have-
home. Their babies and their toddlers, their kids are
Yes.
at home.
And they can
the
go-
system,
and they can go
they
for
have the
2 years under the
technology-
tunnels to
They
fight.
have the technology to strike these individuals without striking and killing their entire family or their bloodline.
And we've done that many
and you
times.
Also, many times, you also many times targeted their families.
Great, targeted terrorists.
Families.
Targeted terrorists, not the families. The fact that the families were there.
You know the system I'm referring to, and you know, not unfortunately,
this is a war.
That's the goal.
What do you think it is a war? Listen,
I think the goal of war is killing civilians.
We don't know, but the
no,
war,
I don't,
the target
I don't agree
of
with
course
that.
not. It's not killing civilians, but it's exactly what
the system. When I
brought Dresden as an example, Dresden in World War II as an example, how many civilians were killed there?
I'm talking about Lavender.
Please.
No.
How many civilians were killed in World War II?
I want you to stay focused on what I am talking about.
And I want you to actually
talking
tell
about
me
Lavender, the system that Israel is
killed
using
in any war?
right now. They're targeting the families.
We're not
that
targeting.
Is what
we're
I'm
targeting
saying.
terrorists. We're not targeting families. Otherwise,
when the system is designed to bomb a home, where you know that the children.
So I'm asking you this: why they know? So why they know? Why they know where we were targeting? How do they know that they film?
The system
How do you know what to film?
The goal of, you can Google it, you can look up fact. The system itself is designed to bomb low-level Hamas operatives when they get home to their families.
The system designed
Daddy's
to attack
home.
terrorists
When they're with their kids.
And if it's terrorists,
do it when they're out and about.
Listen,
I don't know what to tell you.
Think war is.
Striking.
This is war. With all due respect, listen, I'm not going to apologize. Listen, I'm not going to apologize.
In war, you think
civilians unfortunately die. But if you target them, that's the problem.
You are targeting them. Y'all are targeting them. You are.
Well, you all not. When we target Hamas terrorists, and if they in the area where it's a residential area, they brought themselves. This is in a war.
Wow.
So if you. What do you mean why?
You have the systems to control the striking. The
so
entire objective of the system.
Everything Israel. What is Hamas?
Yes.
What is Hamas's responsibility?
We just talked about the 1,200 casualties.
What's their responsibility towards Gaza, towards their own people?
Okay, well, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about the fact that Israel was authorizing payments to bolster Hamas up to $30 million a month.
So Israel is the one who offered them the money, not Qatar.
Qatar offered the money, but Israel gave the green light, and we can Google that right now. Not just the green light, supported it.
You don't have to Google it. I'm actually agreeing with you. But if we didn't give the money to Hamas, you would say, look at the Israelis. They're not giving the money to Hamas.
Would Hamas be as bolstered without Israel? I couldn't support Hamas as much as Israel supports Hamas. Israel supports Hamas way more than anybody in the United States could.
But Israel did not elect Hamas. It was the people of Gaza who elected Hamas, 80% of them.
But Israel was funding the terrorist organization through Qatar.
Qatar who funded Hamas.
Yes.
Israel approved that
approved
in order for them to bring that money for the Palestinians.
That's right.
But because Hamas used it for whatever they want, but not for the people, you don't hold them accountable. You're speaking about Israel. Talk about Hamas. Are you kidding me?
So because the terrorist organization did not provide food and humanitarian aid for the people
controlling Gaza.
Right, but would they have as much control without all of this funding?
What do we do if we don't give them the funding?
There might have been a solution for the Palestinian people. They were coming together, and they were coming together. They didn't want it. Bibi did not want it, amongst other That's true.
You're the only one. Listen, you're the only one. I actually. And I've said
I'm the only one that you had hope for.
No, not the hope. Not the hope. Anyone who is here debating me, he's already been made in his mind.
No,
your mind
you've
is
minimized
set.
us over and over. You keep talking about the West, and
I'll explain to you
you
why.
people,
because you have no idea what's going on in the Middle East.
You people, us,
do you understand?
we're funding.
Do you understand?
Oh, I'm paying attention because my tax dollars are funding.
Your tax dollars are going back to the
to stay in the military-industrial complex, where $1 million in funding actually only provides 3 or 4 jobs for the American people.
This is fine, but the fact is that
did you hear what I just
creates jobs.
No, barely any. If I invested $1 million in the United States of America,
90% of the inflation. Make sure that America uses.
Can I finish this for just a second?
Same.
If we invested my tax dollars into it,
not for free,
into healthcare, into agriculture, we would have more jobs created than investing in a military-industrial complex that's just making the billionaires richer.
So you're putting the agriculture.
It doesn't help me at all. It doesn't help me at all.
What is the?
You said that.
What's the official? Hold on.
No, you put it back on Israel, and you said, "Oh yes, okay, but it's going back into your economy because we're funding your military-industrial complex."
So I'm asking you: do you think what you're giving us is like a charity?
No, I'm saying to you, I
Hold
have
on, so it's
every
not a
right
charity.
as an American citizen
course.
to criticize the 1948 nation of Israel.
You can
the decisions.
criticize- you
Well,
can
no, but we
criticize whatever you
can't
want.
because
But I'm saying that
because
when
of
you
the
criticize-
Israeli lobby in the United States is actually attempting to censor Americans.
Oh my
from,
God! You
it's
don't want
the
to know. You
truth.
don't want to know
Oh, yeah,
how much they're
signing
trying
into
to censor
laws-
me.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So listen,
signing
we're
into
gonna go.
laws, signing into laws where we cannot
it's fine.
criticize a country
I'm
that is
criticized as well.
receiving the majority.
Just the way that you're criticized, I'm criticized as well. I'm asking you a very simple question. What is Hamas' responsibility? If we didn't give them money...
going back to
Of
that.
course I'm going to keep going
But
back.
I'm going to
because
keep going
in
back to
Israel.
this. I'm going to keep going back to this.
And that is-
Israel funded
exactly.
Hamas. We're going to...
Israel did not fund
okay.
Hamas.
Okay, but you
Can-
know what
can-
I'm...
can we
Yeah,
find-
Google it. Actually, read the nuance as well. The nuance is they approved the payments through Qatar. That's
so
the
Israel didn't.
nuance.
So Qatar funded Hamas.
Yes, but the
What did
the
you want Israel to do?
higher-ups in the IDF
What did you want Israel to do?
green light.
A green light to do what?
You
Not to
didn't
fund?
want the Palestinians
Hold on.
to rise up
Not
and
the Palestinians.
overthrow the government. So
Ah,
they said, let's get
okay.
Hamas bolstered up so we can prevent that from happening. Bibi Netanyahu said it himself.
So okay, so let's go with that premise. This is Israel.
Okay.
Let's talk now about Hamas. Can we?
We're
Or you
just-
don't
we're
want to talk
talking
about Hamas?
I do. I've already stated they're a
So-
terrorist
no, no, no.
organization.
You're saying they're
I've
Israel,
stated
but you have
that
zero accountability
Israel
for them. What are they
through Qatar
accountable for
funded
Gaza
them.
who are got actually elected by got
I
actually
know
elected
that they're
by Hamas?
terrorists. I agree with you on
That's
that.
fine. But what do you talk about the fact that they were elected in Gaza?
I think that
So you're saying to me that a terrorist organization got elected in Gaza by the people of the
I don't
of
think
Gaza?
it started out that way. I think it got more extreme over time. I do.
So in 2007 it wasn't extreme?
I think it's been extreme.
You know.
I think it's been extreme
No,
for
no,
a
no,
long
I'm
time.
speaking
I
about
think it
Hamas.
continues to get more extreme.
Okay, so just to give you a reference, in 2007 when Hamas came to
but
power,
here's
they throw
the-
their
the
rivals.
point-
They throw the
But
rivals
the
from the
point that
rooftop.
we're trying
The
to
point
make
that we're trying
in
to
this
make,
debate is are Israel's actions
the
considered
point- the
genocide?
point- and the
I keep going back to the one
absolutely
thing that you refuse to acknowledge
is that we are
there's
attacking a terrorist
intentional
organization.
targets of civilians. You refuse
Where
to
is
acknowledge
where is your fact that we intentionally targeted
Can we Google
civilians?
it? Daddy's home lavender.
Intentionally.
It'll
Bob.
pop up. But what I like to do is I like to give you guys 2 minutes to
Okay.
do closing statements. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, please.
No, you go first.
Ladies first, I insist. Let me
I
be a
insist.
gentleman after six
I
people that
insist.
that we had almost a fight here.
No, I insist.
ahead,
no, you
please.
go first.
Do you want to play rock scissors? Paper?
The rock paper scissors.
Well, ready? Let's do it for fun.
Real quick one.
Let's do it for
No,
fun.
no.
You don't
no.
want to do
Let's-
rock,
You
paper,
really want me to
scissors?
go?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen. Look, I understand actually your frustration, but a lot of it is based on ignorance. Seriously, allow me. I'm actually trying somehow to be respectful. So let me have it, please. Okay. A lot of what you're talking about and what you're saying is because you're not actually on the ground to see what's going on. You're not on the social media, in the Arab social media as well. If, for instance, Israel did not allow the Qatari money to go to Hamas and to go to Gaza, the backlash that would have been is unprecedented. If you ask me personally, I wouldn't give a dime. Absolutely, I wouldn't give a dime. I would go and I would fight Hamas and I would destroy them with everything I have. Absolutely. Is that a criticism? If you listen or read my Hebrew comments, which I criticize the government, you would exactly see this. Why I'm telling you all this? Because I do agree that we should have destroyed Hamas way before. But the fact is that your whole accountability goes to Israel and zero accountability to the people who elected Hamas, put them in power, and then those who were in power throw their rivals from the rooftop. And then when Hamas got the money, instead of putting it on infrastructure, on the people, on maybe building shelters, housing, they went and took all that money and built terror tunnels and ammunitions and missiles and used it against Israel. And when Israel decided to step up and defend itself, oh, it's genocide. And then by every definition of every single genocide definition, when you see that Israel have tried this, knocking on the roof before exploding, how many times we have images of Gazans waiting for the strike? Why? If Israel wants to kill people and intentionally targeting civilians, intentionally targeting kids, intentionally target women, why do we notify them before we target the house? Does that happen all the time? Of course not. But at the same time, it does happen. We do a lot of the times notify them before we strike. You see all the Palestinians ready with their phones. Why is that? Because the IDF calls them. Beside calling them, the IDF knocks on the roof. Beside knocking on the roof, the IDF sometimes cancel operations. Those things happening, those are facts, and I don't care how much your feeling goes about it. Those are facts. And for those reasons, for those facts that the IDF is doing time after time after time, and the fact that Hamas embedded himself in civilian population, and Hamas used them as human shields. And you know, what's also so nice is that after this video comes with the editing that they're gonna do, I'm gonna add my own editing to the things that I say. When I say, for instance, Hamas or the Palestinians are actually crying, get out of the populated area. Yahya Sinwar, the terrorist, the big rat terrorist, was asked in a conference, when are you gonna get your stuff out of the populated area? And he said, well, we're working on it, but it's still there. Knowingly that he's putting all his people in jeopardy. So now I'm going to tell you me, as Yusuf, just as Yusuf by myself. Let's say I engaged in a illegal activity or terrorism or whatever it is. And I know very well that if I go to my house, and in my house there's a family, okay, my family, I know that I'm putting him in jeopardy. I know that I'm putting them as a target. And therefore, if I am doing illegal activity or if I am encountering any terrorism, I would never ever put my family. I would stay in my house, but I will send my family somewhere else. I don't care where, but not. If I can't send them somewhere else, I will not be with them. I'll be as far as possible for them because I know that I'm a target. So with all due respect, if the Palestinians are starting to saying that, and they had enough with that, and if we're doing all this, and with all that, you're still calling the IDF an army that is committing genocide, yeah? Then you got it wrong. You got it wrong by the definition. You got it wrong on the field. You got all your facts wrong. And this is something that you want to continue with. That's fine. But I, as an Israeli, I know the truth, and that's why I will keep fighting for my country.
Go for it.
Okay, so just to start, I appreciate, like, you have your own perspective, right? I have my own perspective.
Absolutely.
Your lived experiences don't negate mine or make me ignorant just because you've had these experiences, right?
You didn't say that.
But that's the intent. You actually have
No,
implied
I
multiple
didn't
times. It's
say
okay.
that.
Can I finish? I didn't interrupt you one time.
Yeah, you're good. You're right.
You've made multiple comments over the span of this afternoon insulting Westerners, insulting you people. Yes,
those
you
who
have.
Are those, no,
I share this.
Let her finish.
Wait, but just don't generalize, please. I did not insult Westerns. I insulted
you generalized.
anti-Israel Westerns.
You generalized.
So
you said you people in the West. That's what you said. But you said you people in the West would not understand the anti-Israel people.
So
you're losing support.
Let me clarify.
Let her finish her thought, please.
I was silent while you spoke.
Let her finish her thoughts.
I'm telling you that if you got that from me, I apologize.
It's just what you said. I'm quoting you.
I'm actually clarifying this.
Okay.
If anybody thinks that I meant the West, what I meant is the West who actually terror supporters and anti-Israel and claiming that Israel is committing genocide.
Like conflating terrorist supporters and being anti-Israel, you can't do that. They're two different things. Terrorist supporters versus being anti the 1948 nation of Israel. As an American taxpayer, I pay attention. It's important to say that because anyway,
when is the
I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, being against Israel does not make you a terrorist empathizer. And attempting to conflate the two actually shuts down any argument that is valid about some of the decisions that Israel is making. In the United States, criticizing Israel can be considered by definition anti-Semitism. You want to know why anti-Israel...
Anti-Semitism because people are attacking Jews, not attacking Israel.
Could she just finish
honestly,
her thought,
please?
You can't keep interrupting her, and because she could do the same thing to you. So please finish your thought.
Being anti-Israel and having complaints and discussions and disagreements about the decisions of that government while my tax dollars, I work really hard. My money going to support these things that I don't agree with some of the things like lavender. I don't agree with that. I have a problem with that. But criticizing that being considered anti-Semitism to the point where you can be deplatformed on social media, if you want to know why people are getting more and more enraged and more irritated in the West about Israel, it is because of these things. We're being silenced by our own government due to the merging of our government with Israel, the merging of our military.
You got to bring your mic to your lips.
People are saying, like, do you know how many times I got blocked in social media, and I had to like find a way to get back again because they silenced me. Do you know how many times that
But,
my videos,
but the times are turning. Things are shifting.
No,
they are. Yes, they are.
It's not about this. The thing
People
is,
in power want.
Wait, so you want me? So you're okay with me being silenced?
I didn't say that.
You're saying things are shifting, so I didn't understand. What do you meant?
I didn't mean. No, I didn't say I'm okay with you being silenced. I'm talking about censorship and criticisms around Israel right now. I'm saying criticisms around Israel right now. That type of conversation that's happening, that dialogue, is being censored online. Over the last year and a half, it is just absolutely blown up exponentially.
My experience is the opposite. Any content that I tried or any pro-Israeli tried to do got minimum exposure, by the way. And it's funny because
I've looked at your account. You seem like you have a lot of exposure.
Trust me, I had way more. I got cut by half, by the way, and even more. Cut by half and even more.
Okay.
But this is not.
But my point is, what I was trying to get at. I just want to finish. I just want to finish what I was trying to say.
Let her finish your point, please.
What I'm trying to say is this notion that the West, people in the West, are just ignorant. We don't understand. We have no idea what's going on. We can read, and we have reading comprehension. We look into the policies, the documents. We don't like what we're seeing. We don't believe a blank check should be written to a foreign nation. How does that support me and my family? How does that support?
What's a blank check?
How does that support me and my family? The future generations. Let me finish.
You're not getting bombed. What are you talking about?
The future generations of my family. How does funding Israel support the longevity and the success of my individual families? I know what you're probably going to say.
No.
You're going to say the intel and all of these things.
I actually that's the explanation. But what I want to do.
I want you to make your final points. By the way, we're going to wrap this up.
Okay. But I just want to tell you that I actually on this agree with you.
Okay. Well, I mean, the reality is you did say earlier that Native Americans, if they could have, they would have taken back over. They would have taken back over, but Israel can. Israel can. But you guys, you can because of the American taxpayer.
Stop assuming what I said.
I listened to you and actually wrote down exactly what you said.
And if I want to clarify, I'm allowed to clarify.
Sure, but I did write down what you said.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. Now, okay, I want to cut that funding. I don't want it anymore. And I think that I don't want anything to do with the United States. I think you guys are going in a bad direction. And the fact is,
most of the people in this room would agree with you.
It's fine. You're going guys in a bad direction, but not what you think. Okay? I think that the bottom line is that Israel cannot be at this situation, at this point, an ally with the United States. I do believe that. And I do believe that we should cut all the fundings. I do believe that.
We are your biggest ally. It doesn't happen. Nothing.
I understand. Wait, I understand. But the problem is that the way the United States is heading, you're not only not going to be our biggest ally, but you guys are going to be a really bad influence the way we're going. And
because Israel actually has been upgraded to a critical. He's interrupted me. I've been silent. I can't even finish a thought because he keeps interrupting me. No.
But I mean,
it's ridiculous. I've been super respectful, and you had an excuse with pretty much any other person because they interrupted you. I haven't.
It's fine. I actually just want to say to you, I want to be with you. I want to be front with you, and I want to say I agree with you. We should cut ties. Now, here's the thing.
The thing is, Israel can't cut ties with the United States. That's the whole platform. Is America, like they can keep doing the war with Iran, but we're kind of stepping back and we're out of this. That's BS, right? We just merged our military with Israel. We just merged our military so we can just give you blank checks whenever you guys need it. The funding just is going to continue to flow now.
And in fact, there's a lot of things that we wrote and we paid for ammunitions and that it's a fact.
I don't think that's true. Let's fact check that. I don't think that you paid for our ammunition.
We can fact check that. But my point is like this. Okay, I really believe that. I said that before. I love America. Okay, I really truly love America. And when I grew up as a kid, I idolized America up until America started shifting in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And I really hope somehow the great people of this country who built that country from even the Civil War up until today, I really hope that those people will wake up and see that they're being occupied from within inside.
We are absolutely being occupied by Israel. Yes,
no,
AIPAC.
Yes. I promise you.
No, we are by AIPAC. Look into the funding. Look into the funding of our politicians. You guys spent $30,000.
You understand how much Qatar are investing in the academy in America?
Excuse me, $30 million to unseat Thomas Massey in Kentucky. You guys are totally invested in occupying America. American politics.
Look,
yeah, I've been respectful, but at this point, I have to interrupt to get my point across.
Don't say a word. I need you to, I'm giving you a minute.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. To say that the United States is not occupied by Israel is insane. AIPAC is heavily invested in our politics, actually trying to sway elections in favor. So there's not even a single candidate. So there's not even a single candidate that won't vote in favor of Israeli interest. You all spent $30 million to unseat Thomas Massey in Kentucky. Right. It's that big of a threat to you guys to have one single politician who's not absolutely.
And just out of curiosity, when you just balance this between Israel and Qatar,
I didn't balance it. You brought up Qatar. I'm talking about Israel.
Well, I'm asking.
You said we're occupied. You said we're occupied, and I'm telling you we are occupied by Israel. And then you said to me, "Oh, we're a great ally to the United States." No, you're not. Critical espionage threat from the Pentagon literally last month. You guys are our allies spying on our military operatives.
That's out of curiosity.
Okay.
When you come,
I'm done talking, actually.
When you come,
yeah, we're gonna wrap up this episode. Could you guys shake hands or not shake hands?
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So let's start with the prompt is Israel is not committing genocide in Gaza. It is fighting a defensive war against Hamas. So rock and roll.
Perfect. First of all, let's
What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Hopefully.
too. Let's start off. Hopefully it's crazy.
And remember, you got to be close to the microphones. Yep, there you go.
Let's start off by defining our words.
Yes, please.
Hopefully we can come to an agreement. Genocide is defined as the following acts committed with the intent to destroy an ethnic, racial, national group in part in whole, such as killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to the group, creating conditions of life meant to cause the destruction of the group in part or in whole, preventing birth, and forcefully transferring children from one population to another. Now I'm going to ask you, Yosef, has any members of the Israeli Knesset made a single genocidal statement since the 7th of October?
They're quite members of the Israeli parliament who made stupid
my question was not about stupidity. It was about genocidal.
The answer is yes. Yeah.
So
some of the members who actually were on the record absolutely said stupid stuff.
Not stupid.
But no one. What do you mean?
You're saying stupid. My question was about genocidal statements, not stupid statements. Can you say that members
they're
of the...
stupid because they were never implemented.
Don't
Never. Because any politician can say whatever they want.
Why are you panicking? My question
Dude, if you say I'm panicking, I'm not actually panicking.
And
if you're
speaking over
me, I'm not going to be
speaking over me.
It doesn't matter.
Don't talk over each other.
You're speaking over me. I asked a direct question and you're answering a different question.
I've answered it and I said...
You're saying they made stupid statements.
Statements,
My question is, have they made genocidal statements?
They're stupid statements.
Not stupid,
the genocidal statements that they said, they are stupid.
So they have made genocidal statements.
As I said, some of them, yes, and they are stupid. But how many of Hamas said that?
Why are you moving the goal? We're not talking
I
about Hamas.
am not moving because we're talking about Hamas.
Quoque fallacy. We're not talking about Hamas.
But I don't understand why. You always talk about Israel. Let's talk about Hamas.
This prompt has nothing to do with Hamas. Read the prompt. Read the prompt. Does it mention Hamas?
It's fighting a defensive war against Hamas.
Yeah, it's not saying Hamas commits a genocide. Hamas has genocidal rhetoric.
All of Israel, and you expect some people in Israel not to talk like this. Of course you have some of them. But the question is, were it implemented on the ground? And the answer is no.
They're not implementing against the ground. Israel has not violated Article 2C of the Genocide Convention.
Not at all. Not even that.
What's Article 2C?
No,
you said no. You said no. You
of
said
course
no.
no.
What's Article 2C?
Okay.
What's Article 2C?
I'm happy that you asked this question. I'm telling you no because of the simple fact that I know that Israel is not committing genocide.
So what's Article 2C? What's Article 2C? You're saying they did not violate Article 2C. What's Article 2C?
Because it's not genocide.
What's Article 2C?
I never read it. But
you never read it? You never read the Genocide Convention. You're coming here to talk to me about the genocide, but you've never read the Genocide Convention?
And that's the thing. You want to say that Israel committed genocide? Go ahead, say Israel committed genocide as much as you want. On the ground, it doesn't say that. It doesn't show that.
So,
because of the fact is that you still have 2 million. You know what is genocide, by the way?
Yes, I defined it for you.
Not in definition. On the ground. Not with the academic words. On the ground.
So you don't want to talk about academics. You want to talk about rhetoric and emotion.
No, not emotions. Facts. Facts is like this.
Let's talk about facts.
During
is death count mentioned once in the Genocide Convention? Is population decrease mentioned once in the Genocide Convention? Is civilian to combatant ratio mentioned once in the Genocide Convention?
No, but targeting civilians to eliminate a group of people is mentioned, and Israel is not doing it.
Yeah, my argument revolves around Article 2C.
And I'm still telling you, it's not.
All the three things that you talk about facts have nothing to do with the Genocide Convention. So let's stick with the facts.
You can't actually call that a genocide when on the ground background. Israel is not targeting the group of people in order to wipe the group of people. Otherwise, Israel would have wiped the whole group of people.
Give him 20 seconds.
It's creating conditions of life meant to destroy the group in part or in whole, a violation of the Genocide Convention. Yes or no?
Sorry, again? Sorry, again.
Is creating a condition of life intended to destroy a group in part or in whole a violation of Article 2C of the Genocide Convention?
Answer the question. You're asking me a question. Answer, and I'll tell you in a second what my opinion is on it.
You don't know. It's yes, right? So I'm going to ask you, what are the requirements? What are the necessities for a society to survive independently?
Okay.
What are they?
Well, basically not to have a terrorist organization rule them.
It's
literally what it is. Because the Palestinians, if they didn't have,
if you're not going to answer, I'm going to answer.
If they had actually not a terrorist organization running, they have food. They had food before the 7th of October.
But do they have food? Look,
they have food now.
Look, you just conceded. You said they had food. This is a concession, Habibi. So Habibi,
it's not a concession. They had food before the 7th of October.
You didn't answer my question.
You're talking about it's the largest prison there. Israel is committing
genocide. You just interrupt. I don't care about your rhetoric.
The problem
your
is
rhetoric, Maxing. I don't care about your rhetoric.
The problem is that you are focusing time after time on the fact that Israel is defending itself, and that is the second premise of this motion, which Israel is fighting a defensive war against Hamas.
It's a false dichotomy. Your prompt is literally a false dichotomy. It can be a war and a genocide at the same time.
When Hamas,
like the Bosnian genocide.
Yes, but
it was a war and a genocide at the same time.
But there's no war. But there's no genocide in Gaza for the simple reason that the fact is that there's no genocide in Gaza for the simple fact is that Israel entered aid to Gaza, and I saw it in my own eyes. 600 trucks every day. If we want to commit genocide, and if we actually want to commit it, we don't get them aid. Point.
So
that's it.
That's not how genocide works.
That's number.
Okay, I'll let you go.
First of all, give me to finish, and then you tell me if it's genocide.
I defined the whole thing. I read from Article 2A to 2E.
And that's fine. And I'm now telling you.
Remember
and I'm telling you right now that when I see on the ground, you're telling me article, you're telling me I read this. You read that, great for you. I was in Gaza. And
I've been to Gaza too. We both been to Gaza.
Then you're lying, and I'm saying the truth. That's it.
Who's lying?
If you say that if you were in Gaza, actually,
I was in
you
Gaza
would know.
In 2021. Yes, I've been there.
I was in Gaza in 2023 and 2025 and 2025.
As a militant. And if you came as a militant, you know.
I was actually in Gaza in 2023 as a journalist. Now, here's the thing. The way I say it like this, I entered through the IDF and not through Hamas. Yes, I wasn't Al Jazeera journalist, if you ask me.
No. Al Jazeera,
of course,
so scary.
And they're not scary.
Al Jazeera, killed no people. The IDF kills thousands, but Al Jazeera is the big scary one.
Yeah, hold on.
We should be so scared of Al Jazeera and not the IDF, right?
No. Be scared. Don't be scared of Al Jazeera.
No, I'm scared of Al Jazeera. They killed 0 people, but the IDF killed thousands of people. But no, I have to be scared of Al Jazeera. I'm actually shaking when you say Al Jazeera.
Oh my God! I know that you're not shaking from those who lies day after day. But it's not my argument. My argument is like this. Go back second to genocide. The genocide says like this: if Israel is attacking to kill the Palestinians and to genocide them, to just murder them, why didn't kill them 2 million and we're done with it? We are attacking a group of people. Now, you're bringing me this article. Answer me this question.
Okay.
Why we haven't killed 2 million Gazans?
Because that's not the requirement needed.
Okay. Why haven't we killed 1 million?
Wait, he asked the question. I answer, you interrupt. Control yourself. Shh, calm down. Mm-hmm. Killing 1 million or 2 million people is not required to meet the Genocide Convention.
Great.
They can kill. In the Bosnian genocide, for example, how many Bosnians were killed? Take a wild guess. Go ahead. 7,000. 7,000.
Okay.
Not 2 million. Not the whole Bosnian population. 7,000.
Give me one place where Israel targeted deliberately civilians.
My argument revolved around Article 2C, which is creating conditions of life which can destroy the population in part or in whole. When they bomb 403 out of the 564 schools, that's an example.
You mean the under schools that used by Hamas as a terror base? It does matter.
No.
A terror base, you cannot.
No. The burden of proof is on you. He's interrupting
we have to put it. We proved it.
Control yourself.
30 seconds. Let him
control yourself. Stop panicking.
Not only actually, I'm not panicking.
You're talking over me.
We proved that.
You did not prove that.
Of course we proved that. Every UNRWA school had a tunnel of Hamas with.
Fact checks are against you, Habibi.
No, fact checks not against. We have them. By the way, can we fact check this? The UNRWA schools?
It hasn't popped up yet, but let him have 30 seconds. I'm going to do the same.
The burden of proof is to prove that all 403 of the schools that were bombed were used by Hamas as military bases. But even if, do you know the standard required to bomb a protected building under international law?
I know
you know?
exactly what it is.
So
for instance, just to clarify,
let me give an example.
When you attack a hospital,
Yeah.
if the hospital is used by Hamas, and even if the doctors know that Hamas is using it, it's a legitimate target.
No, false.
Could
No,
I,
hospitals-
the fact
hospitals
check,
have a
let me just read this fact check and then you can continue.
please.
So the speaker claims 403 schools were used by Hamas as military bases. It's contradicted. It's saying it's contradicted, but it's on the screen right there.
Nice try, Yusuf.
Anyway,
You
got 30 seconds and then you got.
What did you get? Fact check this one, please.
It's where did you?
What does it say?
Don't panic, Yusuf.
So available
Yusuf,
reporting
they don't agree.
supports.
The fact check don't agree with you.
Hang on.
Wait,
Let me read
saying
this.
don't
Let me read
panic,
this.
I'm
Let me
actually
read
not
this.
panicking.
Available reporting supports that Hamas has used some schools in Gaza for military purposes, but no sources found substantiates the specific figure of 403 schools. So again, it's one of those meet in the middle.
Thank you.
And one of those in the middle, you say.
So
Okay,
let
I
me
got
teach you about
so wait,
the protect-
one of
the
those
legal
middle,
yeah.
because I thought you were pretty much like start clapping to yourself and you say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you got me."
I did.
So
'Cause
one
you-
of those
'cause you,
middle,
you,
huh?
you made a specific claim that every single one is all 403 were used by Hamas.
because I know, and we will present.
I don't care
we
about your
will,
anecdote.
And you, by the way,
Now let
we
me
will-
teach
by
you
the
about the
way, I have
protective
pictures.
status
I
of
was in the
hospitals.
under school and I saw
Yeah.
actually the tunnels myself,
Yeah.
and I have a video.
Let me teach you about the protective status of hospitals, which is special under international law. The only time a hospital loses its protected status if it is no longer being used for medical reasons and being used specifically to attack an enemy. So if Hamas militants are in a hospital, but they're
By the way, which you say they're not, right? I
that's
believe.
not my claim. If Hamas militants are
But
in
what
a
do you say,
hospital,
by the way, on that?
stop interrupting me.
Is it or not?
Stop interrupting me.
I'm just asking.
Why
Is
are
it
you-
or not?
You this whole time you've interrupted every
can you just
sentence
tell
I've
me-
made.
can you just tell me
Not
if they
one
are-
time you've let me speak. So shush.
But can you tell me
shush.
if they are or not?
Shush.
Are they using
I'll
hospitals
answer
or not?
after. I'll answer after.
Are
Calm
they
down.
using or not? Just say yes or no.
Let me answer.
Are
So
they
stop
using the
talking.
hospitals or not?
Can I
Let
finish?
him have 30 seconds.
Yeah,
to
stop
actually
speaking.
make his
Control
point.
yourself. It's not that
It's
difficult.
just a simple question.
Stop
Yes or
talking.
no?
He said stop talking. You keep
You're
talking.
gonna have the time to
I
respond.
don't care about your
It's
talking.
just yes or no question.
I'm teaching you about the legality.
And I'm teaching
I'm
you
teaching
about
about the
saying yes or
legality
no.
of hospitals, and you're going, but Hamas.
It is.
You've called out to Hamas more than you called out to Jesus. Is Hamas your God? Oh, Hamas. Stop calling out
Hamas
to
is a
Hamas.
terrorist organization
Stop
that
calling
killed
out to Hamas.
1,200
We're talking about
Israelis, and you
the
never talk about it.
legality
Of
of
course we're going to
hospitals.
talk about Hamas.
We're talking about the
Hamas
legality
who
of
uses the
hospitals.
hospitals.
Can I respond? Fine. Like he
Go
just
for it,
cannot
please.
control
Please let
himself.
him respond.
Thank you. If Hamas militants are in a hospital, but they're not actively using it to attack the IDF, meaning if they are injured inside a hospital, it's still protected under
They're
international
actively
law.
using it. Can we check that, please?
You gotta let it pop up.
If they are just if they are in the hospital but not firing, it's protected. Only under specific circumstances are specific targeted strikes considered legal under international law on a hospital. It does not mean if they shoot from a hospital once, they can demolish the whole hospital. It doesn't mean if they shoot from a hospital once, 3 days later they can come and bomb it.
Where Israel demolished the whole hospital?
You don't believe that Israel has demolished the hospital?
we definitely attacked the terror base of Hamas inside the Shifa hospital and other hospitals. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm just going to read the fact check here. It says a hospital can lose its protected status under. Hang on, sorry. Hospital can lose its protected status only when it is used for military purposes, harmful to the enemy. Let me finish it. This matches the standard stated across the sources. Hospitals are protected under international humanitarian
They held
law.
hostages in the hospitals.
That's what I said.
They held
That's
hostages.
literally-
They
I-
have
I'm
literally.
the one who said it says supported.
Okay,
It
let's
agrees
do
with
this.
me.
Wrap up your statement and then
He can go. He can go.
Okay,
All right, go
perfect.
for it.
So here's the
2
thing.
minutes. You got 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. So here's the thing. This is amazing. So we got a person who's saying to me, you're saying Hamas like it's God. Comparing Hamas to God is something disgusting, by the way.
I agree. That's why you should stop calling upon them.
Now, why I calling up them because people
say Father, Jesus.
I thought,
let him
I
finish
thought
his
I'm
point.
interrupting you now. You're doing the same thing. Well, here we go. That's the hypocrisy of yours. Now,
You're strawmanning
you're-
me. So if you
you're-
strawman me,
you're-
I'm going to interrupt you.
That's fine.
Very
Now,
simple.
Great. Now, here's the thing. I will call Hamas because none of you are talking about them. I will talk about this terrorist organization because none of you seems to think
None
that
of your
they have.
prompts have anything to do with Hamas, whether they're terrorists or not.
Israel is fighting a defensive war against Hamas.
Yeah, yeah.
If we do not,
But this is a
if
false
we do not,
dichotomy.
if we do not call Hamas out, and if we do not allow the audience to understand exactly who the terrorist organization Hamas, then this defensive war against Hamas, we cannot actually explain it. Further than that, hold on. Further than that, you cannot actually explain the fact that Israel not only not committing genocide, but, and this is really interesting, take the whole war from the 1948 until today, and you will see far more Arabs were killed by Arabs, yet nobody called it genocide anywhere. But because it's Israel and it's the Jews, yeah, the immediate reaction is, you know what, it's a genocide. Arabs done way worse and nobody called it genocide.
He's rhetoric, man.
Arabs,
it has nothing to do with the genocide.
Arabs did.
That was 2 minutes.
Well, first of all, you disrupt me. I asked you.
You disrupt
I'm
me
going to
too.
give you
Now,
30 more
He
seconds.
made,
and
he
then
made
we're
a
going
point.
Thank you.
We're going to
Now,
go to final statements in a second. You got
now
30 seconds.
here's the thing. So Arabs killing more Arabs, yet this guy never accused Syria of committing genocide.
Who said
Never
so?
accused. Well, I'm sure if you
said-
I accuse Bashar Assad in genocide.
Of course.
What about this? How many protests you went and protest against Bashar al-Assad?
In
Plus
20
minus.
During the Arab
Yeah,
Spring
plus minus.
In 2011, one.
In 21. One. Just
one.
Well, small genocide.
Now ask me how many.
Wait,
Ask me how many I went to for Palestine.
Small genocide, right? Small genocide, right? That's only
it was a
one. That's
genocide,
what the small one, just one.
It was
Like
one.
only hundred thousands of people died, and one time you spoke
around
about it.
600,000 people were killed. In a civil war which
But 20,000
for
dead
14
terrorists. With another 15 dead Palestinians from natural reasons.
That's false.
And then
That's
and
false.
then another
an
and then,
Israeli
and then-
Israeli
and
source
then
which
another-
analyzed an Israeli
Just
source
don't tell
which
me how
I
Alex-
don't care. He's lying.
Don't tell me how
your
Alex-
An
finishing
Israeli
statements
source
soon.
which
Wow.
analyzed the death
Just
count
don't
found
tell me how
only
Alex-
2 people in the death count were from natural causes. An Israeli source
So
which
you wanna tell me
analyzed,
1,000
and I will pull
Hold
up
on,
the
hold
source
on.
for you.
Hold on.
An
Let me-
Israeli
hold
source
on.
which analyzed the
Hold
death
on.
count in Gaza
1,000 days.
found 2
1,000 days,
because
2
the death
people
count
died
does not,
from death,
because the death
natural
count does
causes.
not include natural
Wait,
causes.
hold
The
on.
death count does
So
not include natural causes.
Oh no, of course not.
Have you finished your point, by the
No,
way?
I
Because
know.
I'd like
Just
to go to
one-
final
you just saying
statements.
random shit. It
No,
doesn't
no.
even, it's
When
not
you
relevant.
interrupt, I'm gonna go back. Yes, it is because no charter or no details talked about exactly what it is because Hamas, in fact, by the way, they don't differentiate between kids.
They released 41,000 names, their ages, their gender, all the information.
I got you now.
An Israeli source.
Now I got their
And by
release
the
it.
way, the
So tell
Andrew
me
study,
something.
the Andrew study.
What is the age of kid until when?
Under 18.
Under 18. So if a terrorist at the age of 14 was killed, and he's a Hamas, and Hamas actually published his photo, do you put him as a kid or as a terrorist?
Terrorist at the age of 14? You're going to make the claim that all the 14-year-olds killed were
I
terrorists?
haven't said any claim. I asked you a simple question. Why do you claim something I didn't claim? I asked you a simple question. If there's a kid by the age of 14, and he is part of Hamas, and Hamas published that he was part of them,
Yeah.
is he a kid or a terrorist?
He's both a kid and a terrorist.
He's a kid and a terrorist. And in
Yes.
the list, where does he go?
It says he's in the list.
In
He's
the list,
killed.
where does he go? As a terrorist or as a kid?
As a person.
As a what? As a kid or as a terrorist?
As a person.
So basically what you're saying is that 75,000 dead Palestinians,
Yeah.
there's no differentiate between kid, women, elderly to terrorist, correct? So a woman can be a terrorist.
The
a
burden
man
of
can
proof
be,
is on you.
I asked you.
The
I asked,
burden of proof is
that's
on you.
fi-
You
that's-
have to prove that all the 14-year-olds are terrorists.
That is
You're
fine.
the one making the
That is fine. I'm
affirmative
asking you a
statement.
simple question.
You're making the affirmative
I'm asking
statement.
you a identity statement. I asked you a question. A woman.
You have to prove that they're terrorists,
but
not me.
that's
I don't
fine.
have to
I'm
prove
just
someone's
asking you
innocent.
a question.
You have to prove that the 14-year-olds
I
are terrorists.
am asking you a
have to
simple
prove that
question.
The 17-year-olds
Is
are
the
terrorists.
women- a
You
woman
have to
can be
prove
a
that
terrorist
the
and a woman-
21-year-old, the 30-year-old men, innocent men are terrorists. The burden of proof is on you to prove that out of the 41,000 names listed, that 20,000 of those men are terrorists.
Okay.
Not me. I don't have to
That's
prove their
fine.
innocence.
That's
Now-
fine. But I'm asking
now
you a
didn't-
simple
made a
question.
statement.
This
You've been
no,
talking for an hour asking me questions.
You
asking me
haven't
questions.
answered the question.
I've
Sorry.
answered your
All right.
question.
No, you haven't. No,
I've
you haven't.
What
answered
I'd
it.
No,
like
you
to do
haven't.
is let's get the final statements. You make your final statement.
Wait, he didn't answer.
incorporate-
He didn't answer the question.
Let-
I'm just
I answered it. I told you
I
it's
haven't-
not. It doesn't
I haven't-
separate.
I haven't
It's not
claimed- I haven't
differentiated.
claimed
They're
anything.
listed as
I just want to
people.
know something.
I answered it.
I just want to know based on your claim.
I told
If-
you.
Hold on. If a kid, let's say Hamas proved it. Hamas said that the Hamas put a photo of him.
The burden of proof is on you to prove that 20,000
that is fine.
Hamas
But I'm
members
telling
have
you,
been killed.
Hamas proved it
because,
already.
because we know the
That
IDF
is
has
fine.
lied
I'm
about
asking
the
your
death
opinion,
counts
but I'm
before of
asking your
militants.
opinion. If
In
Hamas
December of
uploaded-
2023, they were
I don't
proven
understand
to
it. I'm trying to ask you a question.
lie
Why
about
not
the
dodging
death
the question?
penalty.
Guys, stop.
No, wait. I do want. No. He's trying not to answer the question.
I'm
That's
gonna
why.
give you
I'm
30
answering. I
seconds.
answered all your questions.
You're not,
You
because
haven't answered
I
anything.
asked you-
I
I
asked you about
asked you
Article
a
2C.
fair-
I never read the Genocide Convention.
I
responded
asked
to
you
your
a very
points. You
simple
pivoted to
question.
Hamas,
A
Hamas, Hamas.
14-year-old kid that Hamas said that he's a terrorist, and in the UN charters was a kid. Is he a kid or terrorist?
It's both. It's both. You just made.
It's best to whom?
A
It's
kid
both-
can be a terrorist and a
It's
kid.
both to whom?
'Cause
In
what?
the list?
What?
In the list of
I already
the
told you. In the list, it doesn't differentiate. I already made
So
the
basically,
affirmative.
that's it.
I already told you. But the
So
issue
you
is
understand what
you
happened
have
here.
to
So
prove.
you understand what happened
You
here.
have to
So
prove
to the
that they
audience,
are.
to the audience, here's this. What you
To the
see
audience.
right now is very simple. When you go to the UN list, okay?
It's
and you
it's
see
the
that-
Ministry
and
of
you
Health
say-
list. You're
and
already
you say-
lying. You're already
and
lying.
you
It's
say
the
to me-
Ministry of Health list, not a UN list.
Oh, you mean the Ministry of Health is in Gaza that's
Yes.
controlled by Hamas?
Yes, and the,
Okay,
the
so
one,
if
the
you go-
same one.
so if
By
you
the way,
go-
the same one
if you
that had
go
the
to
exact same
okay.
death count as
Okay,
Israel in
okay, okay,
2014.
okay.
The exact same death count as Israel in 2021. Very similar death count.
So we're
The
talking about
same-
70
the same Ministry of Health.
Okay.
The same
So
Ministry
the same
of
Ministry
Stop
of
talking.
Health.
The
That's
same
what do you
Ministry
mean?
of
I
Health.
actually asked
the
the
same
question. I
Ministry
was
of
actually
Health
talking. You
that the
interrupted me.
USA considered reliable. The same Ministry of Health that Donald Trump
Great.
cites. The same Ministry of Health that
Still-
Joe Biden cites.
Fine.
The same Ministry of Health
Great,
that
great,
Netanyahu cites.
great. So
who are
basically-
you to say that Trump is an idiot for using the number? Joe Biden's an idiot for using
You're
the
an
number.
idiot for thinking that I'm saying that. I'm
Netanyahu's
saying
an idiot for
I'm
using
using the number.
They're all wrong. It's not reliable.
I'm
but
literally
Yoseph
using-
Haddad,
I'm
Yosef
literally
Haddad,
using
a
the
sellout
number.
to his own people.
Okay.
A guy whose father
Great.
doesn't agree with his actions.
Perfect.
Suddenly,
You're
he's
done.
the one who gets to make
Because
that perimeter
you're
statement
done.
on what's reliable
This
and
is
what's
one
not
of the
reliable.
techniques that they use.
But
They
go
say
ahead.
that I say what I didn't claim that I said. No, what I claimed that I say is that 75,000, that's what Hamas said. I'm going with it. I didn't say anything else. I'm going with the 75,000.
The
Total of
difference is you accept the 71,000 number. I dispute the IDF 21,000 numbers because in December of
that is
2023,
fine. I'm only asking
they
you
lied
a
about the
simple
total
question.
of militants killed. So I don't have to
75,000,
accept
that's
your
the-
number of
that's
20,000
fine.
militants.
This is not my question, and this is my claim. My claim is very simple. You said 75,000, and I said fine. Okay, I believe Hamas. You said that the Charters, Trump, Bibi, this, that. Great. Sababa, yalla. Okay. So 75, that's the number. I'm not even disputing the number. Did I dispute that even before in the other debate? No. Now, 75 is the number. I'm not going to dispute it. I want you, when you look at that number, 75, because I asked this guy here a very simple question. In that number, could be a 14-year-old kid, categorized only as a kid, and he can be a terrorist. His question, his answer was, doesn't matter, and then two things can be right. A terrorist and a kid by the age of 14.
So your
with all my
argument is
respect,
that-
yes, my argument is like this. With all due respect, if a 14-year-old kid is on the list and he's listed as a kid, but he's a terrorist, he is a terrorist, and it's good that we eliminated him.
Okay.
That is my claim.
You made your point. Final
So-
statements, please.
Yeah, so nothing you said is addressed in the Genocide Convention. You're talking about death counts, kids, all this bullshit. Here's the reality, because the facts don't care about your feelings, Yosef.
If, absolutely.
The
I hope
majority
that
of
you do
hospitals
that.
stop talking. 95% of agricultural land destroyed, not used by militants, and you would have to prove that it is. Water desalination plants destroyed by Israel. You would have to prove that Hamas used all of these desalination plants, which you can't. Shelter, homes. Netanyahu
Shelters? They don't have shelters.
Home.
They build only tunnels
Home.
for themselves.
Homes.
Homes? All the homes that they have
92%.
tunnels
Stop
inside of
talking.
them?
Stop.
I know,
I
the
didn't
truth
interrupt
hurts.
him.
Please
He
let him
has
finish
no
his statement.
self-control.
I know,
Maybe
the
that's how they
truth
are in
hurts you.
Israel, because they obviously don't have
By
self-control.
the way, I'm an Arab, so maybe you're
it
like
doesn't matter. Which is why
maybe you're like a
100%.
racist.
Which is why 100% of
against
Thai
me?
women who went to go work in Israel were
Doesn't
sexually
matter.
assaulted. But because you have no self-control.
Wait,
Clearly, you guys
what?
have no
Wait,
self-control.
Go ahead, say again.
So
then.
100% of Thai agricultural women who went to Israel in a study published by Times of Israel found that 100% of them, not 99, not 98, not 95, not 90, not 80, were sexually assaulted in Israel. So stop interrupting me.
Do you
Let
want
me
me
make
to
the
talk
final
about
point.
the sexual assault in
Let him
Egypt, in
just-
Lebanon, and in
By-
Syria?
by
Are you
the way,
kidding me? In
Please keep it
Iraq?
for your final statement.
We're not
kidding
talking,
me?
I'm not talking about Syria. Am I from Syria? Am I from Iraq? Are we talking
In
about
Palestine,
do any
in
of the prompts-
Gaza,
sir,
in the
sir,
West Bank? Do you know
sir,
what's going on
sir,
there?
Do any of the prompts
Let him
mention
just
Syria
finish
or
his
Iraq?
point, and then you'll have
Like,
the
why is he
time.
talking about Syria, Iraq?
Because you're attacking
Iran.
Israel,
Yeah,
Israel,
because
as
the
like,
topic's about Israel.
as
The
like, with
topic's
all
about
due
Israel.
respect,
The topic's about Israel. So
unfortunately,
stop panicking.
but no, it's
Stop
not about
panicking.
panicking. It's the fact about your obsession to the fact that
I'm
yes,
Palestinian
you have
from Gaza. Wow, I care.
You're
about
Palestinian
Israel.
from Gaza.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
Shocker.
that. Hold
Shocker.
on. And you're talking about sexual harassment?
Yes.
Dude, you guys born for sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's why you guys 100% of your Thai
Are you
women.
kidding me?
100%.
Oh my
Wait, if I
God.
pull you the study, let's
Oh
pull.
my
I want
God.
his live reaction to
Guys,
the study. I want your live
listen.
reaction.
Finish off what you're saying. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, and then you got 2 minutes. We got to
Read
wrap it
it.
up.
Can you read it? Are you gonna read it?
No.
Read it into the microphone.
I'm not gonna read it.
Oh,
You
here's
want to
your
read it
fact
into a
check.
microphone, please?
Let's read it. Israel, a new report reveals 100% of Thai agricultural workers were sexually assaulted. But we
Where-
have no self-control.
Can you fact check this?
Here, you can look at it yourself.
It's giving another one of those contradicted messages
Now-
where
You can look at the source yourself.
Well,
No.
And at
see the
home,
source.
for the people at home, I'll
Okay.
put the source up as well.
Right.
Well documented from last year. So don't talk
But
about
I didn't-
self-control.
wait,
You
Shush.
said we got to wrap this one up.
Shush.
Let him finish what he's
Stop
saying,
speaking.
please.
Control
Oh my
yourself,
God.
because obviously you can't.
Oh my God.
So I presented Israel violating Article 2C of the Genocide Convention by creating a condition of life which is unsustainable, which can lead to destruction in part or in whole of Gazan society by destroying schools, by destroying homes, which Netanyahu called for the destruction of civilian homes. In an interview, in a meeting with the chief of staff of the IDF, when he asked about why there is not how many targets there are, the chief of staff said, we do not have 5,000 targets. Netanyahu said, why? Just start bombing homes. This is Netanyahu, a little bit misquoted, but I can bring you the exact quote.
So obviously misquoted.
Here, I'll read you the exact quote. You want the exact quote?
No, 20 seconds. You got to wrap it up.
Okay, let's read the exact quote for you.
This is the last statement.
Why not 5,000? Said Netanyahu. The IDF chief of staff replies, we do not have 5,000 approved targets. Netanyahu then says, I am not interested in target. Take down their houses. Bomb them with everything you have. Calling for the destruction of civilian homes is a direct violation of Article 2C of the Genocide Convention, which would institute genocide. So I hate to break it to you, Yusuf. The facts don't agree with you. Just because only 75,000 Palestinians were killed is not evidence. Just because your ratio is 1 to 2, which is not accurate, by the way, it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. Ratio is not mentioned in the Genocide Convention. You talk about ratio. In Syria, in the war against ISIS, stop talking.
Let him please 5 seconds.
In Syria.
You got to wrap it up. 5 seconds. Just hang on.
Stop talking, dude. You've been talking for the last 4 minutes. No.
I'm going to give you all the time.
This شيء يعملها أبوك وأمك مش لإلي. Listen. Oh, you speak Arabic?
لمك.
Speak Arabic?
بحكي عربي.
بتحكي عربي?
بحكي عربي.
سكر تمك. You don't have like Gazan language.
سكر تمك.
How long have you been in Gaza?
سكر تمك.
When have you been in Gaza?
I wasn't born there. But I have the Hawiyya. I have the Hawiyya. I have the Hawiyya.
Wait, you have the Hawiyya?
I have the green Hawiyya.
Yeah.
I have the citizenship. I have the passport. And I've been there.
Can we please wrap it up?
So stop interviewing me. Stop interviewing me.
How many times have you been in Gaza?
3 times.
Stop
interviewing me.
When is the last time?
I know you're a fan, obviously.
I know.
Stop speaking.
When is the last time you were in Gaza?
Let me speak.
2021. 2021.
Yes, during COVID. And I did a COVID test in Gaza too.
And you were in one of those protests in the streets in Gaza?
No.
You were never?
No.
And
the protests were 2019. The Bidna Nation one or 2019?
No, the protests every day, by the way, but not every day, but the protests all the time.
Please, 1 sec. Wrap up your statement,
thank
please.
You. Calm down. If you want to get to know me, you can text me, okay? Very clear. He mentions about the civilian to combatant ratio in modern warfare. In Syria, in the war against ISIS, only 29% of the people killed were civilians. 28%, sorry. 28. Not 66, according to your number.
From the 600,000 dead?
No, in the war against ISIS, specifically.
In the war against ISIS.
Right?
Okay.
The war that lasted 5 years, 28% of the people killed were civilians.
Right.
So when he grants, when he grants that 66% of the people killed in Gaza are civilians, it doesn't mean anything. You're just blabbering on. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
That's fine. Now,
you got 2.5 minutes.
Thank you.
Please don't interrupt.
Finally, knowing that you are, I hadn't known that you're actually someone who consider yourself a Palestinian from Gaza. You're not a Palestinian from Gaza.
I'm Palestinian, and my family's from Gaza, and I don't
understand.
My citizenship says I'm from Gaza. My Palestinian passport says I'm from Gaza. Rafah specifically. Rafah specifically. So you can't say what I am and what I'm not.
Stop interrupting.
You're making a claim about me. I'm going to interrupt you. Very simple.
All right. In that case, well, then last time, then I interrupted you. Understand why? All right. So here's the thing.
I didn't make any claims about you.
Okay. So here's the thing. The bottom line is like this. We're talking about the idea of you bringing Israelis out of nowhere.
The topic is about Israel committing genocide. Of course, I'm going to talk about Israel. If the topic is about Israel committing genocide,
right,
you said I have no self-control. Your people, my workers. Who has no self-control? Don't insult me. I'm going to talk about your people. Look at her shaking her head in the back. You looked it up and found out it was right. Keep shaking your head. Exactly. And by the way, his father, who's a priest, doesn't approve of your marriage. Go ahead.
All right. So now here's the thing. This guy is talking about sexual harassment. When Hamas entered Israel and sexually harassed the Israeli women, I'm sure that this Palestinian here from Gaza will try as much as possible to hide it.
I condemn it. Upfront condemn it. All forms of sexual assault.
And when the Israeli hostages actually came and spoke about it, many of those Palestinians literally said that they are lying.
I condemn it. I condemn it. I don't deny sexual assault. It's
exactly the same thing. It's actually the same. Of course, I condemn any sexual
even by the
attack. Well, if they do, which we don't.
There's a whole UN paper. A whole UN paper about the IDF sexual assault.
So here's the thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
You're going to keep interrupting, and we're
I'm
not
going to
going to
interrupt. I'm going to give even
All right.
further. So we're not going to finish this. But that's the thing. Every time I will come and say a sentence, the most important thing for them is to add their own sentence to detour and not allow me. When I said Hamas, this is the reason. They don't want me to speak about Hamas. When I speak about Hamas murdering and killing, they don't want me to speak about it. He wants to speak about Israel. The obsession is about Israel because he doesn't want to talk about what the Palestinians are doing
Because
and
the
how.
prompt
Here we
is
go.
about Israel.
Here we go.
He's
See,
making
I
a
haven't
claim about me.
You spoke.
saying
I
I-
haven't
Let him
even.
finish
I
his
haven't
statement,
even
please.
finished saying the fact is that they don't want me to speak about the Palestinians
Speak
because
about
they know
Palestinians.
because of the see how we, well, it seems like you're on edge, Habibi. Calm down. Shway.
Please,
Calm down.
I'm calm.
Calm down.
You're sweating.
Yusuf,
I'm not
Yusuf,
sweating.
please
You
wrap
need
it
to
up
calm
and-
down.
I'm a person. I'm actually.
You cursed my mom
I'm
in Arabic.
actually-
Thought I wouldn't catch it.
I'm
You're the one
actually-
who needs to calm down.
Why I actually
Go
spoke with
ahead.
you in Arabic and I said ni'ak.
Go ahead.
Anyway, and the fact is that you are referring to my sweat. Dude, I'm a fucking Arab from the Middle East. What do you think?
I'm an
We
Arab
sweat.
from the Middle East.
Yeah, no,
But I'm
Habibi,
not
look at
sweating.
you.
Can we stay on topic and wrap up this?
I'm more
episode,
Arab
please?
than
You're more Swedish than
I'm
Swedish.
0% European,
Now,
by the way.
here's
0% European.
It's fine, but you look
You're
more
saying-
Swedish,
you're
dude.
saying I'm still Arab.
You
I'm
have
still
a-
Arab. You stop stuttering.
Look, we've departed the prompt. Could we return to the prompt, please? Thank
Okay.
you.
That's fine. Here's the thing, guys. As I said, watch time after time. Every time I come to speak about the Palestinians, they're gonna interrupt me. Why? Because they don't want to speak about the Palestinians and their atrocities that they commit, and the crimes that they commit, and the sexual harassment that they did. They will show you everything about Israel. They will talk to you about Israel. Now, here's the thing. Do I think Israel is a perfect country? Of course not. Just like the United States is not a perfect country. Just like any other country in the world, they are not perfect. I'll even do more than that. Does racism exist in Israel? Of course. Discrimination exists in Israel? Unfortunately, it is. Just like here in the United States, just like in Europe. But the obsession of people like anyone I'm debating right now.
It's not obsession. I came here to
The
talk
obs-
about
why
Israel. The
can't
prompts
you-
are about Israel. It's not obsession. They
Why
told me come
can't
debate
you
Israel
just
with this sellout.
shut
Okay,
up?
I'll come debate him.
Just-
It's about Israel. It's
All
not
right,
an
we
obsession.
got 30 seconds. I need
No,
you to wrap it up.
I got my minute back because he
All right,
interrupts me
1
time
minute,
after
and then
time.
we wrap it up. Please
Now,
don't
the
interrupt.
obsession-
You've made your point. Let him wrap it up, please.
No, the obsession is we're saying it right now. Obsession. I can play that game as well, Habibi. Now, here's the thing. When we speak in a debate like this about Israel and about Hamas, and every time I come to speak about Hamas and the Palestinians, we're speaking about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Now, if I come and speak about the Palestinians, he's going to go, oh, we'll speak about Israel. But if I say to him, okay, we spoke about Israel,
Prompt
let's speak
isn't
about Hamas.
Palestinians.
It is part of the prompt. Literally, Hamas is part of it. Now,
The topic isn't
now,
whether Hamas
the-
committed
the-
genocide
you
or not.
gotta
I
stop
think
it.
I think you made your
You
point.
gotta
You got to wrap it up. 30 seconds.
I gotta-
Literally
Hurry it
30
up, Yusuf,
seconds.
hurry it
Literally 30 seconds. Thank you.
So the bottom line is like this. You can say whatever you want. In the legal definition, when Israel drops leaflets, when Israel gives warning,
Irrelevant.
it's
Bosnian
the
genocide, they
most
gave
it's the most
The
relevant.
Rwandan
Stop
genocide, they gave
stop
warning. These are
interrupting.
irrelevant points.
Stop interrupting. And when Israel is actually time after time, even calling strikes when there are way more casualties than it should be if it's the target not in the senior target, and I saw it in my own eyes, I know that my country is not committing a genocide. But to wrap it up,
20
Anecdote.
seconds.
to-
20 seconds. We're wrapping
to
it
wrap
up.
it, to wrap it. Here's the thing. I know and I understand why you don't want to speak about Hamas. And in fact, I know you and I alike.
Write a prompt about Hamas. I'll
By
debate
the
Hamas
way,
with you.
just out of curiosity, before I finished the last debate, I asked the debater, what is Khaybar ya Yahud, Jaysh Muhammad Sawfa Ya'ud? Now I am sure that you know that. Of course. Can you just tell me why the Gazans are shouting Khaybar ya Yahud, Jaysh Muhammad Sawfa Ya'ud? And that's what they shouted even before the 7th
Could
of
you
October.
say what that means for the viewers?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I wanted
I'll
to
tell
say.
you. Khaybar is a Jewish tribe which made a deal with the early Muslims, which they violated. According to the treaty, if they violated it, they get killed. That's it, right? When they're saying Jaysh al-Muhammad Sawfa Ya'ud,
The army of?
the army of Muhammad is going to return.
To do
That's
what?
it. No. All it says is that's the whole thing.
Okay.
Jaysh al-Muhammad Sawfa Ya'ud. Translate it directly.
Oh.
The army of Muhammad
So
is
here's
going
your
to
problem.
return.
Here's your problem.
Very
to Western,
simple.
So here's your problem.
You
To
got
Western,
10 seconds.
10
We'll wrap it up,
seconds,
please.
Yusuf.
10
Come on.
seconds. Wrap it up,
to
please.
Western audience, it might work. Khaybar is the massacre that has been done to the Jews.
After
And
they,
when
sla-
they-
after they
and when-
slaughtered Muslims.
And when they say Khaybar Khaybar ya Yahud Jaysh Muhammad sawfa yaoud, it means that the army of Muhammad will come back
Done.
to
10
do
seconds.
Khaybar
Yusuf.
Khaybar, which is massacre the Jews, and I did it in 11
So when they
seconds.
chant death to Arabs.
Shake hands, guys. Shake hands. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You see, here's the difference.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Israel is not an apartheid state, and I, as an Arab, do not live in their apartheid regime.
All right.
All right.
So I'm a Palestinian-American, and I lived in the West Bank for some time.
Okay.
Before I migrated here about 25 years ago.
You born in West Bank?
I lived in Bethlehem. No, I was born outside
Where, if may I
in
ask?
Amman.
In Amman?
Yeah.
Jordan?
Yes.
Oh, Jordanian.
So I lived in Bethlehem, practiced as a dentist in Bethlehem as well.
Mm.
I treated Palestinians, Arabs, Jews, and Christians there.
Mhm.
I spent plenty of time there. I understand. So when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking as someone who lives far away.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand what's going on there.
Okay.
I did not know who you were.
Mhm.
When Sean asked me to come and attend this discussion, I had to research and ask. So I called a couple of my friends who live in Akka and Haifa, and I asked, who's Yoseph Haddad? What do you think they told me?
They told you that I am a wonderful person, I'm sure.
Absolutely not. The nicest thing they said, you're a barking dog. And then I was wondering about what Israelis would think of you and all that. So when I'm here, I'm talking.
What is the really you think they think of me?
A very important asset, a tool. At some point,
Talking
it will
Arab
expire.
probably, right?
Not
Ghavi
talking.
Mahmad kaze.
Not talking. Not talking. Tool.
Tool.
Very important tool.
Okay.
Very important asset because they have to present themselves to the world as a democracy.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Now, when we talk about apartheid, it's important, as you mentioned earlier, that we have to differentiate between the 4 areas that Palestinians live from the river to
Arab
the sea.
Israelis, yeah.
So we have the West Bank, we
True.
have Gaza,
Judea and Samaria.
we have
yeah.
Jerusalem, and then we have
True.
the 48.
Yep.
So each one of the
Israeli
Palestinian
Arabs and
community who
Gaza.
live there, they have a different situation.
Okay.
Absolutely, those who hold Israeli citizenship like yourself, they are not living in apartheid.
First of all, I appreciate you for telling that because Amnesty International, which considered to be one of the
Let me
largest,
continue.
yeah,
Let
yeah,
me
yeah,
con-
hold
no,
on.
no, let me
one of the
continue.
largest human rights organization, they claim that Israel is an apartheid from the river to the sea, and now we have an Arab who is
Let
a
me
Jordanian
finish. Let me-
Palestinian saying
me
that
finish,
Israel,
continue.
I'm not living under apartheid regime. This is really,
But
sorry,
you are
this
living
is really
in
important.
discrimination.
That's
You are living in a very
There is a discrimination. I
discriminative,
absolutely agree with you.
So
just like
what's the
there's
percentage
discrimination
of
in
Arabs-
America
what's
and in
the
Europe.
percentage- No, the percentage of Arabs with Israeli citizens.
21%.
Okay. Do you know how
from,
many bomb shelters are in Israel?
Yes,
How many?
thousands.
No, how many?
Accurate, no.
12,000.
Okay.
Okay. How many are associated? How many are assigned for Arab villages and
Okay.
Arab communities?
I'm sure you're going to tell me, and I have a very good.
Do you know or you don't know?
I honestly don't know the accurate
So you live in
number.
that
It's fine.
bubble. You don't understand that less than 0.3% of the shelters are dedicated for Arab communities.
Okay.
The Iron Dome, you know about it, right?
No, of course.
It does not protect Arab villages.
All right.
All right.
That's nonsense.
Protections. This is facts.
No,
These
it's
these
not
are
facts. You don't live with
This
me.
is-
I
these
was
are
actually
facts.
Nazareth was actually
These are facts.
a
We're
missile
talking
that was
about-
actually
we're talking
going
about
towards
facts.
Nazareth.
Listen,
No, you want facts?
sound-
I have the facts, Habibi. Iron Dome intercepted.
Two people talking
Iron
about
Dome
things
intercepted
that's experts,
under
experts
or
and
in my city, Nazareth.
experts
What are you
and-
talking about,
and
my brother?
scholars and scientists,
No,
they
Habibi.
said that.
You can
look it up.
You can say
look
whatever
it
you
up.
want to
All right,
scholars.
let-
I
let-
can
let's-
say what
could
I
I-
say on
could
my
I
own
pause
eyes.
you guys for a
The
sec
good thing
because
about the world that we're living
How long
nowadays,
is going to
the
continue
good
with the
thing,
nonsense?
the good thing that we live in a world that there is ChatGPT, there is Google.
Oh, ChatGPT
People
is a
will
really good
always-
reliable
people
source.
can always look it up and
course.
find out how horrible
You
your
know, I
lies
asked-
are and
you know,
fake.
could I just
Okay?
read this? It says this is regarding the comment about only 3% of shelters are dedicated to
Less
Arab
than
communities.
0.3%.
It was saying, less than 0.3%. It got it as 3%. So it was
no.
basing
Okay,
fact
but
check
this is
on that.
all right. Here's,
Now-
so here's
now,
here's,
so-
here's, here's my comment just on that. I do want to comment on that. Yes, I absolutely agree with you that when it comes to we're starting an agreement, and I thought we're gonna start differently. I actually agree with you when I say that Israel is not an apartheid state, and we need to focus
I did
on
not
the.
finish.
Sorry.
I did not finish.
That's fine.
So
When
we don't agree.
So we don't agree, but we
don't
don't agree in
Definitely.
general, but we do agree on the fact that the 2 million Arab who live in Israel are not living under apartheid regime.
They're not, but they're
Yeah,
living,
wait,
they're
living under
second-class
discrimination.
Do you mind if I
They're
read this fact check? Because this is the fact check about what you're saying. So only 37 of 11,775 public shelters in Israel are located in Arab municipalities, which is about 0.3% of the total.
Thank
so
you.
that's a
0.3%.
fact check.
All right.
So 30%,
So
37% of?
37 out of 11,775.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So these are facts.
Wait,
okay?
wait.
These
I'm
are-
with,
these are
I'm with
things-
you with the facts, but we
Okay.
have here a
So
talk.
let's talk more
don't
about.
Move, don't move, wait, you can't move to the next point without going to that point. This is like a dialogue now, not a debate, which I like. You said something about this. I actually want to clarify and to show the audience that when I have some criticism towards my country, I'm going to say it without any even shadow of doubt. So the fact is that we agreed that the 2 million Arabs who live in Israel are not living under apartheid regime. Do we live in, is there discrimination? Just like you have discrimination also in the
It's
United
not the
States.
same. No, it's
And
not.
hold on.
So
let-
I can
hold on,
sue
hold on.
my
I-
I
I-
can sue.
Just let me finish.
I was not done.
Hold on.
I
No,
was not.
the
You
point-
interrupted me.
No, it's a debate
Listen,
and it's
I
a
was-
talk, but
it's-
I'm going point by point. I'm going to finish the point that you said. I'm going to let you talk to the second point,
30
and then I'm going to
seconds,
say
just
that. Thank
do
you.
your statement,
So-
and then we'll give you time.
So part of the things that I'm trying to do, and I think we have a possibility to do that, is to change things within Israel, through politics, through actually activism, okay? Now, the fact is that I don't live under apartheid regime allows me not to be a victim, but actually to take the set of rules that I have in Israel and use it in order to make my
So
life better.
we have a
The problem is that in the last
the problem is the last
American
history.
Just a second. I don't
There's
care.
an analogy in
hold on.
American history.
I'm not talking
It's
about the analogy
called
of the American history. I'm talking about the Arab-Israeli history.
So because we're talking to American
No,
audience,
that's fine. That's fine.
we are-
I just want to finish that, and I'm gonna let you. I'm just finishing this
You're
point.
taking too long.
Not too long. You've been talking to me actually more than me since you started. But I'm just giving to your point. I do believe that we can have the possibility to change things. Just like if you give me this percentage of 1.3% and you say, oh my God, look, it's bad. At the same time, I can tell you, listen, we are 20% of the population, yet we are 50% of the pharmacists, 30% of the doctors in Israel. If Israel doesn't want that, we could have zero.
No,
it's Israel. Why?
needed. It's needed.
What do you mean it's needed?
It's needed. Labor is needed.
Listen,
Expertise are
everybody
needed.
thought that we needed laborers from West Bank. We don't have laborers
I'm
from the West
talking
Bank.
about
Everybody
it's
thought we get
easier
rid
to
of
have
them.
pharmacists from the same environment that you're living in than importing
But,
from outside.
but if it's an apartheid
have-
state that you
I
don't,
didn't
oh,
say
sorry,
apartheid.
if this is discrimination and if you don't give
You-
that,
listen,
and further
you
than that,
are the
and
house
further
slave.
and further
You know
than-
what that
I
is?
got a house
Yeah.
slave, great Arab token. I
You
don't
are-
care.
you are-
I'm asking you
I
to the
didn't say
fact.
token.
I'm asking you
You
to the
are
fact.
enjoying
I'm saying,
the
yalla, I'm
pleasures
Arab
and the
token. I
luxury
am
of
a
being
slave
you
and
have,
all
you have
that.
all the privileges.
It's funny that I'm slave,
majority
yet
of
I'm
Arabs-
literally now criticizing
majority
the
of
government.
Majority of Arabs don't have that. The
Don't
Jewish
have what?
community, the Jewish Israeli community, don't value life the same way.
Wait, the majority of us don't have what do I have that they don't have?
The privilege that you
What
have.
privilege?
I'm just talking to you about it right now. I'm telling you, if you talk to each one of them, you talk to many of them, majority of them, they tell you, we don't live in a good life. We are discriminated against. We don't have the
What?
same.
Give me example. In Israel,
You
the
talk
Arabs.
to them. You're your friends. I'm
No,
talking.
no,
Now
you're
we
telling
go
me.
back. We go.
You,
Now
no,
let's
you
continue.
Can't, listen, you can't
Yes,
say
I
a
can.
sentence
Now we
and say,
continue.
I can't back it up with
You
anything. It's just my
continue.
thought.
You
Give me
continue.
something.
Now let's talk to
you
the
say
West
that.
Bank.
No, give me something that I, as an Arab, okay, can do, and I have a problem of doing.
Are you allowed to have a gun?
Yes.
Not the same way.
What?
Not the same way.
Dude, listen.
Not the same way.
Listen,
Okay?
listen. No.
We're talking
Stop
about-
lying. Stop lying.
I'm not lying.
So I'm telling you. Can you fact check this?
I'm waiting for it to show up.
There is a difference between the legalities and
No.
between the reality, what's happening
The
on
legality
Earth.
is very simple.
All right, so it just popped up. Let me read this. A person in the transcript said that they are Arab and they can have a gun in Israel. The immediate transcript includes the speaker saying, "Are you allowed to have a gun?" Yes, not the same way. This is a factual claim about gun rights access for Arabs in Israel, but the exact legal meaning is ambiguous from the clip content.
So let me tell you something, okay? When you go
here we
to
go. There's
range-
another one that popped
Yeah.
up. Israel law. Ooh, I lost it. Anyway, say what you're saying.
Well, so here's the thing. If you go to a range in Israel, there's a bigger chance that you are going to tackle an Arab guide than in the Jewish guy in the north, for instance. Why? Because there's more percentage of Arabs in there.
So let's go
real quickly. Fact check.
You
is
just
saying
got-
Israeli
you just-
law requires a firearm license, but sources state that some Arab citizens of Israel can be eligible to carry firearms if they meet licensing criteria.
Does every Jew has the criteria also to have a gun? Every Jew?
No, it doesn't. So
exactly.
So
basically, what you started doing. That
I'm refuting what you said.
So wait,
it's not the same rules. It's not the same.
It's the same rules, Habibi. Listen,
not the same.
if you want to have a gun,
now,
you have three steps. No. I'm not gonna let you pass this.
You said no. Is the West Bank an apartheid or not?
You're not going. No, you're not going to. No, we're gonna go back to the gun, and we're gonna speak about the fact. Why are you running away from it?
Because
just tell me.
I have to leave.
I'm gonna give you my nonsense. So why you're wait? So you're not. You admit that you lied?
I did not lie.
So now
I'm telling you.
Can you tell me, is the Arabs and the Jews under the same law when it comes to the gun?
There's a law and there's a practicality of it.
Hold on.
All right. So what it's saying, Arab citizens of Israel can obtain firearm licenses if they meet the legal criteria.
Great.
That's what it's saying.
How harder is that compared to the Jewish citizens?
We'll find out shortly.
Go ahead.
All right. So now we go to the West Bank.
Wait, so just to clarify, it's really important because he just lied.
I did not lie.
And literally,
See, the beautiful thing.
By the way, you know what the idea
Look at this
is?
fake smile.
I know actually the
remove that smile off your face. People already saw the fakeness in you.
I really know that.
Yeah.
So basically, you have Arabs that have guns and Jews doesn't have guns.
You are in the bloody army. Of course, you're gonna have a gun yourself. You were surgeon in the army. You killed people. I don't know what you did, but you did.
Wait, you just said that you killed people. Can you?
Killing is not necessarily shooting, but you were in Lebanon, right?
So wait, when you say you
were in the army. You were in the army.
You killed people.
I did.
You killed.
All right, I did.
You did.
Now
so
we
you're
go
happy.
back to the West Bank.
No,
now
I
let's go to the West Bank.
No, before we go to the West Bank, I'm going. It's really important.
Very childish.
It's childish because when you lie, I'm going to call you
25 times.
I'm going to call you
people idiot and stupid today.
And I will call it 26 times. And when you are acting like this, you're happy.
I am happy that people are seeing it.
You're
exposing
the evilness
to
know exactly how I speak.
In their minds and
I'm
their hearts
exactly doing one by one way worse.
The
Palestinians are doing way worse.
Can you fact check this?
Which statement?
People who curse a lot, do they have a problem with self-confidence and private part sizes?
I don't know if that's fact checkable, but yeah.
So
that's fine. By the way,
so let's go back.
People that curse a lot are the smartest people. But hey, can you fact check this, please?
Then the next thing is that let's go to the
next thing is wait. Sorry, is this a debate or he's talking and I'm not?
No, you're presenting. We've been talking for 4 hours.
So we can wrangle this in. I want to give you a minute to make your point, and then I want you to retort. Please don't interrupt him.
So he's gonna go to West Bank. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go back to that.
That's fine. Go to everything you want to.
Yes.
You get your
go ahead. Go to the West Bank.
How many Israelis live in the West Bank? How many settlers?
600,000.
700,000
in Judea and Samaria, which is their land.
Do they have a special treatment in the West Bank?
They are under the Israeli law.
Okay. Do they have the ability to drive on certain roads
compared
to Palestinians?
Back to Israel. Back to what? Unfortunately, what is 67? It shouldn't be.
Do they have more permissibility to hold guns compared to Palestinians?
There's two different things. This is Israeli government. That's the Palestinian Authority. So it's not to compare the same thing.
Are Palestinians allowed to hold guns? Would
you have Palestinians
to do that?
You have Palestinians who hold guns. It's under the PLO.
Wait, I don't understand. Israeli army is there.
What are you trying to claim here? It's unbelievable. The Palestinians who live in Judea and Samaria under the Palestinian Authority is not under the Israeli Authority. Why do you compare between them?
Israeli settlements have swimming pools and water every day. Palestinians don't have
that. They live under what? Oh my God! Do you want to see what's going on in Rafah, Habib? You want to see? Sorry, in Ramallah, and you want to see what's going on in Bethlehem?
The whole West Bank.
But it's in the West Bank.
But it's not the whole.
But
I'm
it's in the West
about
Bank.
The general situation.
Wait, the villa and the BMW
even
and
in Bethlehem,
wait,
even in Ramallah.
Is in Bethlehem there are villas? There are villas.
Of course.
So there are great houses.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Do you know that in Israel? there's shitty houses? Bad houses, like in Beersheba and Dimona.
Okay.
Yet in the West Bank they have villa and they have better
houses.
Very
small percentage.
So wait.
There's very small percentage.
Trust me.
Very small percentage.
Can you actually give the percentage of the low economic?
That's not a fact.
It should pop up any second now that you guys talked
I want
it.
the low class. Economical situation of Israeli population. Because he's going to be now surprised to know that there are Palestinians. He's going to be surprised to know that there are Palestinians living in Judea and Samaria, what they call the West Bank, much better than Israelis.
I
a lot
have
much better than Israelis.
Citizenship. I go there and visit it every year.
You know
I go and visit every year.
So you know all this. So don't lie.
But
Come on.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you the general situation.
So wait. So you're telling me that you have Palestinians living better life than the Israelis?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the general.
But is it Is it possible?
Of the Palestinians,
The general
they live in a
situation.
miserable lifestyle.
Yeah, well, next time
compared
don't
to the
come,
next
don't come
door
to
of the
bomb,
settlements.
don't come to bomb Israelis,
West
and
Bank?
you will live better life.
All right. The next thing, the death penalty.
Wait, no. Where's the
Where-
you keep going to the next thing?
You
you're
so you can answer all of them.
saying? So, I'm answering one by
The
one,
death
Habibi.
penalty, it's only applied if a Palestinian commits a
Good.
crime.
That's how it should be.
It's saying this. It's contradicted this idea that live better than Israelis in general.
Of
But
course.
That's fine.
It's a
But
contradictory statement.
this wasn't my question.
Yes,
My
and
question
now-
was, what is
So
the
if-
what is the socio-economic situation of the low percentage of Israelis living in a low socio-economic situation?
So you have Human Rights
and
Watch.
in that percentage, I can tell you that you can go and drive to Rawabi, for instance, in Ramallah. I'm sure you know Rawabi, right?
It's-
right.
it's just-
Rawabi, I'm telling you, if you put it here in Vegas, it's gonna be glorious. It's like amazing, yeah. And that's in what they call the West Bank, the largest apartheid place in the biggest apartheid place in the
so
world.
if-
And then you have Israelis who live in a one-bedroom apartment, yeah, way worse than any Palestinian live in the West Bank. And he comes and, says, "Oh well, there's no. You're right. There's no equality between the Israelis and the Palestinians."
Beit Salem is wrong.
Oh, don't give me Beit Salem,
And
Habib
then
Alvi.
human rights. I don't give you what do I give you then? If
Beit
I'm gonna
Salem-
give you
Habibi,
anything, every time I
Habibi,
give
Beit
you, don't
Salem,
give
Beit
me.
Salem is a
So
very
Beit Salem,
radical left-wing organization.
Human Rights Watch,
that
Amnesty
has
International,
Amnesty International,
even-
you just proved that they're wrong.
Even Carter,
You just proved
President
that Amnesty
I did
International
not.
proved. You
I did
said that
not.
the Israelis, the Arabs who live inside
They are
the
talking
48
about the whole land.
Okay.
The whole land is
They
an apartheid.
said from the river to the sea.
The whole land, yes, an apartheid, of course.
But I'm not living in the
You're
apartheid.
not living in the
And they
apartheid
claim
part.
that
You
Arab
are living in
Israelis
the privileged.
Can we open
I
the
don't
fact
need
that they
to.
claim
Is
that Arab Israelis live under apartheid regime as
is
well?
that- is
Which is
that-
funny
this
because
is-
members of Knesset who are against me, yeah, they call up on the stage and said, no, Israel is not an apartheid state. So you have Arabs saying that Israel is not an apartheid state. Some of the member of parliament that are actually actively against me. And then you have someone who comes here and tells us that we live under apartheid regime. And when I ask him a
not-
very simple question, and I tell you,
single-
you spoke about the Judea and Samaria, okay, the West Bank. He's talking about apartheid, right? But what he's not willing to tell you is that from 48 to 67, it was actually Jordan who controlled the West Bank, yeah, called it the West Bank in 1950 because it's West Bank to the Jordanian River, occupy it illegally, and then watch
What do
this.
you mean,
This is
Bacher?
and,
See,
and watch this.
that's your
Watch this.
mistake.
Watch this. I want you to
That's
actually
your-
fact check me on this. And then what they did is they forced the Palestinians, fact check me, to actually give up on their identity. They wanted to destroy that identity. They don't want nothing to do with Palestinians. So that's why they took it out of the documents. That's why they try to denationalize them and make them Jordanians. Okay? So they actively try to get rid of Palestine. Fact check me, please.
We'll
And
wait
then the
until the
next
fact check.
thing-
What I like to do is I want to get into final statements. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to make a final statement, 2 minutes to you, and by that time we're going to see this fact check pop up,
So
and I'll let you know what it says.
There
This is
are
going to be interesting because he's from Amman and he's Jordanian basically, right? And he's going to figure out that Jordan tried to steal his identity.
You're so silly. I swear to God.
He's gonna fact check it now.
Fact check what?
Well, go ahead.
We're about to find out, but let's
You're
get the
about to
final
find out,
statement.
Habibi.
I lived in that part of
You're
the
about
world
to
all my
find out
life.
as a
All
Jordanian.
the nonsense you're
You're gonna
saying.
listen.
I
You're
can
gonna
easily
be.
refute
You're
it.
gonna
We
be
can
after.
have-
You're gonna
we can
fact
come-
check.
can
And
come
you're
on a
gonna.
different
You're gonna.
debate. Let's go back to
You're
the
gonna
debate.
be. You're gonna
You have
be
Carter,
surprised and
President
shocked
Carter.
how your
You have
country,
President
Jordan,
Carter
wanted to
went
suppress you.
back- President
Let
Carter
him finish.
went to visit the West Bank and came back and wrote a book, Palestine, Peace, Not Apartheid, because he saw an apartheid. Now, let's say it's not apartheid. You want to call it what? Occupation? Whatever it is,
It's
the
not an
situation.
occupation when it's not a
Whatever
land to
it is,
occupy.
the situation,
you occupied
situation
it.
is not okay.
Absolutely, I agree on that.
soldiers, the soldiers who left, broke out from the Israeli army. They established an organization called Breaking the Silence.
Yes,
Everyone should
Shuvrim
know them.
Shtika, and
Yeah.
everybody, of course, everybody
Everyone
should know them.
Moshe Ya'alon. Who's Moshe Ya'alon?
You
Used
know-
to be the defense
Go for
minister, right?
Go for Ehud Olmert as well.
Ehud Barak.
And
He
Ehud
said,
Olmert.
all of them. These people are coming out and realizing
Okay.
the situation is not okay in the West Bank.
Right.
The lifestyle of the you're trying to make it sound like Palestinians are living such a comfortable life.
No.
You're
Here I'm saying it. No. But if you'd allow me to tell you what I think, then you will hear. And then you will listen.
But you're
and then when
going
you will
all
know.
over the place.
Here- so
you're
here-
throwing. You're
I'm
throwing.
throwing.
Facts,
I'm
things right and
I'm
left.
only
We are
responding
talking about,
to you.
We're talking about.
I'm only
we're
responding to you.
talking about
You said that I
live-
think that the
you
Palestinians
live-
living a great life, I don't think the Israelis are living a great life. How can I think that the Palestinians are living great life?
Better life than
Of course,
Americans.
the Israelis living better life because you have a country that actually work for them.
No, because of the $3.5 billion goes from America to Israel every year.
$3.5 billion goes to America. It goes from the American taxpayer to the Israeli innovation, to the Israeli security, and eventually ended up investing 90% back into the American industry, creating job offers.
If
Fact
that
check
is
me on
not
that, by the way.
important,
Which, by the way,
they
0.
won't come and beg
Which,
for
by
it
the way,
every
the
year.
3.5 billion
If it's not,
is 0.
if they don't
If I'm
need
not
it,
wrong, 9% from the federal budget. Yet his focus on the
they don't need it-
0.9% budget. So we have a fact check here about the Jordanians dismissing his Palestinian identity, trying to crush it. That I need from you. Second, I need from you that the federal budget that he's talking about is less than 1% of the federal budget. 90% of it goes back to the American society and making
expired, my
tax,
friend.
making actually creating job positions for Americans. And further than that,
I give you 5 years.
Further than that, you know something? The price of the intelligence that Israel is giving to the Americans, trust me, it was $10 billion.
5 years.
Okay,
5 years.
I'm going to give you. I'm going
you're
to
going
give
to
you
be
1
dropped from all this
I
propaganda
don't care. I don't care. I'm not
Your
saying
wife is gonna
5 or
leave
not
you.
whatever.
You're gonna lose your job. You're gonna be
okay,
thrown
great,
in the
yes.
trash, all
And
right?
you're gonna
So-
end up being as a homeless in Vegas, and you're gonna be sued as
I
a
live in a great
dentist.
country.
And by the way,
I
and you're
live
gonna
in
be
a
sued,
democracy.
and you're gonna be
I live in
sued
a
as a
democracy.
dentist
I have
because
rights
you
like
probably
everybody
tried
else
to put a
here.
bomb inside someone's
I
teeth
live
because
like
it's a Jew.
everybody's
This is
here.
how you want
I
to
have
talk.
the
I can talk
rights.
like this,
You've been
Habibi.
talking like
I
this.
swear to you,
You've
I
been
can talk to you
talking-
like that.
You are
You're
the
probably anti-Semite. That if a
trashiest
Jew comes to you,
person.
you will put
The
a bomb in
trashiest-
his
and I'm
head, in his
happy.
in his
And I'm
teeth.
happy you're
That's how
doing it.
anti-Semite terror supporter
I am
you are.
so happy.
I
Keep
can
talking.
continue and continue
Keep
say
talking.
the same thing like you,
Keep doing
Habibi.
that filthy
The bottom,
talk. Because
you started the
people are
filthy talk.
seeing. People are seeing.
People
the
are
filth
literally
that
seeing
are
who
being
started
put
the
in your
filthy talk,
mind
and I only
since the way you were
responded to
raised
the
and
filthy
been part of
talk.
this IDF
Why?
machine.
Because when
Okay,
someone
you
like
guys-
him
you guys-
talks like me like this, I'm gonna smack him.
You
Well,
guys
in
are-
words,
you guys
obviously,
are
not
talking,
in.
You guys are totally talking over each other. I need you to complete your thoughts. I'm giving you 20, 30 seconds, and then I need you to complete your thoughts so we wrap this up. Thank you.
So the thing is that when we are talking about the situation of the Palestinians there, whether we call it apartheid, whether we call it occupation, whether we call it a horrible lifestyle, that has to change. What happened in Gaza has to change. Even Ehud Barak said, if I was a Palestinian, I would fight back. Okay. He said that. So it's about time that the whole world, the whole family of this global village understand what Israel is doing, how it's pushing. The recent settlers' activities in West Bank, in the village of Tel and all the other villages, they're trying to kick people out. Christian Palestinians used to be 20% of the population.
Don't talk about the
before
Christian Palestinians.
1948. Now they became 1%
لأنه إذا
of
بفتح
the
تمي, if I open my
population,
mouth on the
they
Christian,
became
on the Christians in the Middle East, I promise you, you need to be quiet, Habibi. Don't talk about the Christians in the Middle East, because what the Christians in the Middle East suffered from the Arabs is unbelievable. Don't talk about the Christians.
Chill, buddy.
I'm not
There's
gonna
no
chill.
audience here.
I'm not gonna chill. No,
It's a small studio,
it's
buddy.
between you
Chill,
and me,
chill,
Habibi.
chill,
Don't you
chill,
dare
chill,
talk
chill.
about the Christians in the Middle
Father
East.
Munzir
The
is
way
hot in Bethlehem. Go look at
that
him
they
up.
massacred
I ask everybody
Christians in
to
Egypt,
follow
massacred them.
Father
Don't
Munzir
talk.
Isaac. Let them see
Yeah,
what
for
he says
sure.
on behalf of the Christians in Bethlehem and the West
Be
Bank.
aware.
Please wrap up your point so we could give him a couple of minutes.
I'm done.
You're done. All right,
So
give
here-
me
here's
your
the
final
thing.
thoughts.
I'm very happy that he spoke actually about the Christian community in the Middle East, because it's about time to talk about it. Okay.
You've been talking about the whole day.
And
You
here's-
mentioned like
here's-
10 times.
Just try to make it brief. I'm giving you 1
And
minute.
it's
That's
about
fine.
the same topic.
That's fine.
Don't go out.
That's fine. As I said, give me in the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years where a Jew killed a Christian and when Arab killed a Christian in the Middle East, and then you will figure it out by yourself, because the answer is very simple.
Christians are not
If
Arabs.
I might lost one count, then it would be one Jew. It's 0. And when it comes to the total death of Arab Christians like me in the Middle East by other Arabs, specifically by radical Muslims, yeah, it's in the 10th of thousands, okay? And you can fact check me on that. Now, regarding to your statements about Ehud Barak and Shuvrim Shtika, which breaking the silence and all that, all those organizations came up and they speak. Now, here's the thing. When I came up as an Arab, now they're Jews and they're speaking against Israel. And I, as an Arab, came and I spoke in favor of Israel against the radicals that they call themselves Palestinians. Yet he attacked me on that, and others, and I'm not quoting him, and others called me a traitor, a collaborator, and all that. But for him, collaborator,
What?
Amil,
Collaborator.
collaborator,
sorry.
collaborator.
Yeah.
You know, my English is third language,
Horrible,
Habibi, you know.
horrible.
I know. What can I do? I speak Arabic better. Amil. But the thing is, watch the double standard and the hypocrisy. When he looked at Ehud Barak and all the other from the Jewish community breaking the silence, he sees them as heroes. They broke their silence and they speak out. Yeah? He's not going to say they are a token Jew, or they are collaborators, or they are traitors, or whatever it is.
They're a position of
course,
power.
now they're a position.
Their position of
Well,
power
here's
is
the thing,
different.
here's the thing,
You
Habibi.
are benefiting from what you're doing.
Listen,
Any
Habibi.
Israeli
So listen,
speak on
Habibi,
behalf of the
it's my time,
Palestinian end up
it's my
losing.
time, it's my time.
You end up gaining
All right.
money, position,
Great.
fame.
I'll give you 20 seconds at the end. Just finish off your point, please.
All right. It's funny that he says position and fame. You know, since I started talking, my family's got attacked numbers of times.
1 sec.
They broke my mom's hand. They attacked me. They attacked me also in the US, by the way. But I'm speaking about the community, whether it's extremist community that among the Arab society in Israel, or whether it's the Arab community in general. Hamas issued a fatwa against me. The IRGC, the intelligence office, categorized me as a dangerous figure and a hostile figure.
For sure, hostile.
So, yes, but when the IRGC, which is an intelligent office, or their office, the Ministry of Intelligence, categorize you like this, it puts you in jeopardy, in danger. When Hamas issue a fatwa against you, it puts you in jeopardy. When radicals from my community, despite the fact that they are minority radicals, but when they threaten me, their threat is valid. They attacked my family. They broke my mom's hand.
They just broke
They
into my
brought me-
father's house
Now,
last week.
hold on,
because
we
of a
speak. No,
debate that I
no.
went
Hold
to.
on.
The
I love how.
soldiers.
Excuse me. It's my time to talk.
Please, 20 seconds, wrap it up, please.
Now, here's the thing. Saying to me that I'm gaining from this is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. I've been paying.
You guys came to the show. You asked to come to this show.
Sir, I'm gonna
Your
give you time.
PR campaign contacted Sean Kelly and said, we want to bring this guy to this show. Like this is the PR machine that's going on. This is the PR machine that's going on. That people are they're investing in you.
All right, what's my PR machine?
I don't know, you tell me. How did you end up being here? How did you end up being here?
I actually, with my partner.
That's your PR machine.
My fiance, my PR machine.
That's your PR
يخرب بيتك يا زلمة. Your wife is your PR machine.
She is.
Well, great.
Okay.
Then this is my PR machine.
Okay,
Habibi.
keep going.
My fiance. You see how
Okay,
you
do
just
me a
know.
favor. Wrap it up. 20 seconds. We got to wrap it
All
up.
right, 20 seconds to wrap it up. I think I actually enjoyed this interaction because it shows exactly the fact that how double standard and how hypocrisy works. Yeah. So the bottom line is like this.
You know, the good thing people will find all these conflicts and double standards while you're talking. You talk so much. Keep talking.
You're going to tell me you get your 20 seconds. You get your 20 seconds. You get your 20 seconds.
Let him finish it up because we got to wrap up this episode. Thank
this
you.
is the this idea that to keep interrupting to lose that thought. This is something that they always like
projections.
Now, projections, but you literally said 3,000 things which was wrong about me. But again, I like that you're saying this because I know who I am and I know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm going to do it. But when I see people like you think that they know why I am doing this and think that they're certain 100% that I'm doing this for money, fame, and whatever it is, while the opposite is,
I didn't say you're doing it for that.
Hold on. While the opposite is that I'm doing this because I truly do believe that there's a different way to go with all this conflict. And the only way to go with this conflict is very simple. If you point actually on the problem, none of them wants to point on the problem. Any of them will say Israel is an apartheid state, Israel and Palestine, Israel is doing genocide, Israel is ethnic cleansing, Israel doesn't have the right to exist, the Jews are not indigenous to that land. Every time someone comes to refute that, they're going to stop him time after time and they're going to talk to him after time. Now, here's my problem. When I come to speak about this and he interrupts me time after time, I left up with 20 seconds to say this sentence and not actually end up with 20 seconds to say the sentence to prove every time that he's lying and every time he adds another thing.
People can check all these things.
Here's what I'm going to do.
People can check everything we said.
I'm going to finish.
Please.
I'm actually going to do something very nice and I'm doing to the camera because I'm going to actually edit it.
Stop being a clown.
Here's
Talk to me, not to the camera.
So I'm going to talk to the camera because I want to edit the video after that. I'm not going to have the possibility to respond here as I want. So I'm going to take his bullshit nonsense sentences that he said.
That's not how it
cut
works.
it, and then I'm going to add actually my comment on it, unless you're willing to sit down here for a minute and listen to the comment.
I don't mind.
Okay, may I?
Please don't interrupt him, please. Thank you. I could see Sean's looking at me over there doing this,
All right.
so we gotta. Please,
All right.
quickly.
Okay. So quickly to debunk all this, those things. He started his speech by lying. Said that I have different set of laws as an Arab who lives in Israel from the Jews, and he brought after that the gun issue. I know exactly how it works with the gun. Yeah, I know the steps and how you can do it, and why you should do it, and how you should do it, and who gets the permit and who gets not. Yes, some Jews, okay, that go and actually submit that permit, they get denied. Some Arabs, they go and submit that permit and they don't get denied. Okay, but when you present it the way you presented it, the audience that is watching is saying, "Oh my God, look at the discrimination! Look at this; it's unbelievable."
That's what you were
but
doing
this
the
is
whole
not,
day.
But this is not.
This is exactly what you've been doing the whole
that
day.
fact.
You're
It's
presenting
interrupting me.
that.
With all due respect, you need to be quiet because you spoke, and I did not interrupt you in your
you
final.
interrupt
No,
me
no,
a
no.
lot.
In your final statements, I did not interrupt. I only interrupted or debated during the conversation. Right now, I'm again proving my point. I want to move to the second point in that 1 minute, and I'm again is denied from that.
Cry me a river.
The bottom, I will cry you a river for a simple reason, is the fact that when you are actually proving my point, you can't listen to the truth. It's very hard for you to handle the truth.
3-4
By the
hours
way,
sitting down here.
Did we find out about the
I don't know.
Jordanians?
This thing froze up 14 minutes ago.
Ah, come
so
on.
I don't know what's going on.
Look at the distraction. Going to a
his
different
country,
topic.
That where he was born, literally tried to disown him from the Palestinian identity.
I still have Palestinian passport.
And then he.
I still have a Palestinian passport.
I understand that. But
It doesn't look like you understand.
In 1948 and in 1950.
I still, if that's true,
It's
I wouldn't
because-
have it till now.
It's because Habibi. It's because
I still have a
Habibi,
Palestinian
in
passport.
1967, Israel actually took back what the Jordanians called the West Bank.
Occupied.
And that's why.
That's took back. It's called occupied.
The disputed territory by the legal definition, which
Occupied.
you can actually
Brutal occupation.
Please wrap it up, Yosef.
I'm
please.
trying. I
Please.
swear to God,
You're
I'm
going
trying.
on tangents, man.
I'm really
You're
trying.
going all over the place.
All right, I'm going all over
Did
the
I
place,
really
but I
stress
can't
you
actually
out?
talk.
I'm
Please
sorry
let-
if I did. I didn't
let
mean
him
to
finish.
stress you out.
Ahmed, please let him finish.
Don't
Please,
actually
please
stress,
finish
I'm
your
just
point.
trying
Looks
to
like you're
finish my
like
point.
you should
please.
see your face, man. You should see your
Yusuf, please
face.
finish your point.
It's hilarious.
Please finish your point.
Okay.
Finish your point.
Tough. So, can I finish my point
Sure.
actually, or are you gonna talk again?
No, go ahead.
All right, great. So the bottom line is, when I actually tried to come to you and say, "Hey, listen," because I'm gonna criticize my government, and instead of listening and giving me the opportunity to do that, and why? Because it's actually a good thing. A good thing because it means that I, as an Arab, can criticize my government and go back to Israel. Nothing happens to me because I can criticize my government. Just like Ahmed Bibi does it literally in the stands of the Israeli parliament. So you prove time after time that my existence as an Arab who lives in Israel shows and proves that if I want to, criticize my government for exactly the same reason why we did not invest more in building shelters. Now, if we want to be honest with everybody and we want to change people and educate people, we should put a context to that and show that people understand what the political situation in Israel and how for 78 years, Arab political parties drove us, which we call them the leaders, our leaders in the Arab society, drove us to what I call a total destruction. They wanted to be in the Knesset, in the parliament, but they didn't want to be in the coalition because they didn't want to be part of Israel. Yeah, if you cannot be part, or if you're not part of the coalition, you can't actually change things. One time, which happened 2 years ago, and you can fact check me. Watch this. An Arab Muslim party. Mansour Abbas, his name, that's the leader of this Muslim party, entered the coalition. Now, just to clarify, between me and Mansour Abbas, there's a huge gap. A huge gap in terms of ideology, When he entered the coalition, he allocated over 50 billion shekels to the Arab society in order to start working and invest in it. So, what I'm trying to prove here is a very simple thing. If we, as Arab who live in Israel, participated from 1948, and even not, from 1960 or 70 or 80 or 90, and become an integral part of the Israeli politics, but not just on the opposition, but inside, in the coalition, we would have definitely made our life better. So my criticism here, not only towards my country, Israel, because I am criticizing my country. Israel is the country, or the government is ruling the entire citizens of Israel. It doesn't matter whether they are Jews or Arabs. Yeah. So I do have responsibility to the Israeli government. I do criticize them for that, but I also criticize my leaders. My leaders who did not work politically in order to work for us. What to do is,
I'm glad
once
they have
they're
you
in the
now.
parliament,
I
they start talking about
got-
Gaza and Ramallah and Nazareth and
I'm
Jaffa.
glad they
We
have
got
you
your
now, the
point.
most intelligent Arab Israeli.
Don't worry,
So
we will
hopefully
change that.
You will, hopefully,
I'm going to give you 20 seconds to make a final statement. That's it. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't see the benefit of talking to someone like Yoseph Haddad.
Then why you're here?
I was asked to come.
Why did you came?
Sean asked me to come.
Why did you came?
I didn't expect
You don't
this.
see the benefit of talking to me.
I'm telling you right now, after the discussion with you.
Okay.
Because I did not know who you are before.
Yeah.
I did not hear you speaking before. And I came, I was like, oh. So I don't see the benefit of talking
I
to
know,
someone like
It's very
you
hard
who
to
is
debate
like
someone who's an Arab with the same mentality like you.
Let-
Only
let
the fact
him-
is that I don't tolerate bullshit, and I'm gonna call you out with it.
Let him
What
have
bullshit?
silence
I'm
for
telling you
his
my
last
opinion.
point.
There's no bullshit. I'm telling
Your
you, I
opinion
don't
is
see
not doesn't care about the fact. Your opinion and your feelings do not care when it comes to facts. And the simple fact
I am
and
talking
the simple
about how I
fact,
feel about you.
and the simple fact is,
I'm talking
Oh,
about
no,
that's
I
a
know that you're
fact,
taking
Sami.
it personal. I don't care.
No personal.
I'm not taking it
I'm
personal.
telling
I'm
you,
talking
as
about
long we
the
have
brighter
people-
and the more bigger picture. And the bigger picture is,
As long as we have
I
people like
understand.
you,
I understand.
it's
It's very hard
we-
for you to actually
as long as we
tackle
have
someone
people
like me.
you who go lower than lower, and
Says the
use
people who
use
actually
bad
says-
words right and left. 20. You said 26. You added one to against me as well.
What is it?
26 times. 26 times you insulted people today.
What, useful idiot? That's 27.
26. Keep going.
Useful
I'm,
idiot.
I'm happy you keep going because people are
What is
watching
it? What is it now?
I don't know.
28?
28. Let's
Wait,
wrap it
let's
up,
wrap it
guys.
up, let's wrap it up.
I know you're not going to shake hands.
I know. Let's
but-
wrap it up on 30. Useful idiot. Useful idiot. Allah ma'ak.
So why you're so
All right,
upset?
call it a wrap. Thank you,
Just
guys.
called you Allah.
I wish you would shake hands, but I know you're
He
not.
doesn't-
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to do the second prompt now. Yusef, if you could introduce the second prompt to the
All
camera,
right.
please.
Israel is an apartheid state. I live under apartheid regime. Israel is an apartheid state. Yes, I am the Arab living under apartheid regime. Go ahead.
My name is Nader. I'm a firstborn generation Palestinian-American. My dad was born in 1927 in Jaffa, Palestine.
Yeah.
My mother was born May 16th, 1948. I'm sure you know what that date is. And I believe strongly, because I've heard it firsthand from people, that Israel is an apartheid
What's the
state.
definition of apartheid?
Two different classes of people, two different laws for the people. And also, while we talk about
It's not
this, I would like to
definition
keep
of
it. I would like to
apartheid.
keep it very respectful to
sure.
my family and what we've gone through, because I'm not here to have a bickering contest with you. I'm not here to raise my voice and shout with you.
Right.
We're here. I'm
Fair
hoping.
enough.
I don't have to like you, but I'm hoping we can have an intelligent
Respectful. I
conversation.
absolutely agree. But this is not the definition of apartheid. Can we pull up the definition of apartheid, please?
It's apartheid means two different classes of people under two different sets of laws.
Okay.
That's
That's two
what
different
I
sets of
said.
laws.
That's what I said.
Two classes of people. Okay. Two different sets of law. Go ahead.
Tell me, you don't think it is?
Two sets of law
You
based
don't
on a
think, you
race.
don't, you don't think that there's two different sets of laws for the race of the people there?
Between whom?
Between
The Arabs and the Jews?
Palestinians, between Palestinians and
Between the Palestinians and the Israelis, or the Arabs and the Jews?
Palestinians and Israelis,
Okay. So you're talking about.
and specifically the Jews.
Okay. So.
But I'm
ju-
not here to talk about Jews and
I
Muslims
no.
and
I just
Christians.
wanna,
I'm here to speak about
actually,
Israelis.
Finally,
and
someone that actually
Palestinians.
can have a discussion and a sort of a debate, just to set the premise and understand what's going on. According to Amnesty International, which is one of the biggest human rights organization, they claim that Israel is committing an apartheid crime from the river to the sea. Do you agree to that claim as well?
I agree. All Palestinians living in occupied Palestine are living in apartheid.
From the river to the sea,
In all of occupied Palestine.
which I live also, like which is Jaffa, Nazareth.
yeah.
Haifa. Okay. Let me show you something and tell me.
Do you want to hold that to the camera
wait,
so
wait,
people
wait,
know
wait.
what they're looking at?
Yes.
All these photos,
Just a
which
second,
are
just a
people who have
second.
some type of power or
No,
some type of
it's not
status.
people.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a second.
It's a
I'll-
judge, it's a soccer player. I'm aware who these people are.
I'll explain. I'll explain why I'm pulling those pictures, and I will talk about it, everything. Okay? Now, I visited Johannesburg and I went to the Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg, in South Africa, where actually the apartheid came from. Okay? On the ground, apartheid is literally a total separation between, back then in South Africa, with the white race and the black race. Total separation. Okay? So if we're making the claim that there's a total separation between the Jews and the Arabs in Israel, we're not going to go there because you're going to lose that debate.
There's not?
There's no. Obviously, there's not. Now,
how's there not two different status of living? Two different sets of laws?
Hold on. I'm explaining it. I can vote in Israel. I can even become a parliament member in Israel. I have the same rules like any other Jew in Israel. I have it. If I want to buy a house, I can buy a house. In fact, just recently, my sister bought a house in the north, nice house, and it's done in Israel. And further than that, okay, I can travel wherever I want. I'll tell you even better than that. I'll make it even simpler. Take South Africa. Let's take 5 topics in South Africa and how the black
I'm not really talking about South Africa.
No.
I'm talking about Palestine.
I promise you, if you actually want to have a respectful conversation with actually a good talk, I promise you, I'm going somewhere. Why I'm talking about South Africa? Because South Africa, the meaning of apartheid and the definition of apartheid came from South Africa. That's literally what happened. And in South Africa, if you take, like, for instance, public transportation, okay, hospitals, courts, sports, okay, all those topics, and you compare them one-to-one with what happened in apartheid South Africa to what's happening in Israel, as an Arab living in Israel, you can see like this. Under the apartheid rule, if you go to a bus station, okay, you have a line for black people and you have a line for white people. You can't mix them. If I go in Israel and use a public transportation, I don't know if my driver is an Arab or a Jew. Certainly, I don't have a line for Jews and a line for Arabs.
But you also have a road for Palestinians.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. You're differentiating. So we're talking, and this is why I asked you. Watch, I asked you from the river to the sea, and you said all. Now, here's the thing. You have what we know from the river to what you guys call it the West Bank. Okay. Funny, Daf al-Gharbiyya, to the Jordanian River. But I call it Judea and Samaria. There's territory number 1. Territory number 2 is Israel, okay, what is now what we know as the Green Light.
It's all occupied by Israel. There's really no difference.
There's no occupation.
The PA doesn't really make the laws for the West Bank, and Gaza doesn't really get to delegate. Hamas doesn't really get to delegate how the life is in Gaza. It's not. They're not even.
So we have Judea and Samaria. You have Israel and you have Gaza. Okay. Gaza is controlled by Hamas. Judea and Samaria, the parts of A and some B, are controlled by the PLO, the Palestinian Authority. Okay? And you have Israel, where I actually live. Here you have 2 million Arabs. Here, according to the Palestinian Statistic Office, between 3 to 3.5 million, and in Gaza, 2 million. Okay? So we have 5.5, 7.5 million Arabs living between the river to the sea. Now, I start speaking about Israel. That's why I asked you, from the river and sea, and you said all of them living under apartheid regime.
Yes.
Now, I started, and I will go after that to Judea and Samaria, what you call the West Bank, and Gaza. I started from Israel. I woke up in the morning. I don't have separate buses and separate lines and separate roads. I drive in the same roads. I took the same buses, and I don't know if my bus driver is an Arab or a Jew. And as I told you, I don't have a line for Jews and a line for Arabs. We stay in the same station, and we go and sit down wherever we want, whether in Jerusalem, Haifa, or Nazareth. That's for the buses. Hospitals. There's a reason why I actually took that photo. This photo is Mis'ad Barhoum. He's an Arab chief of staff or CEO of one of the largest hospitals in Israel, in north of Israel, in
a lot of Palestinians in medical field, for sure.
Yeah, of course. But if
they're definitely working on IDF soldiers and sewing them back up. Yeah,
absolutely. And that shows the partnership. You see Arab doctor treating a Jewish. Oh, absolutely. An Arab doctor treating a Jewish patient. A Jewish doctor treating an Arab patient.
Right? No, they're educated people. They want to be educated, and the job is to help people, and they'll excel in that.
In this, as a CEO of one of the largest hospitals in Israel, in Nahariya, taking a photo with the Israeli flag and saying and talking about how much is important for him, that partnership between Jews and Arabs. So yes, I'm going to say that, and I'm going to claim that 100%. And in fact, you can go ahead and put his name, Mis'ad Barhoum, and get some of his quotes to understand how he is. But this is not only that. you have Jewish and Arab families are staying in the same room. When my sister had a baby, yeah, we were in the hospital, and then after delivering the baby, we went to a room, and in the room there was a Jewish family. I'm telling you, the second the Jewish family realized that an Arab family is coming to the same room after having a baby, they immediately start cheering and laughing and smiling. You know why? Because they know that we're bringing the baklawa and the knafi. Okay? So
you're dancing in circles. So here's my question.
No, this is not dancing in circles. This is actually finally proving the point.
You have 2 million Palestinians, 2 million Palestinians that are living a semi-decent life, and you have 5.5 million.
Wait, so hold on. So those two are not living under apartheid regime?
I didn't interrupt you, so let me talk.
But I didn't finish my point.
Right,
no, it's really important. It's really important.
No, but you have 5.5 million people who are living in a different situation.
Hold on.
Okay?
But I asked.
So my one question, before we even get into all this is: do all human beings deserve human rights?
Absolutely.
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 Okay. So
absolutely. Now,
whether it be the PLO, the PA, or even Hamas?
No,
that's
Hamas.
What
no, Hamas need to be destroyed.
I'm not saying
there's no human rights for Hamas.
Listen, there's no human rights for Palestinians. For Hamas. That's what one man's terrorist is another man's resistance fighter.
That's why I asked you.
This is a freedom fighter to some people, and it could be a terrorist.
So you retract from your previous statement where you said this, but that's why I asked you. You see, I'm trying to.
I don't feel like those 2 million Arabs are living correctly.
Okay, so but I'm now giving you facts.
If that's the case, here's the case. Okay. So I'm assuming that you're against a 2-state solution, correct?
No. Let me talk about first of all.
I
don't assume anything. But how are we going to get a 2-state solution when we're talking about right now apartheid?
Because we're talking about the status of living of Palestinians. No. So do you believe in a 2-state solution, yes or no? So I'm just asking you a question. It's a yes or no answer.
It's right now?
Yes, right now.
After the 7th of October?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I agree with you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I agree with you. I don't think, hold on, no. I agree with you. I don't think there should be a 2-state solution. Hold on. I don't think there should be a 2-state solution.
You're not actually going to the topic. You want to say talking
about
No,
because we're talking about, is it an apartheid state, and we're talking about 2 classes of people. So my question to you was, do you think there should be a 2-state solution? You said absolutely not, and I agree with you. I think it should be one state with rules across the board for everybody.
No,
because Americans here, black, Mexican, Haitian, whatever you are, once you become an American, you have equal rights to everybody. And I feel like that's what it should be over there. You want to solve all these problems?
The problem is that they don't want to
solve all these problems.
No,
who doesn't want to?
No, the Palestinians.
Tell them. Let's all do one country.
Wait, let's do it. Go ahead. Tell them.
I don't have that type of.
Don't worry, because they're gonna show we don't want 2 states. We want all of it.
We want one state.
Okay,
and we all work together because you guys aren't leaving.
And then
because Israelis are not leaving.
Revolution.
Hold on.
That's the only solution.
Because Israelis are not leaving, and you can't move just a bunch of Palestinians off the land. Okay, this whole thing is started off.
But when they say they want all of it, what do they mean?
What do you mean? I'm saying one-state solution. Let it all be there together. Let's all be there. One state, and equal rights, and everybody can run. Because you guys are the ones who are killing leaders. You guys killed your own leaders.
They don't want that. The
Palestinians want one state.
They don't want
so
the
everybody's
Jews.
The Jews aren't leaving. Let's address it. And you keep going back to the Jews, but you're Israeli, right? But you keep going back to a Jewish thing. So is it a religion thing, or is it native to the land?
No,
thing?
I'm
curious.
Hold on, I'm an Arab.
You're an Arab.
Okay. So
but you keep justifying the Jews. I keep hearing the Jews, and I don't have.
Well,
my best friends are Jewish, so you keep saying the Jews. We're talking about Israelis, and we're talking about Palestinians. Are we talking about nationality? Or are we talking about religion?
So I'm an Israeli.
Okay.
Yeah, but.
Why can't all of Gaza be Israelis?
Hold on. I'm an Israeli.
Why can't
they don't want
let us all come in? Let's make it work.
They don't want to, dude.
The reason Gaza is so bad. Hold on, let me tell you something.
They don't want to.
The reason Gaza is so bad is because quality of life is bad.
No, brother. The reason Gaza is so bad. The reason Gaza is so bad is because Hamas control them and they don't actually work for them.
Because quality of life is bad.
What are you talking about? They had BMWs before the 7th of October.
We're sanctioned from everything. We can't even have a McDonald's. You can't have fast food. You can't have anything in there that normal people
So you don't have
enjoy.
McDonald's, but you have other restaurants there right now.
Mom and pop
they have restaurants.
You can't even have
but the problem
chain.
But the problem,
a kid can't have a Happy Meal.
This is not the
and
problem.
And that's okay with you.
This is not the
but
problem.
That's okay. There's no happiness in Gaza.
What are you talking about? They have Happy Meals at different restaurants.
Listen,
you want Happy Meal at McDonald's?
Listen to me.
No,
you're depriving something simple as a Happy Meal from kids. Listen, if you make Gaza, hold on, let me show you.
You want the Gazans to be Israelis?
I want the whole state as one.
Okay, but they don't want that.
I want a one-state solution.
They don't want that.
You haven't presented it correctly.
What do you
mean? Nobody has. You guys don't want it more than anything.
Listen.
There's no way you guys would allow. There's no way you guys would allow.
You're asking me about apartheid, right?
Listen.
And then I'm telling you that the Palestinians are saying we don't want. We want
the
to
people in
kick
Gaza
the Jews.
don't really count. That's what you're saying.
No,
okay?
they don't
so
want that.
the people in Gaza, you keep saying like it's terrorists, it's Hamas. I heard you here for 2 people who could talk about them, right? Listen, if quality of life was better, you think people would be so fast to pick up an AK-47?
No.
If my quality of life, if quality of life is better,
before the 7th of October, Hamas.
If all my friends are not missing limbs, if all my family has not been blown up, if my friends have not been killed, it wouldn't take very much for me to pick up an AK-47 if you blew up my little sister.
All right.
I'm just being real with you.
All right. Now,
I don't know what kind of person you are. You guys like to fight with $60,000 worth of military equipment on, and just to get killed by a guy wearing sandals.
All right. Okay.
So while you sit here and you guys don't want it.
So you
guys fight an easy war for yourselves, and you.
No, the question is, you want to preach or you actually want to talk about?
No, we're talking.
I thought you actually want.
And I
something.
just told you.
But you just retract. First of all, you retract from what you said, which is you said that Israel is.
I don't believe all. I don't believe the 2 million.
I
I don't believe the 2 million in Israel. I don't believe the 2 million citizens in Israel are living equal status to those of the Jewish Israeli or whatever you want to consider.
Okay. Here's the thing.
We don't have the same rights. I don't have a right of return.
Hold on.
As a Palestinian.
That's fine. I'm asking
That's
you.
Fine?
Can I find? No. Well,
you think that's okay?
What? Not to have right of return?
Yeah, I don't get a right of return?
Of course not.
Why?
Why would you have a right of return?
Because my dad was born there. For hundreds of years, my family lived there. Why don't I get a right of return?
Where were they before?
They were right there in Palestine. As long as we can go back, we're there.
Wait, before? So you've been occupied? You've been occupied by the Arabs?
How far back do I go?
So you were occupied by the Arabs?
Everything was ran by an empire.
But so when the Arab conquered the Middle East or conquered what we know today as the state of Israel, what were you before?
I've always been here, bro. I don't know what I was. Come on, you want to go back 1,000 years, 2,000 years? I mean, my DNA doesn't go back that far. I don't know.
So wait, hold on.
I know when I go do my 23andMe, I'm 100% from the region.
If we don't go 1,000 years ago, so 1,000 years from now, can we stop going back to the Palestinians 1,000 years ago?
We're going back 3,000 years ago for
Even
the Israeli
further,
right.
We can. I'm asking you.
How far are we going back?
There you go. This is the question.
Okay,
because
question.
you've been
how far? How far do you want to go back? Because I'm asking for the same rights.
By the way, according to
I just want the same
right.
I just want the same right. I want the right of return.
By the way,
I want free
according to the
healthcare.
Americans, you can go as back as you want to the Indians. And in that case, you go back to the Jews. They're indigenous to the land. So basically, you are actually approving that the Jews have the right for the self-determination in the land.
Listen. So if the Jews are the rightful owner of the land 3,000 years ago, then all the Native Americans in America deserve the land here from 300 years ago.
So here's my question.
That's what you're saying? You just brought the Native Americans up. If the Native Americans 300 years ago had all of America.
I promise you, if the Native American had the power to do that, they would have done that.
So you guys didn't have the power either. America gave
now we have.
And then you say you don't respect the United Nations. You only exist because of the United Nations.
And by the way,
you only exist because of the United Nations.
It doesn't matter.
So you don't respect the power that granted you guys your freedom or whatever
what the United Nations back was in 1948 certainly is not what today, but it's not the case.
Why should it not be? It's only been 70 years.
Of course, no problem. But I'm going to you even further than that. Let's go to if you want, and because the premise here is talking about apartheid. But if you want to go back to history, okay, we can go back to history. If the Indians had the power to actually take back their country, they probably would have done that. And by the way, if you ask any white American today, they will tell you, oh, well, we are in stolen. Billie Eilish said no one is legal in stolen land. Remember that quote? That hideous quote? But the bottom line is that if the Indians had the power to do that, they would take their country back. Now Israel have the power to do that, and they're taking their country back.
So that's just okay? We just come over and invade countries? We can't.
By the way, what are you talking about?
And all of it was Turkey at one time.
Excuse me.
And all of it was
before
Turkey at one time.
Before the Ottoman Empire.
Bro.
And before. Exactly.
Right. So everybody just, whoever has the biggest gun can take it? So whoever has the biggest gun can take it?
No, who is the indigenous? The indigenous to the land.
How?
Because
of Jewish.
If you go 3,000 years back, and that's it.
So because of Jewish.
But wait.
Hold on. So Old Testament. So you're saying 3,000 years back, it says that the land belongs to the Jews.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying? So this is the deed to the land. What we're saying is the Old Testament, correct?
If you say so.
And that would work in court, and we would say justifying
why would we work?
killing all these people.
But I'm working on the same mentality of the Palestinians.
Okay, so look. So
the Palestinians are doing the same thing.
So two things. One, in the Old Testament, when Moses came from Egypt, there was a woman there who picked him up, and that was his wife. Who was she? What is she?
What?
What was she?
Why
the woman? Because you're saying 3,000 years ago, so there's nobody on the land.
So when King Solomon and King David were in the land of Israel, and then after that you had the kingdom of Hashmonaim, way before even one Arab Muslim was created in the world.
Who was Moses' first wife that was on the land? If the Jews came, so if we're going to go off that, my other question.
No, stay with that question.
Okay.
Stay with that.
So who was it?
I want to go. No, I want to go back.
What does her descendants get the right to?
No, hold on. I want to go back actually to that. The premise of the indigenous to the land. This is really important, actually.
It's very important
because what you're saying is that if you claim that the Arab Muslim Palestinian is indigenous to the land of what we know from the river to the sea, it's a false claim. For example, Al-Masri family in Gaza, they're not Palestinians. They're originally from Egypt. They called Al-Masri. Al-Baghdadi from Iraq.
Okay.
Right? So basically, I'll tell you why. Because I see a lot of Arabs and a lot of anti-Israel people
Your whole Knesset is foreigners. Your whole Knesset is foreigners.
Are sending here. There you go. I'm saying that are sending the Smotrichim and the Goldmanim and all that to Europe and all this. Okay, you want to send the Jews to Europe?
I want to send the Jews.
No. I'm saying to all the anti-Israelis who are saying, this is not your land. Go back to Europe. Right? I'm sure you heard that claim, right? You heard that claim?
I've heard a whole bunch of claims.
One of them was this claim that Jews should go back to Europe. Right?
I've heard that Palestinians are animals too.
Okay.
That's the one I hear a lot.
But did you hear the one? But did you hear the one that says that Jews should go back
Not
to
as
Europe?
much as I've heard the Palestinians.
But you heard that, right?
Are animals.
So I'm saying if they
like
do
you,
that,
like they would consider you an animal. For sure.
So if they do that, if they actually, when you say who consider, no, the Palestinians considering me an animal, by the way.
No, you definitely you're just a cop out. You just like I can't beat them. I'll join them, and I'm just not going to stand up for anything.
Do you want me to show you how many times I've been getting death threats and how many times?
You put yourself in that position.
I'm putting myself in this position because I'm fighting for the truth and the facts.
The truth of
but here's the thing. Watch this. When we start talking, watch this. I'm paid actor. For sure. I'm paid actor. Thank you. Like you do understand that this not only doesn't insult me, but it actually gives me more power because I understand that the more I dig into that,
you read a script every time.
Here's the script. Here's the script.
It is. It's the same pictures.
Look at the script.
It's the same story.
Because it's the same story. It's the same stories. It's the same picture. Because the people that are trying to wipe the truth and the facts needs to hear that time after time after time.
Let them all be together.
But I asked you.
So what I like to do is you have all those pictures. We haven't seen it. I'm going to give you 1 minute. I want you to show the pictures to the camera and explain your point, and then we're going to go to final statements.
Here we go. Thank you. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay.
Show it to the camera because the
I
camera
will.
can't see.
I want to answer. There's a reason why I actually asked, where do you think Israel is an apartheid state? From the river to the sea, and he said all the territories. Now, there's no apartheid, not in the West Bank and not in Gaza, and we can talk about it. But I started specifically talking about my own experience. The 2 million Arab Israelis who have Israeli passport, Israeli identity, who can go and vote, who can go wherever they want, any street, any bus station, any hospital, any court, you can get elected. And this is why it is important to know. So the race base, which is the Arabs against the Jews, is the false. Because if there is an apartheid between the Arabs and the Jews, then there should have been apartheid where I live, which is Nazareth or Haifa or Jaffa. But the simple fact is like this. In the last 10 years, okay, and I'm going to say the names as well, okay? His name is Bibras Natho. He's not, by the way, an Arab, but he's a Muslim, okay? He was 10 years the captain of the national football team or soccer team in the United States. Just to let you know, I had way worse debates, whether it's soccer or football, than the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. But this
You're arguing with the wrong people.
But this is actually a proof that you have 10 years of being a Muslim leading as a captain of the football national team. Now, look at this. This MK is considered to be an anti-Israel MK. Yes. MK is a member of Knesset, member of the parliament. And as you see, you have here the Israeli flag. His name is Ahmed Tibi. He's against Israel.
He doesn't got a choice what flag is in the background.
Sorry?
He doesn't have a choice what flag is in the background.
I'm not talking about this. I'm about the fact.
No, you make it address the flag.
I address the flag to show you that there's an Arab member of Knesset got elected.
You got to put a couple people in there to make it look kind of good.
And you don't. You have to elect them, and they elected they elected by the Israeli Arabs because we have the right to vote. Okay, but here's the thing. The reason why I'm showing this is because MK Ahmed Tibi is against Israel, and he is getting paid by the Israeli taxpayer to be against Israel. If he lives in apartheid state, he can't be where he is. Certainly not to attack Israel.
That's your argument versus all the children and everybody that dies and the in prisons and stuff. That's your argument that this guy gets paid.
What are you talking
Please,
about?
45 seconds for all these pictures.
This is actually Salim Jubran. Salim Jubran is an Arab Supreme Court judge.
You've done this a lot. You do the script every time.
He was part of the team that sent to prison a Jewish prime minister. I'm doing it because under apartheid regime, you can't have an Arab judge send to prison a Jewish prime minister. And I'm going to do it again and again because it doesn't get into the thick head of a lot of people.
You brought up South Africa. You brought up South Africa. And then Nelson Mandela,
Nelson Mandela has the right to Israel exist.
Huh?
Okay? Also,
under what court?
Israel has the right.
A right is designed. Hold on.
Now you finish your pictures, right?
Okay. Yeah. So
that's your pictures. I want you to do your final statements. Incorporate all your thoughts into your final statements. You got 2 minutes.
Okay. You say you said Israel has a right to exist. Rights are designated by courts. What court does that go in front of?
Okay. So
I'm just curious. What court? Because there's no country has just an exact right to exist, no matter what it does, no matter what atrocities it does. Nobody has a right to exist.
But I ask you a very simple question. When I showed you how I live in Israel, do I live under apartheid regime?
I don't know how you live. I'm not there with you. I'm not there with you.
But I literally just told you.
Okay,
I can go anywhere.
And I
want.
tell you, I came here on a helicopter and it landed on the roof. And that's
fine.
what you're going to take
but
my
you're
word
telling
for?
me that I live
No,
under
I'm not.
apartheid regime, and I'm showing you. Okay, give me an apartheid thing that I can't. Like, give me something that
Palestinians do not have the same rights.
Me. You said
I don't
as
know
an
you.
Arab
I
from
don't know
Israel,
you. I
and
don't
the
know
other
you.
2 million Arab in
I
Israel.
don't know how you live. I don't know anything about
Exactly.
you.
That is exactly the problem.
But I know that I see.
That you know that you say you don't know how we live, yet you claim that I live under apartheid regime.
I know what happened to my family.
You know what happened to your
Yes,
family?
absolutely, I do. Firsthand accounts. So you can't tell me that my family's wrong.
Wait, your family that is in Israel right now?
No.
They're not in Israel.
I'm talking
and
about
you
my
claim
family
that Israel,
pre-Israel. My dad is older than the existence of Israel.
But we're talking about Israel being an apartheid state now.
All since the beginning.
Okay, I'm speaking now.
I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds to wrap.
So now it's not. So now it's not apartheid state.
The whole time.
And still
Since,
today.
yes.
So I'm telling you, how do I live under apartheid regime? Give me an example of me living under apartheid regime.
You're the slave, bro.
Tell
you
me.
Go around
I'm a
there
slave, but tell me how. Not me. An Arab who's in
They
Israel.
gave you a house. You live good. You get to be here and be their puppet.
I don't
That's
have a
what
house,
you
by
do.
the way. I live in a rental house.
Then they gave it to you.
They didn't give it
What
to me. I
did
pay
they do?
6,000 shekel, which is about $1,500 for my own salary.
Okay.
And my own salary
I'm
is not
concerned.
from the government, like everybody likes
All
to
you
say.
guys I want the same rights that you guys have.
That
Israelis have.
watch.
I want
My
right of
brother,
return. I
you're-
want
you're-
right of
you're-
return.
you're-
I want equal rights
among
amongst
all the
everybody.
other debaters, you're actually the one that I felt that I actually can have a conversation. So I'm asking you a true and honest questions, despite the
I don't know
sarcastic,
your
despite the
lifestyle.
sarcastic comments,
I don't
which
know
I
your
don't care
lifestyle.
about, and I actually proved easily
No,
how
I don't know your lifestyle.
far
I don't know
away
how
from
you live
are.
over there. I've
I'm
never been
asking
to
you
your
as an
house.
Arab Israeli, as the Arabs who live in Israel in the green lines of 48. Let's call it that. Okay, that's how you 67 even. I don't know. What a Jew can do that I can do.
I don't know how you live. I don't know how you
So
live.
how can you claim that?
So I'm talking about people that I know.
So
that have
you,
been there.
so
You're one of the people that just said it's not going to get any better. We just give in.
Two-
That's what you are. You're
two-
one of the people
2
that said
million Arabs.
it's too hard to
Don't-
fight against
okay,
it. It's
so-
too hard to resist,
okay.
and we just give in. That's
or
what
maybe,
you are.
or maybe I wake up in the morning and I have a country that it's not
have no
perfect,
self-pride.
and I have a country that it's not perfect, but
And
at least
but
I
listen,
have my
just
rights.
but just like you said though, when you said,
So wait.
is it Hamas's fault? Is it this fault? Listen, if America has a terrorist attack here, it's America's fault. It's America's job to protect me. So it's your guys' fault. Whatever happened. Do you know October 1st? Do you know what October 1st is?
If America attacks by
Do you,
terrorists,
hold on,
the
do you know,
terrorists
do you,
are
do you know what
involved.
October 1st is? Do you
And
know,
America,
hold on. Do you know what October 1st was? Do you know what October 1st? October 1st. I'm asking you a question.
If you want answer already, because I'm not going to engage right now in
You
this.
don't
I'm
wanna
telling
engage
you,
in this?
by the way, I'm telling you, you're saying
October
that
1st
if America is gotten attacked
It's
by the
America's
terrorists,
fault.
it's America's fault.
100%.
So when
I
Hamas,
pay my taxes
so,
to America,
So when Hamas,
America's
so when
supposed to
Hamas,
protect
so when
me.
Hamas attacked Israel, it's Israel's
Absolutely.
fault. Now here's
It's
the
their
thing.
job to protect you.
I actually agree.
It's your job to protect.
I actually agree that Israel's a responsibility to protect.
100%. It's their fault. That's what you go and complain to.
And obviously, I am the first one that wants all the leaders, and I've said it, and I'll even add.
Okay,
to that.
so
watch this.
You
I
didn't
said
say
even-
that before.
Wait,
You
wait,
said it wasn't their
No,
fault.
no. Wait, I'll add on that. But I think that it's the fault of Hamas because Hamas.
They don't
they're not
have a
so-
relationship. You have
they-
a relationship with your government. My government's supposed to
But my-
protect me.
but my
If
friend-
something happens
but
to me in
my
another
friend,
country,
if
I
they-
expect my country to
if
come
my
get
gov-
me.
But when you say that, you're giving a free pass to the people who attack, or to the
I'm
terrorists
not.
and the animals
I'm
who
not.
attack
I'm
America
not.
or me or
But
Israel.
what I'm saying
but this
is-
is not. But this is not the
But
premise.
listen, what I'm
the
saying-
premise is like this. The idea is like
Because
this.
it's an Arab, it's a
I
terrorist.
asked.
That's
I
what I'm
asked you
saying.
not about me. I asked you what the Arab Israeli or what the Arab. Watch this. This is really very accurate question. What the Arab who lives in Israel, okay? What the Arab who lives in Israel, where he can go, where he can't go, what he can
I'm not
achieve.
there.
I'm giving you literally 10 seconds. 10 seconds. We're
Okay.
wrapping this episode up. Go for it.
Okay.
Make your final statement.
Like I said, Israel's living in an apartheid. They're enforcing
But
it.
you don't know that.
Palestine, for 100% I do, because I
You
see with the
just- you
kids in
should just say
Gaza,
you
I see
don't
the
know
kids
that.
in West Bank.
Keep it for your
That's
final
what I'm saying.
statement, please.
There's no
right.
argument to that because they don't. Everybody across the board does not have human rights.
All right, all
So
right.
until everybody has human rights, then
Okay.
no, there is an apartheid going on.
All right.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
10
I didn't
10
get
seconds.
Okay. I need actually 20 because it's really
Okay,
important.
go for it.
Listen,
Go for it. 20 seconds.
Listen,
Go for it.
I started speaking about the Arab Israelis and I gave examples of how we live. Okay, it's not Yosef living this life, and it's not Yosef who is talking or who is give up or whatever it is. when I wake up in the morning, okay, I've never, ever, hide my Arab identity. In fact, I walk in Israel and I deliberately, show my Arab identity because I want to show the Jews and the Arabs who live in Israel, you can be an Arab Israeli, and those two identities can go together. Now, I live in a country where I have my freedom of speech, my freedom of religion, and I can go wherever I want, how I want. I have my passport, I have my ID, and I have my possibility to be elected and to vote. Okay? Now, in the West Bank and in Gaza, it is a two different territories, because in the West Bank, you have the Palestinian Authority, who is actually responsible for the civil rights of the Palestinians. And in Gaza, you have Hamas. Is it perfect? There are problems, of course. Is it disputed? You can dispute all that.
Here's the thing. They can't. They don't have the resources to govern themselves because it has to go and be approved by Israeli government.
But if you want a true apartheid, by the way, when you enter territory A, before you enter Ramallah or Jenin, there's a huge sign, says, Israelis are not allowed to pass this, because if you pass this, you're probably going to end up killed. And just by the just last week, and you can fact check me on that, 2 Israelis went on the wrong way to Jenin. Okay, wrong way.
Every year, more Palestinians have been killed.
They did not. Wait. We're speaking. We are literally speaking about apartheid. But I know you want to add this sentence to feel good with yourself. I want to keep with this. The simple fact is that when Jews tried to enter by mistake Jenin, they almost got lynched. When Arabs living in Israel were actually prospering. Now, not perfect, but we have still.
So it's not perfect.
Of course, it's not perfect. Also, America is not perfect. But here's the thing.
We're working on it. You guys aren't.
Oh,
we're working on it.
We
have civil rights.
I think you guys have made your point.
No, wait. Before you shake your hand, to make the last point to show you how Israel is. We are 20% of the population in Israel, the Arabs. Yet we are 30% of the doctors. If Israel is an apartheid state, we don't. You know who doesn't allow
because
people
Arabs
to become
still strive. Because Palestinians still want to strive under all occupation and under all problems.
But if Israel
we still strive to be good.
but Israel can tell them you can't be a doctor.
Educated.
Like Lebanon.
You need us.
Why?
You don't have enough doctors.
You need us. I'm an Arab.
You're an Israeli. You identify as Israeli more than Arab.
I am an Arab Israeli.
All right.
But
I want you guys to shake
in
hands.
any
Let's
case,
wrap
I'm
this
shaking.
episode up. I
just
think we
wanna-
got it.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end, guys. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps us grow the show and helps us get bigger guests. Thank you so much.